Yeah, I'd love to be drinking my Burnley Brewing, but
You don't deserve
logistics has been a bit slack.
it. You don't deserve it, you
The
scumbag.
logistics department are just dropping the ball.
Yeah, look. It's fair. It's hard.
We
done.
figured that the coffee brown is socially appropriate prior to midday.
All right, we're live.
We are live.
It's working.
Boom.
Yeah, welcome everyone.
Yeah. I'll wait for people to tune in. I'm going to quickly share.
Are you KOing this? Don't you get Channel 7 down here?
I couldn't get it. I couldn't get 7 mate to work.
Oh, shit.
Share the group.
Everyone tuning in is just fascinated right now. This is electric broadcasting.
I'm just trying to share. This is what I wanted to be on like 15 minutes before, but yeah, it doesn't always work out, you
I
know.
was sitting outside eating my breakfast sandwich.
So, when your wife needs a massage, she needs a massage, you know.
See, massage is the code word, so that wouldn't work for me.
Yeah, it's not for me, DJ. Nothing's
Natural massage.
nothing's a code word for that around here. No, I didn't give her
I
the
think
massage.
maybe that's just my impression. I don't know if it's my
She
wife's.
went and paid something. So I really hope it wasn't the massage you're talking about, DJ.
She looked pretty relaxed when she got
I
home.
think that would count as adultery in the Bible term.
Look, she looked relaxed and had a smile on her face, so I'm not going to suggest anything.
That's
bad.
because she's married to me, mate.
Yep.
That's because she knew JA was going to be down here for 4 or 5 hours.
So I said,
She did have so with a big grin. This is the last time I'll see you today.
what did I say to DJ before? I was like, she was late back, so I was late to get ready. But I'm like, I'm going to be down here for 5 hours drinking beer and talking to
Yeah.
people on the internet. So
It's extra
I was
10
like,
minutes of the
pick-
massage. You can't
pick
really
your battles.
be judgy about.
sometimes you got to pick
I
your
love-
battle. You know?
I love look at Trevor Lawrence's brother. It's just like, yeah, that dude's done some serious acid in his day. I love it.
Everyone, Fearless Violin 459. Everyone, welcome to the Vols Studios live show. Thank you for being here. I think the big thing we've got to talk about first today. First of all, we've got to thank our beautiful sponsors, Burnley Brewing, as we hop into a Burnley.
The coffee brown is a very socially appropriate prior to midday beer.
Obviously, we have Richie Garraway. Everyone knows him from his time on game shows. Today.
Good
We
job,
got-
by the way, Richie.
Thanks, mate.
DJ back in the studio for the first time. He said he was drinking beer all day and didn't want to do it alone, so fair enough. We got Louis G from the Fantasy Football Podcast on all the way from, you in Queensland now or Sydney?
Yeah,
or
mate, in Brisbane.
Ethiopia? Brisbane now. And we got Will, college football down under superstar, better than Kempy. Everyone knows it.
There we go.
We'll pick on the guy that's not here.
Of course.
And then Corey is supposed to be here, but I think it's currently 1 a.m. in WA. So, and he couldn't count up how long 10 minutes by 32 teams is. So he's probably just trying to work that out still. He goes,
You'll be
the draft
laughing,
will
it's fine the whole
will only go for like 2 hours. I'm like, you need to learn how to count, Corey.
It was 2 hours with a lot of beers to drink in 2 hours.
That's the problem with basketballers. They're all stupid.
But amazing time.
Wow.
Amazing tight ends, yeah.
So we're going to talk about the red hot news coming in overnight. That Tim
Oh.
Tebow.
Tim Tebow is back.
Not be more excited.
Training as a tight end with the Jags.
Yeah.
Trying out, I should say. Not
Actually, they're calling him the Taysom Hill role. That's
What I liked was it first came out that he'd requested a tryout,
Mm.
but then the Jags said, "Oh no, this is mutual," and I love that. Like, I can't wait to have Tebow back in football life.
I actually have a Tebow jersey that's going to come out of the closet. I'm very excited.
I've also got a Florida kit, and it's obviously the Urban Meyer connection. Those guys
Yeah.
are really tight.
Urban Meyer
So,
is coach, yeah?
yes.
Urban
Yeah,
Meyer was
so-
his coach. Urban Meyer helped cover up murders by Tebow's teammates. It's all going to be good.
33 years old. That's it's not fresh.
It's not fresh, but if the corpse of Jason Witten can get some receptions over the last few years, then Tim Tebow, he's not been on the couch. He's been playing baseball, but he's been training and been staying athletic at least. So
Why do we think it's
who knows?
directly attack Jason Witten in my presence?
Have to.
Have to. It's the law.
He's taken little dinky dunk passes against the Giants for the past 50 years. So of
Is
course
he
we're
still on a
hating.
team? Jason?
Are you okay, JA? By the way, we haven't done a welfare check on you with Sean Lee hanging it up. I mean, to be fair, he did in theory retire about 5 years ago. But how are you doing now? It's official.
He has played three plays a year though since then. So
We had more concussions than snaps.
You know, sometimes you just got to tell people you're all right, but you're really not.
He did put up
That's
about a
okay.
week.
This is a safe space, JA. It's okay to not be okay.
I don't want to
That's
cry
true.
for help, but I'm crying for help. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe Leighton Vander Esch can become the next. Oh, he is the next Sean Lee, injured all the time and really good when he plays.
True.
At first in the draft, so the Jags are on the clock.
Why do
And
they
at
do
first
this? Just put the fucking pick in already.
Well, at first I was disappointed they didn't do like first, second. Just like really emphasize the point. Bang, second in, here's the card. Trevor Lawrence, it's our man. But now I kind of hope they're trolling everyone and they're going to wait to the last second and really wind it down and then drop it in.
I hear they also like Cole Pitts, so who knows?
I've heard they're big
I
fans of
wouldn't-
Zach Wilson.
If
You
he,
just flip the table. That'd be fucking
I would
stupid.
love to see somebody other go first. It
Same.
would be so
Every
good.
year we say
Imagine
the
the
same thing.
scammering everyone would do if like somehow, so say they take Fields 1, just which they're not going to, but say they do, and then the Jets shit the bed and like, well, we're going to take Wilson because what's wrong with Lawrence? And then someone like San Fran end up with Lawrence, and because you know Shanahan's just going to go,
JA is just reading the script for draft day right now.
yeah, I'm just
That's
reading.
exactly right. Yep.
Yeah, like you know that Shanahan's just going to be like, yeah, we're going to take Lawrence, you absolute morons. Why didn't you take him?
Imagine though, that is what happened though at the Baker Mayfield draft year.
No, but that did come out the night before.
The night before it came out.
that
Up
had got
until
out.
then, there was other people pinged as first. Which look,
Well, that
didn't
year
end up
everyone
too
was a
well.
bit closer though. Like Lawrence is
Was it
above
it
it,
was
ahead of everyone else.
Allen,
Baker,
Donald,
Allen, Darnold, Rosen, and Lamar.
and
The
Lamar?
big problem with Lawrence is if you don't take him now, because he's been the preemptive number one pick for basically 2 years,
Yeah.
that if you don't take him and he works out,
Oh, you guys look stupid.
Well,
he
he's-
just can't.
And if you do take him and he's a bust, I don't think anyone's ever going to
No, exactly.
crucify
'cause
you for it.
everybody was saying that he was going to be the number one.
Yeah, same as Kyler Murray with Arizona. Like everyone was saying that these people need to be first, so makes sense. The only people who could shit the bed would be the Giants if they ever get the first pick. It's just what we do.
What they wouldn't do is trade back. Because
No,
he wouldn't
so there's
even, he
been
won't
50
even
was it
answer his
50
phone.
55 picks. In
Did you see during the
Gettleman's
week,
thing.
Gettleman came out and goes, "Oh, I've tried to
Yeah.
trade back. I just can't get a deal I like."
Yeah, I just don't want to be
It's like,
fleeced.
no, mate, you've never traded back in your entire career.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear as well? The Jets received multiple calls for the 102 and just absolutely refused to entertain. I mean, there's something about working in that facility that just makes you completely brain dead, doesn't it? Like,
With the water.
just-
It's got some form of hallucinogen in it.
Oh, we also
it
need to
has to. MetLife Stadium's pipes have got like.
talk about Aaron Rodgers and something too.
Oh
Here we go. The pick is in.
All right, let's get it. We're all going Lawrence, yeah, surely.
Has to
Surely
be
everyone's
Trevor
going
Lawrence. But
Lawrence.
how exciting would it be if it
Everyone's-
wasn't? All the bookies would lose all their money. Actually, no.
No, they win all their money.
Hey, if anyone who's watching, just let us know if like you can't hear any of us very well or anything like that, because it's hard to tell. I've got a wireless mic. I'm not sure if everyone knows. It's kind of a big deal. It's on a lanyard. Clips to my jumper. So I'm going to show you up close to this.
Please.
That was pretty.
Ooh. Wait, are you wearing a wireless mic but wired headphones?
Yep.
Yeah, look. I'm not doing this.
And have a look at the amazing quality headphones too.
Yeah, they're all tangled. There's the one with the longest cord, so I can get back to the computer and back.
Amazing.
Is that Joe Thomas?
Yeah.
Why hasn't he got fat like every other lineman in the history of the NFL?
He doesn't have to eat to stay on the field anymore.
So he's gone the other way. He's become
Yeah.
fit.
Apparently, he said he just went back to eating like a normal person. All the way.
Who is the other guy who played offensive line? If he played for the Broncos and he's lost a ton of weight.
There's a lot of guys that have played for the Broncos, Lewis. So you
Yeah, I know.
narrow it
Like,
down a little bit for me.
he was a
Garrett
big
Ball.
offensive lineman.
For
For Franklin, somebody Franklin,
Orlando Franklin.
Orlando Franklin. Yeah, he's lost so much weight. He looks ridiculously good.
Yeah, right.
Subway diet, obviously.
Yeah, what happened was, and
There
They
it
all-
is. First pick.
excellent. Well, you guys must be way in front of us. What are you on?
Yeah, I'm on 7 mate. So
7, mate.
So, mate, yeah, we're on KO. Goodell's only just talking.
oh, dude, you need to whiz it back up to the start.
Oh, really?
It's probably yeah. If if it slows down, you can sort of catch itself up.
Be that far. Oh, we're miles behind.
Yeah.
Why is it doing that? We're looking at it.
KO isn't as user friendly as it could be from time to time.
Jacksonville. 9 minutes left for the pick. I don't know if that's right.
9 minutes left for the pick, and
No, the pick's in already. So
No, the pick's in, and it came in at about 1 minute left to go. So you are a fair way behind.
Telling you.
You're basically on WA time.
Hey, Corey, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you, Corey. Corey's just still trying to work out how the draft goes for more than 2 hours. Yeah, live for me on KO is like, it says there's 8 minutes to go for Jacksonville to pick.
Try
KO can't be that far behind.
Have you got the 7 app?
Yeah, I'm going to do that now.
So Trevor Lawrence was number 1 overall pick.
It's very cool, by the way. I think that Trevor Lawrence decided to stay home. He could have been the number 1. Would be gone to the draft and all that, but he stayed home, got all his friends and family there. I do like that. And he's got his little Gatorade endorsement, got the bottles there in the shot.
Oh yeah, because he can sell his likeness now.
Get your money.
But it seems he is that sort of dude. Like he's all about football, all about family, all about his faith, and that's kind of part of the appeal to him. He doesn't have a lot happening outside of that. He's a very focused individual who, I think the common phrase that's thrown around is best prospect since Luck. I think he's better than Andrew Luck was coming out. Like I think it's better than that. I don't know if there is a better prospect coming out. Like he
a new Taylor though.
So is that how good you think he is, Will? Do you think he's like the best quarterback for a long time?
He's more athletic.
Correct. He's more athletic. Not only did he come in, like he came in as the number 1 guy out of high school. Everyone thought he was going to be, the second coming, and it's tough to live up to that. And not only has he done that, but he probably exceeded it.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's because I said I don't watch a lot of college football, but
the difference is though, if you look at the actual highlights package of any ESPN weekend show, you'll see him a lot in it.
The thing is, well, like I think people have been like, "Oh, there hasn't been enough talk about Trevor Lawrence." I think that probably just shows how good he is. That people are just not nitpicking him, or he's the number 1. That's it. If you don't take him, you're an idiot. Like that's kind of the attitude.
Well, there's been no question about it where he's going to land.
Whereas, like you see, if say Lawrence wasn't in this draft, Fields, everyone would be going, "Oh, is Fields going to go number 1?" Or like, there's obviously a lot of, concern about him. Whereas
it's interesting how far he's fallen off the radar in the top 5 picks. Justin Fields.
How far do you reckon he drops?
I reckon he's going to drop to under 10.
I still don't think he makes it out the top 10. I think a team moves up to get him. Although the Broncos now, which we haven't even talked about, we sort of like joked about the Tim Tebow news, but all of the reports coming out from folks on Twitter is that the Denver Broncos have made a very sizable offer to trade for Aaron Rodgers from the Green Bay Packers, who's flatly said he's not going back. He doesn't like any of the staff, and he would.
Are we buying that?
Well, that news.
Yeah.
He doesn't. I was buying that last year.
Yeah.
The timing of it, he's done it to force their hand because they go, oh shit, we need to do something. I think this is serious.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it absolutely is for sure.
This is way different from any of the other times. He wanted an extension, they wouldn't give it. They tried to restructure, then they came back with an extension. He said, "No, I'm done. Get me out of here." He's Jets running down the clock now. We've got about 3.5 minutes left on the Jets.
Well, they just decided maybe we should answer our phones. So do we think we get a deal here for Rodgers in this next?
I don't think it's too short to come to a deal agreement on a player that good.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they're going to struggle to come to an arrangement.
So do the Packers draft a quarterback, or do they roll with Love?
Well, they reckon they've already got one. They have Love.
They really like Love, but I know it seems quick, but I don't know. Does Rodgers have?
Like this has been happening behind the scenes, right?
Right,
like
this has been going on for a while. It's just been
fed.
It's been fed out now to cause absolute chaos. But you'd think Rodgers' agent would have been talking, or maybe like talking with Elway. Surely, Rodgers must have a relationship with John Elway anyway.
Well, the red hot rumor was that they told him in the off season that they were going to trade him, and then they couldn't find a trade partner or to get back what they felt was fair value. And they're like, okay, so we'll probably keep you. And he's like, oh, hang on a minute. now he's really fucking low. So problem is,
Correct.
what are they going to have to give up to let him go though? So say you're the Niners, because if I was the Niners, I would rather
number 3 and Garoppolo
than the number 3. I give both those and next year's number 1.
Oh, really? You'd go that much?
That's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. In the Niners position, I would do the same. I don't think you even need to, but I would do it.
Yes.
Yep.
How old is Rodgers?
Do you think he has slipped off in any bit?
No,
37.
37?
37. He's got 5 years left minimum.
If it doesn't work
Well,
out,
after
he'll be
last
picking
year,
at the
he
top
didn't
end
look
of
like
the
he was slowing down. He looked like he was ramping up.
And then if the Niners traded for him, he's in even more FU mode.
and he's in a good system.
Yeah, he's in. You would argue the same system.
Pick us in with the Jets. I just don't think the Packers are going to entertain trading him to a NFC rival.
It really feels like the Packers are at the club and they've been dancing with, like a hottie, but they're kind of looking around. They're looking at other options and they're saying, "Oh, actually, maybe this 10 over here is going to be a chance." And they've waited too long in the night. Now she's going, "Fuck yeah."
They've got a 9. They've got a 9 waiting for him. Maybe a bit older, but hey, a genuine 9.
Yeah.
And then there's 10.
Sure thing.
There's 10 floating around everywhere, and
They were all
everyone.
already on a short leash. They were already on a short leash because last year when they were at the club, they were out with their wife
Exactly
and
right.
she went to the bathroom and
Yeah.
they got caught getting a number off a young girl.
Yeah. No, there's
They didn't need it. They didn't need it. They just wanted to see if they could still do it.
It's going to be
It's Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Well,
Has to be
thinking Zach?
Wilson.
I'd love it to be like lunch tray or something
Does
like
anyone think it won't be
No,
Zach?
it has to be Zach Wilson.
that. If it's not
So
Zach
look,
Wilson,
the
what a
bookies
smokescreen.
aren't always very wrong, and the bookies have this as like a really, really, really short odds. And I'm going to back with the bookies.
You know, I think all these people they have inside information.
Yeah, Zach Wilson. There we go. Todd McShay said he'd been told explicitly the pick was Zach Wilson, and when they say that, you're usually pretty good.
It's
There we go,
pretty
Zach
close.
Wilson.
Yeah.
The only thing that will stop them is if the Bears can trade down right now and get someone like Trubisky, like someone real
He's
crap.
a generational talent.
Maybe like
though,
Jake Fromm or someone like that.
Does anyone think Zach can
Easy.
succeed in the organization?
I don't think
No.
anyone
In
can.
all seriousness,
No.
I don't think anyone can succeed. I think Robert Saleh is like he's a good coach.
I think Zach's better than Donald, but going
I reckon
there,
close.
Who
I reckon
knows?
they're very,
Who's-
very
Who's
close.
the number one? Who's the number one target? Who's the supporting cast that they have there to help him out?
yeah, that's a really
Corey
good
Davis,
they like Mims, the guy from last year.
Corey Davis, Denzel Mims, Jamison Crowder, Chris Herndon are their primary pass catchers. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No, nothing to really be thrilled about. And then who they got? Total
Wilson.
Rock.
He's a pretty boy, Zach Wilson, though.
It wouldn't.
How good's the meme of that? He looks like the Disney character actor to play Zach Wilson in the story
in the
about
Disney
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, it was very funny.
He's got a real
I-
Disney vibe about
It
him.
wouldn't
does.
surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all if the Jets went and got a receiver at pick 23 when they pick again in the first round, or or a couple of guys in the second. Maybe they
Well,
draft
pretty
an
deep
offensive
wide.
lineman.
It's a
There's
deep wide
plenty of good ones.
receiver
The other
round,
option
yeah.
picking that deep though is they could take somebody like a Najee Harris.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
true.
Yeah,
Try and take a little pressure off a quarterback by having a good running game.
there's a lot of talk about who's the other running back.
Etienne.
Etienne. There's a lot of talk about them with him because he's a better pass
He's
catcher
a,
than Najee
he's a
Harris.
like NFL ready pass catching back. I think is what they're
Yeah.
putting on him. Whereas Najee Harris looks awesome.
33-3 touchdown to interception ratio in the NFL.
And looking through this highlights package, you'll see why he skyrocketed up. So this is a guy that was not talked about as a draft pick at all, really, coming into the start of last year. And now he's being picked as a consensus number 2 by most of the experts out there. Watching him, he was one of my favorite college players because he can just whip it on a rope. He was playing in a fun system out at BYU. Like, it's great to see, but there's got to be some concern and bust potential there for that.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
That flash in the pan sort of stuff. BYU's schedule this year across the college season was panned. Like, it was garbage. They were playing trash teams every week. He hasn't really played against anyone. And every time he was playing, like Mac Jones cops it for having an elite supporting cast. I would say BYU's supporting cast, while it's not elite, compared to who they're playing against, is at the same sort of deal that they are that much more
dominance.
athletically gifted.
Yeah. It's always a concern when a quarterback comes out of nowhere to rise this rapidly. And, the comparison stands. It was Mitch Trubisky. It was the same thing that happened. They went for him because he had an arm. Sure. But now everyone's chasing the Nets. Patrick Mahomes. Everyone's talked about the type of arm talent he has, the throws he can make. But
This throw's insane.
I don't know.
That's what I get. Like, the Mitch thing's tough because he wasn't good at college.
No, that was such a weird thing, wasn't it?
The thing for BYU is they never should have gone independent because now they can't build a decent schedule every year. They have to play rubbish teams.
I don't know what that means, Richard.
That just
It looks good for
They're
tape.
not. Are they better than Notre
you
Dame?
piss me off so much. You make me so mad.
Because you know I do know what it means.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
I'm just
fucking wind me up.
Said, look, it worked. Hey guys, I just want to say we're T minus 20 minutes and 27 seconds, and I've officially wound Richie up. Talking college.
And
So
that,
Richie,
that means
they have scholarships. Yes, is that correct?
I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm gonna go home.
We'll
I'm gonna
just
home.
we'll just talk over them. Just keep talking until they shut up.
well, I was just going to say, if we're 20 minutes in, then according to Corey's logic, we should probably be a little bit more advanced than 2 picks in at this stage.
Because just counting for Corey is a real challenge.
And I just want to get in on the whole ragging on dudes who aren't here sort of thing.
Oh,
so.
Yeah.
For sure.
Got to attack Corey as much as possible, and then when Corey gets here, we go straight after Kempy, and we don't hold back in any way.
It's pretty much
I feel
how
like he
all
started,
roll.
he started swinging at Kempy at the end of the last podcast, even before he left the building.
Yeah, we're giving some.
That's fantastic.
He's not here on draft day, so he started like eating at it.
I love to hear this because ever since I heard the last podcast ep that you had with him, all of my draft day prep for today has just been about notes that I can rag on him. So it's nothing to do with the players or any of that. It's just we went to high school together. There's a lot of shit that I'm going to drag out across the next 4 and a bit hours. So I'm excited.
I knew you boys would fit in at the vault. I knew it.
Can I put something out there?
Yes.
It's totally off topic. How bad are the draft hats this year? They
Yeah,
all look
shit
exactly
is.
the same. It's the
Yeah.
same badge on the front. And that,
Yeah.
I used to like those
really-
that were all
yeah,
individual
same.
and something a bit different about them. This year's
Even when the ones were
garbage.
so absolutely shitty and too many things on them, it was still exciting.
I
They
like
were
the
original.
single. I like the single letter hats. Like the Dallas one just has the big D on it. Like Tampa has the
You
TV.
do love a big Danny.
You would like that, JA.
They've changed the Cowboys one to be a big L.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Losers.
You know what? If this was a year ago, I'd be giving it back to you. But you guys won the Super Bowl.
Oh, geez, my head's itchy.
Yeah, look at the camera. Oh, no one will know.
Oh, sorry.
Are you wearing a?
You may as well.
So
Yeah.
Richie on the bandwagon.
This is
the pick.
exciting.
We're going to
This
talk
is
about pick 3. This is the one.
the exciting of whether or not they
Yeah,
can-
2 minutes and change. So
Is there
starting to
any
get a little more interesting.
chance?
Yeah.
We just get a trade here and Rodgers
No.
is on the Niners.
No
Do you reckon
chance
they'll
at
do
all.
it?
It's too late. I don't know. What I really want it to be Mac Jones only because my buddy Ed is going to die and potentially, self-harm if they do pick Mac Jones. He just doesn't want it.
I'm telling you, it's going to be Mac Jones.
You're exactly right.
I think
Yeah,
it's gonna
I think it's Mac Jones as well.
be-
I don't like the
Shanahan's
Mac,
going to get his way.
I think it's going to be Mac Jones.
It's going to be lunch tray.
I think
I'll-
lunch would be a
I'll
better
back
option.
the bookies. I'll
Back in
back
the
the
bookies,
bookies.
you got
Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Massive slide on him at the 3 there. So they obviously
he
know
certainly
something.
has the most upside, Trey Lance, with the players left. Like he's
True.
got the lowest floor, but his ceiling could, with his athleticism.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
just
just
argue
Justin
Justin
Fields,
Fields.
man. Yeah,
Justin
Justin
Fields,
Fields.
Yeah, Justin Fields for me.
I feel for
I
that
like
dude.
him. I reckon he should be in this spot, but I don't think they'll take him.
What's actually happened to Justin Fields? Like,
Couldn't beat our
Is
take
it the epilepsy? Is that like something that
I
wasn't well known? I don't know.
A bit outspoken at the start of last year when it came to the COVID precautions. He was a little bit too lippy when it came to.
but he played.
He did, but he caused a lot of chaos when it came to some of those. I guess the people holding the wallets.
I just
So I
don't
think
think
that he
the NFL
actually he
care.
rubbed the
Someone's
going
gonna
to
get a
the
bargain
wrong
with
way.
him.
I think
I think
someone's
gonna
going to get a
I
bargain.
think the
Pick us
Patriots should trade up and get him at like
Pick us
10.
in.
Oh, here we go. Everyone bets in. I'm going Lance Trey. Trey Lance, lunch tray. Whatever his name.
It's going to be Mac
Lunch
Jones.
tray.
Can we not? I think Mac Jones should be called lunch tray because he looks like he just eats that garbage that you find on lunch trays at all times.
See the meme that he
You
Hey,
guys
was
he's
all
a
across what a Mac is?
A Mac.
Macaroni.
No, like
Hey,
where Mac comes from?
Yeah, McCorkle.
Oh, McCorkle. Yeah.
McCorkle.
Great
It's
name.
amazing.
Wow.
That's a major league name. I don't care what anyone says. McCorkle
Yeah.
Jones.
He looks like a Lego man.
You got to have a live arm when your name is McCorkle.
Yeah, you better be. You'd either want to be a really good accountant or a really good football player. There's your
Or know how to
choice.
fight.
I like
have
my
a very
lawyer
good
to be
friend that knows how to
McCorkle.
fight.
McCorkle lawyer.
I'd feel good if my lawyer walked in and said, "Hi, I'm McCorkle." I'd be like,
I feel like
"Excellent,
the best
we're going to win."
You'd be like, excellent, I didn't do it.
is Aubrey. The best Aubrey name is Aubrey.
Aubrey?
Lawyer name is Aubrey. He comes and goes, yeah, mate, I'm Aubrey Jones. You're like, yeah, you're a lawyer. You're going to win this case. All right, Richie,
Deshaun Watson just tried to hire both of them.
Mac
Jones. Will's with me on lunch tray. Who have you got, Lewis?
Mac Jones.
Wouldn't you be? You'd be an Alabama fan, wouldn't you? Because you're a Patriots fan too.
You're Florida State, aren't you?
Holy shit, Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
Wow.
How are we behind you guys on the same channel?
Because he's not watching live. You're
Because I'm not streaming. I'm watching on terrestrial digital TV.
It's normal TV.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Get Brocky to run an aerial line down.
Wow.
Mizzle, you're on.
I got an analog TV.
Come over here and run an aerial line today.
With Trey Lance going this early, what happens now? How many teams are calling Atlanta?
Yeah, tons. I reckon that people would trade up to get Mac Jones.
But who would be trading up for him?
Well, Broncos would have been, but now if we agree that
I think if you're Broncos or Carolina, you're just sitting pretty here now, thinking one of these two guys, either Fields or Mac Jones, is going to be there if you want him. But
this is a really interesting pick, though.
Different players.
This has implications for the Niners beyond like just the quarterback that they've picked. This takes away power in the organization from Kyle Shanahan and his York and John Lynch saying, no, we're making the selections. Because
you listen to that interview.
If you take it the other way, they put out the greatest smokescreen.
Oh, hell yeah, definitely. I'll get Mac Jones.
They may have been on Lance from the start, knowing that they could get him at 3, which is why they traded up, and everything since then has just been smoke.
Yeah, Trey Lance is exciting. Trey Lance actually has that excitement factor, whereas I think Mac Jones is a very system quarterback. He's going to be boring as hell, but he'll get the job done. So I think they've done it.
But that's one of the most system.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Can we all agree that Trey Lance, out of all the quarterbacks that he get drafted, is entering the best situation? They've got
100%,
they've got a premier left tackle, a first round pick at right tackle. Their interior is pretty good. They've got running backs, receivers, and scheme. And
defense.
Better question. How many games start this year?
8.
No, 12.
Garoppolo starts the first half.
No,
the same as
there's been serious rumors about them moving Garoppolo back to the Patriots on a restructured deal.
That's what I'm saying. How many does he start?
He might start 16 games.
That'd be incredible if he comes in and takes 16.
I think you're dead. You're spot on that he is in the best situation, but he's coming from the furthest back. He played one game in the COVID-shortened season for North Dakota State. Before that, he had a full season. It was an amazing season, but it's at FCS level. That's it.
Yep.
Outside of that, he had 0 Div 1 offers.
Yeah, he was
out of high school.
One-star recruit. One-star recruit.
Well, you know what? In saying that, though, good on him. Like, well done.
Yeah.
Being a one-star recruit and now being the number 3 pick.
Incredible.
I think the big thing about him, and what a lot of talk is that his ceiling is just so high. His ceiling's kind of better than Dak Prescott, but his floor is awful.
Look, you have to be fair today. Dak Prescott got lucky.
Somebody else.
Nah, I was like his floor, he could be Trubisky. He could be a Trubisky because his accuracy is what lets him down. Yeah. And
as
we
Brock
know
Jones
for a fact,
has put into the chat, 1 winning season in the last 4 years.
Yeah, and he also plays Division 2. So
true, so it's a bit different, isn't
or what do they call it? Fake Division 1.
I call it fake Division 1.
What do you call it? Yeah,
there's 2 Division 1s. There is the bowl division and the playoff division. So the playoff is the old Division 2.
Yeah. So he does, but in saying that,
he's got serious. He does have serious wheels when he takes off.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And big.
He's the dual threat, which is what all the teams want these days.
Big dude.
Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't a dual threat.
The reason
I think they've done the right thing.
Rating was so coming out of high school is it was a run-first offense with him as well.
Yeah.
But he was only passing something like his average passes per game was something like 7.
Yeah.
Like it was insanely low, which is why he didn't get many offers. But what he's turned it into, good on him, it's a number 3 pick in the draft.
Yeah. And it's gone to the 49ers, who are a really good organization at this point.
Well, as Jay said, that's the best situation any rookie quarterback's going to go in.
I think it's probably fascinating to point out, looking back historically, as you guys mentioned on the pod, we're going to have 5 first-round quarterbacks drafted here. Maybe one at a stretch, 2 will be successful.
Yeah.
Well, but in saying that, though, you look at the draft picks from,
Trubisky is still playing
the Baker Mayfield draft. Baker seems like he's going to be a good starter. I don't know if he's going to be the best quarterback in the league. Lamar Jackson's won an MVP.
Josh
Allen
awesome.
competed for an MVP last year. You've got Josh Rosen, who's a complete bust.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, let's give him next year to make a decision.
Oh,
So he's on another team.
Exactly.
He's-
So
that's
he
exactly-
failed. He was a
that's the
failed
fail.
pick for the Jets.
But that was a good quarterback class. When you're looking over time, you're looking at highs and lows of deeper quarterbacks and shallower quarterback classes. I mean, go back to it was Cam Newton, Blaine Gabbert, and Jake Locker, right? They were like the three. There was one real quarterback there.
Now the best draft was the Christian
Jesus.
Ponder
Have a
draft.
look at, but even have a look
Christian
at the.
Ponder, EJ Manuel. Ugh.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
what is this? Attack Florida State Day? Come on now.
Jameis Winston.
Keep going.
Look at that draft. Both of those guys are on different
Well,
teams
Jameis
now.
Winston, Marcus
They don't even
Mariota,
start.
one,
So-
too.
Again.
Mariota, yeah.
Listen, man, Jameis Winston, he's got his LASIK. Comeback player of the year, Jameis Winston.
He'll be able to spot those crab legs.
He's got it.
Taysom's the man. That
Does anyone think-
$140 million
Pick is
contract.
in. Atlanta. Mac Jones is going to slide here. Mac Jones is going to slide.
Yes, he will.
So Atlanta didn't trade.
Atlanta are taking Kyle Pitts.
Atlanta
They
taking
will
They
Kyle
have to be taking Kyle Pitts.
Sure. Cole Pitts.
Hey, just so far though, on my my pick'em, I'm 3 for 3.
I am.
Mm-hmm. I took
That's
one.
amazing.
I threw Justin Fields there as the roughie. I probably should have.
I took
How-
lunch.
How did they score this predictor pick? How do I get 0 points? I thought you got if you got the position right, you got some points. No.
No, I don't think so.
Oh
I thought-
wow. Do we want it? Are you sure you want to keep him on the podcast? Kyle Pitts will bust.
Who said that?
Takes like this, Kempy. Kyle Pitts will be a bust.
Yeah, Kempy's what everyone's got to understand about Kempy, and we touched on this on the podcast, is he fucking hates everyone. He doesn't
Yeah.
think anyone's going to be good, and that's what I
Well,
love
that's
about
true.
him.
Actually, the question. For the
But it's
podcast-
funny though, because he hates them. He hates them with an NFL lens. Like a lot of these guys, he loves at the college level. Zach Wilson,
Right.
he was raving about. He's all about him. He just thinks in the pros he's really going to struggle, and he doesn't see that projecting out very well. So it's
No, that's fair. I think
you
what
be
the
surprised if
NFL
he's
teams have
rookie, mate?
finally realized, and the teams that did it best once the rookie wage scale came in, is adapt their offenses to maximize the output from their rookie picks on salary controlled contracts. And they've started to adjust
I know.
and shorten the adaptation period to transition from college to the NFL because they realize, okay, we've got these guys under real cheap deals relative to their positional peers.
True. Would anyone be absolutely off?
And it's refreshing to see people ragging on.
Kyle Pitts to the Falcons.
Of course.
I'm 4 for
There
4.
it is.
Can we just quickly discuss? I just wanted to have a real, just
Can you
to have
go
a bit of a
through
laugh.
the leaderboard?
I actually want to go through the last. I want to go through the last from 2010, all the Oakland Raiders first round picks. It just came to me, and it's really fun to bring up. So in 2010, they
How
took
many small,
Rolando
tiny receivers?
McClain. Then they had no picks in 11 and 12. They then took DJ Hayden in 13, Khalil Mack in 14, who they then traded away and became an All-Pro. Amari Cooper in 15, who they traded away and became an All-Pro. Carl Joseph in 16, Garyon Conley in 17, Colton Miller in 18. In 19, they took Cleveland Ferrell, Josh Jacobs, and Jonathan Abram.
Abrams
they-
got injured though.
Yeah, but
He got injured.
And Jacobs
before
is a
the first game.
solid running back, but who takes him in the first round? You know what I mean? And Cleveland Ferrell looks like he's going to be the worst pick in the history of Raiders football. And then last year they took Henry Ruggs and Damon Arnett in the first round. I can't wait for the Raiders pick. I know I rag on the Lions. At least the Lions pick the right guy. It's just their organization's a piece of shit and they fail. The Raiders just pick the crap guy every year. Say, hey, dude, can you run? Yeah, I can run. All right, you're our first pick. All right, make sure you show us how you can run though.
So what is
What's going
Cincinnati?
on, Dougie?
Sewell,
Cincinnati's going.
Sewell or
and
Chase?
Well,
Sewell.
they're going at O-lineman, and I think it has to be Penei Sewell.
Oklahoma Doug TV. Oklahoma Doug TV. Who's that?
It's Dougie. Shout out to Dougie. He's just had some surgery. His face is all fat and puffed up. So get well soon, bud.
Go well soon, Oklahoma Dougie. That's a good name. What TV is he on? YouTube TV?
YouTube.
Big Zero, Oklahoma.
Got
Yeah,
to follow my man if you're into IDP. He knows what's up.
Can we just say,
He
like,
looks.
how good is Atlanta's offense going to be?
It's looking like they're going to be very.
If they don't trade Julio, the problem is they've got
Cole-
massive money problems. They've got no cap.
Yeah, but that's
No.
next year's problem.
No, they can't afford to pay their draft class. They need to.
Oh, they're going to clear somebody up for the class.
So that's why apparently the Julio Jones trade talk is through the
It's
roof.
happening.
You've got to find another way to do it.
You can't. You need to have Pitts,
Julio's a
Jones, Calvin Ridley,
Yeah.
Gurley, and who'd they sign? What running back did they sign this offseason?
Mike Davis.
Mike Davis. So they've got
He's good. Mike Davis can play, man. Mike Davis can seriously play.
They got to work out. Just redo his deal.
Yeah.
Push the money out.
He's like 24 million.
In saying that, who's his offside?
But you can't just trade it because some of it does stay with you even when you trade it.
Do they have Toilio still? Falcons.
What does a draft class cost you though?
A lot. In the
4
top
million,
10.
5 million?
No, I think it's like 15.
In the top 10, it's actually a lot.
I think Kyle Pitts will be on like 7 or 8 million straight away.
Yeah, okay.
And also it's the signing bonus, and it's quite a big thing for the top 10 now.
I'm just getting
Then after that, it drops considerably.
So we've seen chalk through the first 4, according to the bookies. It's kind of gone to script. The next one is Jamar Chase. They've got it at $1.45 with the bookies. So I like Sewell.
What's Sewell?
Surely he's...
I'm going Chase.
320 or something.
He's
wearing orange, white, and black shoes today.
So
I really hope he doesn't get taken.
My issue here is Chase is. I think he's the best receiver available, but
it's the most exciting.
They've got Burrow, right? Burrow through one season has already done his knee because he got hit more times in the history of the NFL in the first 8 games than anyone else. So why would you not protect that investment and get the best tackle in the draft?
Here's why. Because you wouldn't be watching Chase highlight tape, and you would have seen Joe Burrow throwing it to him on every single pass. You'd be like, holy crap, these two had it going on.
You've got to do the right thing.
And you know what?
You want to know how it
doesn't
happens?
have John Ross there anymore.
That's how it
he
happens.
does need someone.
Got to protect him. And this is the offensive lineman in me coming out. We all know I'm going to favour offensive line over receiver. But
in saying that, I
you
could
have to
say
take
the same with
pure
nearly every team in the top 15. I could say they need a lineman.
Well, everyone needs one. They're so hard to find. So when you have the
Every
opportunity to
single
get one
one.
that everyone thinks is going to be the next All-Pro, why would you not do it?
Imagine if it was going to be the next Quentin Nelson. Like, how amazing did he make that offensive line?
Yeah.
Like,
But in saying that, though, Luck still retired 2 years later.
That
I don't
being
know
said,
if that was to
though,
do with linemen.
No, it was the damage he took before that.
Exactly
but hasn't
right.
Cincinnati been spending on draft capital? Didn't they get a tackle last year? And didn't they?
Yeah, they've got Jonah Williams. They brought in old mate Riley Reef from the Vikings.
Actually, I call him revolving door Reef.
Yeah.
Because that's what his career does. He revolving doors between other teams, and that's how he plays tackle too. He's terrible. In saying that, he's terrible in the NFL.
Yeah, but they have been investing
standard.
in the O-line. Do they need to continue to do that here? That's all I'm putting out there.
But of course, there's going to be offensive linemen available at the top of the second round where they're picking again. So they might be thinking we're going to go get an absolute game-changing wide receiver, and then continue to reinforce the line. And they're going to ask Joe Burrow as well. They're going to have his input.
They signed Golden Tate in the offseason. I know that's not a massive, he's a player.
His girlfriend is quite a strong advocate on Twitter, so
don't think it's. They've also got Boyd, who's one of the best slot receivers in the NFL, and they took T. Higgins,
the 33, who's a player, man. T. Higgins is a player.
Pickers in, no trade.
No, I didn't think that.
It wouldn't be a trade for sure.
All right, everyone, are we going receiver or tackle? Is it out of receiver or tackle? I don't think they're taking anyone else.
For sure.
It's Chase or Sewell.
They're the type that will shock us and take like Devonta Smith.
I can't remember who I put on my pick, I think, but I think
I put my pick as Jamar Chase and some dollars as well on there.
Yeah,
I think it'll be Chase.
I've got Sewell, but I think either way they go, it's hard to badmouth them.
It's the exciting pick to go Jamar Chase.
It's hard to if they take Chase though. It's hard to say they're wrong because they need receivers and they need tackles. And you're right, they took a tackle in the first round last year.
And imagine
they took the tight Billy Price, the center, in the first round the year before.
Having Burrow and Jamar Chase playing together for the next 10 years is probably going to look pretty good.
Yeah, if he's
I
good.
guarantee you they aren't both there in 10 years' time.
Yep. Exactly.
Amy, I absolutely refuse to say such words. I'm sorry.
Say roll tide. I can't believe you're an Australian that's a Patriots fan that isn't an Alabama fan, Lewis. What
doesn't
happened?
make much sense.
Do you like the Lakers and the Yankees?
Yeah, big Yankees.
No.
Boston Red Sox. That's way better than being a Yankees fan.
I thought Florida is kind of
I liked
close
them
to
before the
Bama.
curse was lifted. That's what every Australian Boston fan says. Or like, if you're a Patriots and a Boston fan, you're like, I like all the teams in Boston. Do you like Boston College? No, I like Alabama.
Anyone ever been to a Patriots game? It ain't in Boston.
Yeah, I love it. I was talking to someone last night and talking about Tom Brady and just saying that the joy I feel now at Tom Brady, how I never wanted him to win a Super Bowl a year ago, and now I want him to win 20. I want him to win.
Me too.
And we realised that we have to hated the Patriots.
I hated the
You didn't hate
Patriots.
Tom Brady.
I love Tom Brady. He's everything. I have a
I
T-shirt.
want
with him on
Gronk
it
to
now.
win 3 more Super Bowls.
Who would have thought 2 years ago I'd have a T-shirt with Tom Brady on it? I hated that guy.
Unless it
He's
was
the
a joke.
best. I also think I hate Bill Belichick. I think that's where I'm at in life.
You reckon?
Yeah, and he was only a product of Tom Brady. Fucking worst coach ever.
There you go.
Go and bowl.
Come to the Vault studio for the spiciest of takes.
Tom Brady's a system quarterback. He's just good in all the systems.
He is the system.
And like the new thing will be all the Packers fans will be like, yeah, you're right. Aaron Rodgers was overrated.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
We never thought he was good.
Jordan Love will definitely do the same thing. Yeah.
I can't wait to see what happens. You know what? You know what's going to happen? He plays for the Packers this year.
No.
They work it out. They give him a pay increase. And
He's
he pays for
gone.
him.
He's gone, wherever it is.
I reckon he plays.
I think Broncos would be.
Aaron Rodgers has got a better chance for sitting down for a meal with his brother than he does for playing with the Packers this year.
You mean Jordan Rodgers, NFL quarterback guru? That's Jordan Palmer.
That's Jordan Palmer.
The wrong reject brother. No, I think Jordan Rodgers is he's a reality TV star, Jordan Rodgers.
He was wasn't he a college quarterback though? I think he did play a little bit of football.
I think he played in the pros a bit, but I know he was on The Bachelor.
He was The Bachelor,
I think. Or was he on The Bachelorette trying to get the girl?
Was he the Bachelor?
I don't know.
Do
you know what? A quick Google search could solve this. Give me a minute as I turn to the battle station.
The Bengals selection
Here we go.
is in.
Are they going to protect or are they going to give him someone to catch?
You just called them the Bengals.
Bengals.
Jamar Chase, baby.
Right.
What it do?
That is exciting.
That's just a sign of we don't care about protecting our quarterback.
Yeah. That's
Throw it
exciting for
quicker.
highlight tape. So I think, like you said, they'll be together in that organization for 10 years and they'll look pretty.
There's
Who's
a lot
the
of talk
backup there?
that it's the deepest tackle class in years and years and years, and they're going to be picking at the top of the second round. They'll get one.
Do they have a second pick in the first? They don't, do they? No, you know what? I can't wait. I can't wait to see Brandon Allen throw to Jamar Chase this season after Burrow goes down with another horrific knee injury.
Well, Burrow will not be ready for the start of the year.
No.
Let's just call him RG3 the second. That's it.
That's rough.
Career over in 2 years. You heard it here.
Well, technically, it would be RG3 RG the fourth. I don't know.
RG third, the
No,
second.
because his name's not Robert Griffin.
Robert Griffin's kid's RG3. RG.
So RG6 there.
Do you reckon RG4 is going to win a Heisman too? Oh, look at Jamar Chase. He's just he's got all the drip, as the kids would say. See how cool I am, Will? I'm such a cool dad. You got to be cool like me. Say drip.
I don't know if your two little ones are saying drip and clout just shit.
You'd be surprised what they say.
Yeah. Kids
You
these
think the
days.
white guy in the room's his agent?
No, he's his financial advisor. Oh no, that's his coach. That's less. What's the guy with the real shocking voice? The college guy is it Les Miles? No, who's the?
Oh no, it's
Ed Ogeron, Coach
Ed
Ed.
Orgeron.
Isn't he in a bit of trouble?
Go
for-
Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Isn't he in a bit of trouble for maybe doing some wrong things?
No, it was before. It was in the It's. Let's just say LSU hasn't had a great Title IX experience over the last 10 years, and it started well before him.
Okay, so it's not just his fault.
It's been dodgy a while.
Did he hide it?
They all hit it.
Did he go full
They've been
Joe?
hiding it for
Was
10
he full
years.
Joe Paterno?
Oh, no.
That death only escaped him?
I don't know about the
nothing.
sunglasses inside thing. Like that.
My favorite thing about
Well,
Coach O is that he goes running in the middle of the day because he wants to be friends with the sun, and he calls it Ray Baker. That's the greatest thing ever.
He's a leathery individual.
Just leathery beetroot of a man jogging through the hot Louisiana sun at
He's
midday.
buying into that Bayou lifestyle. He wants to kind of morph into becoming an alligator, I assume. Just lying.
Well, isn't that what happens to all Cajuns when they die? They just get thrown into the swamp and become alligators.
It's a
I believe
steamy
so.
place. It is Louisiana. It is a steamy place.
Oh, the Dolphins. Pick us in. Not messing about.
Okay, this is
Waddle.
Or do you
Waddle.
reckon they go receiver, dude?
No,
Because they're
They're
going
going to get one of the Alabama
I
receivers.
agree with you,
There's
Luigi.
a
I reckon
chance
this
tackles
is Waddle.
fall here. There's a chance the tackles all slide because there's so
If
much
that
depth
happens,
and there's no receiver
I'm
depth.
very
in this
excited
draft.
for the Giants to choose the wrong tackle again at 11.
D. Smith.
So if we go around the room, where are we at with this pick?
I think it's going to be Waddle.
I think it's Devonta Smith pairing with Tua. Again, another quarterback
I think
receiver.
they need a taller,
Although
more
2 or 3 to
athletic
Waddle
receiver
too.
than Devonta Smith.
Both of. I think
he's a bit too small
Well,
for
who's,
their
um,
current makeup. I think they're going to go
no,
wide.
because they've got who's the receiver that fights with Slant Boy all the time.
Devontae Parker.
Devontae Parker.
I just love that insult. It's just so good.
Remember the Twitter war?
Man has the NFL record for receptions in a season, and he's just dismissed as slant boy.
Someone.
I'm glad it's a route thing there. I thought that might be going a different direction, and I'm like,
I wasn't talking about Jeremy Chin. Who's
I just thought it was an
who's not
expression
Asian.
to say that he's a cool dude.
another one.
Parker is a big dude. He's that big downfield guy. I think they'll want Smith to play that slot role.
I actually think
stretch
Smith
the
is
field.
an amazing
Well,
receiver.
if they're going to get a slot guy, you get Waddle because Waddle played primarily out of the slot. He is a slot receiver.
Okay, there's my college knowledge showing.
Well,
I'm a little bit worried, JA, because so far we've been bang on every pick. I'm also Devonta Smith here as well.
Smith. I like because Waddle's an Alabama guy too, so there's that connection there too. I don't know.
And it's on trend. Exactly right. We've gone Burrow and Chase, and now we go Tua and Smith.
I just think the draft value here, because Chase is gone, is to go receiver because there's only 2 left that are good. And if they take Devontae Smith, the Oakland Raiders will just quit the draft.
There's only 2 left that are good in an ultra deep receiver class.
Rashad Bateman is a bum. Rondale Moore, bum.
The Oakland Raiders will take Rondale Moore because he runs fast. They'll be like, all right, who we got? The fast guys are gone. Rondale Moore, he can run. All right, cool.
Exactly right. Hey, look, John Ross did so well for the same reason, so let's get him.
Yeah, John Ross. That was
So I want to give a bit of a quick update on my punting. I haven't mentioned it yet, but those who do listen into the college show do
lay it on us.
Hopefully bet against my picks because I'm kind of well known for just ending the season horribly in the hole. And same thing here for draft day. So off the bat, I'd put a chunk of cash on Sewell at 5, and that wasn't to be. So we're not off to the strongest start, but there's, plenty more shots. And my favorite saying in the punting world, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So we'll keep getting at it.
What's your next shot, Will?
Michael Scott, Wayne Gretzky.
The next one that's probably going to come to be, I've got Devonta Smith being drafted before Jalen Waddle.
Nice.
Oh, so you need that.
Was that going? That wouldn't have been going overly high.
Who is FF Doormat?
So everything I've bet on.
That's Matt.
He's only got 100 points.
Oh,
he's only got 100 points. I'll get this up. I can do this.
Whoa!
I got $3. $3 for that. Everyone thought like it was an outside chance. Everything that I've bet on is an underdog because you couldn't multi anything.
Oh, of course.
So there we go. The leader now is FF down under, college football down under. Will B do even and
Benny
Burn.
Boy.
Why is my team not? I'm not in there.
Either. You have to go to the next page.
No, I've got
Jalen Waddle is the pick.
Jalen Waddle.
Yep, I think that's a very good pick by them.
Yeah,
Well,
there's no way Devonta Smith gets out. There's no way Devonta Smith gets out of the top 10 here.
If he does, I reckon the Giants will snap him at 11.
All right, so how the Lions screwed this up?
They take Devonta Smith and
No,
Devonta Smith's
I
career
reckon,
ends.
I reckon that they'll go and take a tackle here now.
They could.
They should. They need to start fixing that absolute crapshoot of a team from the bottom up.
Oh.
Best way to do that is with the O-line.
Well, I can't tell you how much I hate this for the Dolphins. I don't know why. I just hate it. I hate
I
it.
reckon it's like it was much of a muchness between him and
They
Sam.
have the worst rated offensive line in the NFL last 2 years.
I
guess
guess
it's
just
a
fall
deep
into the lap
tackle.
of the Lions.
It's a deep
I
tackle.
hate it for Devonta Smith. Like this is a dude who his whole career has always been you're too small. You get compared to guys like
but he is,
Jalen
and
Waddle.
he's a fucking dwarf.
But then he just shows out. And then like he couldn't have done any more last year, and yet
No, he's
still,
awesome.
even with all of that, he gets picked later. So
He won that award.
I think he'll slide past
The
11 there,
Heisman,
Will.
is that how it's pronounced? He's named after Joe Heisman, who hurt his leg for the Redskins. Is that the football team? I should say. Is that right, Richard? It's called the Heisman. And
You're incorrect.
how would you pronounce that award? Apparently, it's quite coveted in the college system.
the chip that must be on his shoulder is Sam Boy Large. Like it's
Yeah.
And you got to root for him. You got to root for him. As Aussies, we love an underdog, and he's just always kind of downtrodden.
Jalen Waddle's NFL comparison was Santana Moss. I don't know if I'm the sixth pick in the draft, I want my comparison to be a little bit better.
Really? Santana Moss had a great career. You get that.
It's like saying his comparison is, Scary McLaurin. Like that's
a bit rough.
The disrespect here.
It's like your NFL. You're being compared to.
The pick is in already for the Lions, so they
pick is in.
Great for it.
So just to round out the Waddle one, for those who aren't big college fans, I suppose he was an Alabama prospect, like a all-star guy, as all of their guys are. And then this last season, he broke his ankle a couple of games in and missed everything from there. I think he came on for a couple of plays in the national championship game, but we didn't really get to see what that is, and we don't know the impact of that injury as well. So I think that kind of is interesting, that even on the back of that, it wasn't a stellar year for him. He's still gone and been drafted at 6 overall.
Well, Saban was gassing him up in the pre-draft broadcast, saying no, he's never seen anyone get out of their breaks quicker, any receiver ever. So,
he had Jerry Jeudy go through there, he's kind of everyone.
I reckon Drew Lock has made Jerry Jeudy's start of his career a bit rough, so maybe Aaron Rodgers will have a bit of a difference there.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to give the update. Apparently, there's a guy on Twitter who used to play for the Broncos. I sort of lost the feed, but they said the Packers are going to call Rodgers bluff, and he will not be traded today. So
I reckon they'll just hold him and go, "Oh, we're paying you anyway. You're not going to play this year."
Well, Aaron Rodgers, he's got a good Jeopardy career now.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Okay,
Being a game show person is a big deal.
Tommy Tremble here.
Yeah, look, I think if he's going to go tight end,
he's going to shit the bed, that he may as well.
Yeah, Tommy Tremble definitely a bust tight end. They need to take pair him with Hockenson so they can just be average together.
So what do we think? What do we think? They got a new front office, new head man.
Devonta Smith, because of the receivers right now, I think it's going to be
Smart gets Sewell. Their lines are stuffed.
They've got a bit of draft capital. They may as well.
Their line's not that bad.
Left tackle.
Frank Ragnow is one of the best centers in the NFL. They've got Taylor Decker, who's decent.
So make it awesome.
Yeah, make it awesome.
So you can still not have a 1,000-yard running back.
Who needs one of those?
Look at the coach they brought in. They brought in Dan Campbell. He's going to be obsessed with running the football.
He's going to go O-line here, and he's going to be.
I heard Sewell.
He's a trench guy through and through.
I heard the problem with Sewell is he's rarely going to get knocked to the ground so how's he going to bite the kneecaps on the way down? Because he's not.
He'll bend over.
Oh, you reckon he'll bite?
They'll
teach the old snap and bite technique to tackle.
To shit the bed, could they take Najee Harris?
Oh my god!
Yeah, the Smoky I'll throw in the mix here.
What you got?
Defensive side of the ball, Micah Parsons. I think he's got a bit of. He's got Detroit written all over him, just like he's athletic freak. Will go all over the field, but they'll kind of just burn him, and it'll turn out to be not all that much chop. But
Jarrett Davis 2.0. That's what it'll be if they take him. Who's now playing for someone else? Can't even remember who he plays for. He was the first round. I think they go tackle. Tackle's a smart play, and I think that's what Dan Campbell will do because he said he's a meat and potatoes. He lives and breathes football. Like he can run all the routes. He does everything. He's just a football guy, And that's what if I'm going to have a head coach, I'd really like him as a small preference to be a football guy. I think that's important if you're going to be a head coach of the NFL. So I think he'll go tackle, but I actually think the smart play here is to take Devonta Smith if you want a receiver.
They are going absolutely wild in there.
Yeah,
the Lions draft room. They can't believe. Dan Campbell's about to punch that small lady.
Oh, imagine!
They can't let
Imagine if it was Mac Jones.
Or could they go Justin Fields here
at 7? Mac Jones.
No, they just traded for.
They traded for the picks. They didn't care about Jared Goff.
Could they go Justin Fields here? Is that why they're celebrating?
So could they?
Yes.
Will they? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's improbable, but. The Lions fucked.
Guys! Breaking news: Mason got signed on a 1-year deal to the Steelers. So, just to wind up Clowney and the other one now.
Go Pokes!
Garrett to wind them both up now.
Need a helmet.
Go Pokes!
At least they'll know how to put their helmets on again.
Is the pick in for you guys?
Losing.
The pick is in. The pick is in. Do you get that excited for a lineman?
I
No
think-
offense.
I do.
You
But
don't. I reckon they're going.
Of course you do.
Unless you're Dan Campbell.
Do you know what? They're getting this excited and they're going to put it. It's
Today,
really
Sewell. There we go.
They
So
picked him. There you go.
Yeah.
It's a meat and potato pick. It's one that it's going to be very hard for them to stuff up. So
Yeah, and
he's
going
predicted to be
he's
an all-pro.
ready.
He'll probably be a below-average starter because he's in Detroit. So he'll still be solid.
He's ready to go. Like he is.
Dan Campbell is just desperate to become an honorary Polynesian as well.
Oh,
You
Carolina.
just tell the second he's going to get
What
there,
is
he's going
going
to start
on
using
here?
terms he shouldn't be.
Can
Yeah.
someone give
Way too
me a
familiar.
rundown of what this is?
We'll do the huck rat.
what is?
What is going
uh,
on? Who is the man in the overalls?
Thank you. I need a breakdown of that. Who is he? What's the backstory
I
there?
don't know.
I feel like we're missing
That was
something.
amazing.
When
We're a
we
minute
see it, we'll
behind.
let you know. We're so
Oh,
we're like 2 minutes behind you guys.
Can you pull up the app and click live again?
No, it's because we're streaming. That's
Oh,
why.
yeah, okay.
There he is. God, he's a big unit.
He is a bit. I actually thought he was on the left.
He's a.
I
no, that's his
Where
dad,
is
who
he?
could probably play
was
guard
going
for
to
Detroit
say,
too.
is that him? Because he looks pretty old.
They were that excited because he's bringing his dad in on a UDFA contract as well.
He's coming in to punt.
So Sewell had a fantastic
What?
year 2 years ago.
What the fuck is that in the overall?
Who is the guy?
You guys can see it now. Good.
What is
concerning.
going on right now?
Wow,
Maron.
that's interesting.
But Sewell, like 2 years ago, was considered to be a top 10 pick coming out. He kind of had those raps. Then he opted out with all of the COVID stuff happening, so he didn't play at all for Oregon. The whole of the Pac-12 was a bit of a shit show this year. So there were quite a high number of players opting out, especially those who are draft, had a draft grade associated with him. It kind of adds a bit more intrigue to the pick. So it's probably not the lock. If he had to come back, played a full year, cemented that position. Now there's a little bit more unknown, but at the time, kind of last year, it was consensus this guy's going to be a stud.
So now, what we're seeing. So obviously, you said Waddle. Did Waddle opt out last year, or did he play?
No, he got hurt, but he played.
He broke his ankle.
Was out the whole year, but wanted to play in the championship game
And played.
and played,
well.
but he didn't play much.
Okay, so
Didn't he have
Waddle
one reception?
didn't play last year. Still went top 10. Sewell didn't play last year. Opted out. Went top 10. Lunch Tray played one game last year. Opted out. A guy's going to sit back now and go, you know what? If I'm in my junior year or my sophomore year,
And I've had a
and
really
I'm
good-
dominant and
I've
I'm
had a good
already
year.
projected as a top 10, am I better off sitting out a season and not playing my junior year?
To
How
answer
would
your
you
question,
sit
or
this time
senior
as a
year,
coach?
and
Senior year.
to answer the question, the answer is probably yes. But if you love playing football,
That's what I mean. Are these
You
guys
want to play
who are
football.
business football players that are just trying to get to the
Not enough of
NFL?
them.
The other thing as
Yeah.
well, what is going to
Think about-
compensation going to change that as well? That if players are getting a little bit of coin in their pocket, and as we see that evolve and more revenue streams come into college football, players may go, well, I'm still earning, so I'm going to play A because I love it and I want to evolve and get better, but B, I still think organizations will, up 2-3 years removed from now, when COVID's not at all a factor, and if players sit out, they will just view that as this kid doesn't love football, or this guy quit on his team.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
like-
NFL organizations are like.
Lawrence the past 2 weeks.
Dan Campbell would never draft a guy who doesn't love football. You know what I mean? Because I'm not sure. Have you guys heard he's a real football guy?
He knows all the rest.
And that's the thing. Like, that's what I'm like. I thought they'd take Devonta Smith because all the speculation about Devonta Smith is that he can, in fact, run all the routes. Every one of them. Pitches, goes, posts, corner. You
He
name
can
the route,
even
he
run
can run it.
ins, yeah.
5-yard drag's not as competent, but can run it. So I thought a football guy would have wanted that sort of player on his team.
Carolina pick is
He wants a
in.
football guy that can go over the middle and take the hits, JA.
Pickers in,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
traded.
Patrick Surtain, I reckon.
Please
Carolina.
pick Matt Jones.
Massive cornerback need.
quarterback.
Justin Fields here.
Justin Fields for me too. Well,
Justin Fields, yeah.
So I just traded away Sam Darnold in a dynasty league. I'm really hoping they pick a quarterback here.
Oh, if anyone wants to buy a Sam Darnold Jets authentic signed helmet, let me know. All right. That's an investment that hasn't paid off for the
so
big
look,
fella.
if it was about a week before the draft, I probably would have said yes.
Yeah, no, I should have sold it a year ago when everyone thought he might have hope. Now
I'm
I've got to
I'm a
decide.
Trojan fan, so I loved Sam Darnold coming out, and now I'm like, was it to the Jets that screwed him? Or
Fields
was
is
it
the only quarterback that they're
Yeah,
interested in,
people
according to Mr. Rap Sheet.
Rappaport. I don't. I just why get Darnold if
Please.
you're going to give him a chance?
True.
It doesn't make sense why get Darnold. If Darnold sucks again, they're going to have an opportunity to get a quarterback next year.
Could they pick Sean Slater here?
Maybe. I honestly think they'll go Patrick. I think Patrick Surtain comes off the board here. I think Patrick
Best
Surtain.
defensive player this low.
Please.
Yeah.
I think Surtain. And I'll just let it. I'm going to make it real well known. I'm really concerned about corners. Have you guys gone through and looked at cornerbacks drafted in the first round the last 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, they bust out.
There is hardly any of them are good.
Is it Lattimore and Jalen Ramsey? They're the two that have succeeded.
Yeah, and like even Lattimore now, he's not as good as people think.
Denzel Ward.
Denzel Ward's good. Yeah, he's good.
Henderson.
Henderson's a brutal spot to play.
Big talk on Henderson. He's no good. CJ Henderson,
like,
not that
there are a handful of players at the cornerback position that people would consider to be good, and then the rest, everyone's like, nah, he gets burnt all the time. Like it's a tough spot.
It's a real hard position, especially when there's absolute scrubs playing on the defensive side of the ball. No pass rush. There's no way they're going to cover these receivers with the contact rules in the NFL for more than 2 seconds.
Yeah.
There's so many different roles that they play within different systems, different.
It's the biggest learning curve too, I think.
But also growing up, I would never want a corner.
No.
Corners.
Corners historically.
You guys have got it. Is it coming now? What is it?
It's coming in. Goodell is walking to the mic. Panthers selection.
Goodell, old Rog. Rog.
Put the microphone to the speaker there, Louis.
JC Horn.
Whoa, JC Horn.
I reckon he's better than Surtain anyway.
He's more athletic, but
it's a good pick.
Surtain's NFL ready. He's a football guy. I'm not sure.
That means you guys are going to end up with.
We're going to have Patrick
Surtain.
I'm actually. I don't want the Cowboys to take a corner. I don't rate them. I'm scared. I'm terrified of them.
Yeah, you guys have fucked the bed a few times.
Yeah, like Claiborne got brought up a few times the other night.
I did hear that.
Yeah.
So I hear that you love the Lions and you love Claiborne. So.
I have an M&M in my pocket that's melted.
Just
hashtag day life, dad life.
Do you get any snacks in here?
Do we have any snacks? Did you bring any snacks?
I'm gonna throw this out here. Don't like this pick. Don't like the player. Yeah, I think the vibe there is that it's a cornerback from South Carolina, so it's going to be Stephon Gilmore, and I just think that's like built into people's heads that's what we've got a comparison for. We saw it successfully previously, and that's what we've got here.
Yeah, he's definitely going to project into a defensive player of the year.
He's the only player who had some moderate of success against D. Smith.
Yes,
like
he ran with some pretty good receivers throughout the season.
At least he's been against good competition playing in the SEC.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, and like that is true. It's all true. It's just for a top 10 pick, I want to go after one of your marquee positions, and I want it to be a bit safer than this. He doesn't feel like a lock to be an outstanding corner.
He also got done by Kyle Pitts. Like
I had Horn going to the Eagles a few spots later to go across some slate.
I think I had him going to the Cardinals in 16.
He's I think like a lot of guys have him better than Surtain's the guy they think's more NFL ready, but his ceiling's not as high as Horn. But his floor is a lot lower. Like everyone's pretty certain that Surtain at worst is just going to be a good pro corner at the very worst. Like
I'll take him over Eli
whereas
Apple.
JC Horn's got a chance to be an Eli Apple, like to be bad. Like that's there's no one
guys, can we just take a moment here to look at what's going on, and one of these quarterbacks may in fact fall to the Patriots because
Mac Jones is going to play for the Patriots.
Because the Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, Chargers, and Vikings are not going to select a quarterback. Now, obviously, someone could move up.
The conversation is correct around Broncos.
Well, I don't think they just got Teddy.
They haven't got anyone
all
yet.
reports are they love Locke and they brought in Teddy to be a backup. That's all the reports are saying. They actually love Drew Lock. And then
I think they don't like
sneaky good team, Denver. Sneaky good players on their team.
They got plenty of talent.
And of course, but if Aaron Rodgers becomes available, you throw all that out the window, but it looks like it's not happened.
But it's not happened.
What would be smart here is Denver to trade back and accumulate picks to then go after Aaron Rodgers with the
Could they be trying to throw a bit of smoke around the Patriots to see if they might trade up for one of Mac Jones or Justin
Patriots don't trade up.
No,
I think the Patriots will be backing right now that Mac Jones will fall to them or Fields.
Yeah, I like Mac Jones here to the Broncos.
Well, what I was going to say is that
add another average arm to a group of average arms.
The actual
smart play, actually. It's a Denver move.
He's
No,
better,
but think
he's
Vic-
better than Locke.
Vic Fangio,
Yes, easily.
very defensive minded. He's a defensive guy.
So you reckon Micah Parsons? Yeah, maybe.
Maybe I don't like Patrick Surtain here either because they've got they got Kyle Fuller.
Would Jock
They've
go
got the
here?
corners. Who?
Jock. I can't pronounce his name.
Jock.
Jeremiah Ususwa.
Usawari. No,
Usawari.
Parsons will
It's
go
too early
first.
for Usawari.
Too early.
Parsons
Should I
will
tell you what?
I like
I want the
Usawari's
Giants
going
to
to be the
take
pick
him
of the
at 11.
draft. I guarantee.
Oh, whoever
Someone's
gets-
going
I
to
would
take
like
him in
the
the
Giants
20s,
to
and they're
take
going to
him
get the
at
best
11.
player in the draft.
Yeah, I think he's a freak.
He's real
I'd
good.
love for the Giants to take him.
The problem with him is and a bit the same with Parsons. No one wants to put a top 10 pick on an off-ball linebacker.
No.
Because
What's the hard thing?
he
He's
doesn't
not a true
pass rush. He
linebacker.
doesn't cover that well. He's just like Isaiah Simmons. Like even he fell last year, and he was rated as one of the best players in the draft.
Isaiah Simmons another year or two. Like,
I think Isaiah Simmons is going to be great
Yeah,
if they
I
work
think
out
so,
how to
for
use
sure.
him. But no one wants to take that guy in the top 10 because off-ball linebackers have
True.
almost as little value as running backs.
well, yeah, or potentially.
They just don't rate him
know.
anymore.
Look, the Broncos, I feel, aren't the smartest organisation in the draft.
No, John Elway's he's a stud, man. He knows how to run an organization. He got Peyton Manning, right, when no one else wanted him, but every other team in the league.
I said, though, he does. I don't think they're very smart in the draft.
Well, didn't he demote himself? Isn't he now just
Yeah.
the vice president? He's not the
Yeah.
GM
Yeah,
anymore.
he demoted himself because he wanted a football guy to be the GM, and he wasn't a football guy.
He used to want the
He
play.
didn't know
So
all the.
he
He
went
didn't know
on-
all the rounds.
He went after Dan Campbell, and
He
Dan
didn't know
Campbell
all the
was not
rounds.
available. So he
Football
got enough.
guy.
He didn't know what they in was.
Guys, can you just start
Know what a
hitting
hook was.
JA every time he says football guy? Because I'm about to lose it.
This is your problem, Lewis. This is why you're not a football guy. That's your bloody problem, mate. I swear. If
Yeah,
you're
no,
a
look.
football guy, you'd be in on this chat. Will's a football guy. He's got a tie on.
Yeah.
All right?
If you don't know, we
He's a
drive
football
jokes into the ground
Into
and
the
then
ground.
stomp them,
Yeah.
bury them, and still
And then
keep
when we
using
think they're
them.
done, we still use them exactly.
It's
Wait,
like-
what is this? Tom Brady and Mark Wahlberg on my TV? Shut up, guys.
Oh,
With prime time as well.
Lewis
I
is
do like
Lewis having a
Wahlberg.
golden shower right now because Tom
Yeah.
Brady's on the screen. Oh, no, you hate him now, don't you?
No, how could I hit the guy?
Because he left your team high and dry and then won a Super Bowl with
Have you,
someone
have
else.
you have you seen the NFL?
You are now
Nah.
crap. Because
So do we think
he
there's
fucking-
possibility of a trade here? That's why
I think
it's
it's
like
late.
they're really
It's
winding it
They're
down.
really winding it down. Yeah, I think that maybe
Waiting
that,
for a trade. I think they're
Well-
hoping for the phone call to come, and it's not coming. But
Let's-
I do think that this will be a QB taken here.
but who's trading up here? The Bears?
There's
Yeah, I mean that'd be fantastic.
pick is in, and there's a few surprise faces.
What is
So
Michael
they grabbed
Strahan?
Teddy Bridgewater through the week. Is that correct?
Yes, they did.
Yeah. Good for a 6-round pick.
Which-
That's a deal you take every single day.
I agree.
Dynamite deal. He is paid a bit, though.
It's an amazing backup.
The Panthers are paying most of his salary, JA.
Exactly right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So you look at the next.
for 3
Elway
rounds. Something like that.
Elway loves
You're
playing
absolutely
QBs.
right, Lewis. You've got the next picks. You've got Broncos, Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, Chargers,
yeah.
Vikings. You could argue none of those
I would
teams
argue
will
that-
take a quarterback.
I'll
before
argue the
Patriots.
Vikings might take a quarterback.
Why would so exactly? So the Vikings take Fields or Jones.
Yep.
It's going to leave the Patriots with the other one. I
Yep.
think the Patriots will.
What are the Vikings on the hook for with Cousins though?
A
From
lot.
a
They
contract
really
standpoint?
they went
No,
down
they
again. They
take
added
quarterback.
another 2 years to it, I
Yeah.
believe.
There's
I do
no
think-
way
I
they-
don't think they have an out. I think
Vikings-
they're tied to him.
Vikings will reach for a DM. Vikings will take Quiddy Pay or Phillips. They'll
Pick is
reach for
in,
a
no
DM.
trade. Pick
No
is in.
trade. All right.
Pick is in.
So you've got their take. Okay, so
Really?
this is the
Jones.
only team that can take a quarterback.
Yeah, really.
Joe.
The
You
pick is
reckon?
in.
Why not Fields?
Because he's not.
I like
He's
Fields
trending
as well.
down. I'm not saying it's the right pick. I'm just
Oh,
saying
there you go.
that
Fields
Fields
isn't.
was
Fields
great.
isn't answering his phone. If he'd just been called by the Broncos,
would've been
he'd be on.
called.
He'd be crying. You know,
Would've
he'd
been
be
called
doing
before.
this.
He would've
Oh,
been
yeah, he hasn't been
called.
picked. He's not
And that's
going.
Mac Jones as well. He's not been picked.
Mac Jones,
Lego man looks upset.
just quietly a pretty good looking rooster. Mac Jones, McCorkle. Oh, but I've never seen him with that helmet off. He's beautiful.
With the dad bob, that's what's doing it for you.
Hey, why the hell do you hate dad bods? What the hell, Lewis? You were just attacking everyone.
does
today.
have
There's
dad
a room
bod,
full of
though.
dad bods.
Yeah.
There is.
There's a lot of dad bods going on in this studio right now. And you know what? This is your problem, Lewis. The reason you
I
hate
can
dad
do
bods is
3
because
straight
you're
up
just not a football
push-ups. You
guy.
sell it down.
I can't wait for the next fantasy football
The
podcast.
Cowboys are technically on the clock as well.
Cowboys, I think they go Patrick Surtain here.
Yes, yeah.
I think they do. I hate it. I
I
hate
love
corners.
that. I love that,
hate
JA.
corners
That's
in the
so
first
funny.
round.
I can't wait to see Jerry on his yacht.
Or okay,
we
hear me
go.
out. Najee Harris.
hang on.
Up to the microphone, Louis.
What's that?
Put your
You got a sound?
microphone.
Sound up. Okay.
With the 9th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Pat Surtain Jr.
Parsons. We're going to
Wow.
take Micah. I'll guarantee you the Cowboys are going to take Micah Parsons right now. They're going to do it.
What about some D. Smitty?
Yeah, you go.
What about some D. Smitty?
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, that's what we. You know what? The value for and you know what?
Yeah.
It would fuck the Giants and Eagles because
It
know
would,
one of them
yes.
wants Smith.
Yes, it is. It's literally the
They'll be
Giants.
called. You know what?
the
No, you
Giants
know
will
what the
take
Cowboys
Devonta
should
Smith
do
at
right
11,
now
unless
is
the
call
Cowboys
the
take him.
Eagles. Call the
trade
Eagles
up.
and say, hey, you know the Giants are taking Devonta Smith.
Yeah, and you know how you fucked them in the last round of last
you
year?
want
Let's
Devonta
screw that
Smith.
draft
How
as
about
well.
you give us your second and your third next year and you move up a pick and we'll drop back.
I hate
all
the
right,
Eagles
Patrick Surtain.
organisation.
I don't know about this for the Broncos. I think
He's unhappy about it too.
You're right about the defensive side of the ball, though.
Yeah, and there's no DNs, so let's add
They've got
let's
two
add him into this
anyway.
defense. They've got Bradley. I was having a laugh yesterday because I was trying to think for about 15 minutes who the other defensive end was for the
Bradley
Broncos
Chubb.
other than Bradley Chubb, and
Von
I'm like,
Miller.
who is it? It's someone.
Oh, yes, someone important.
Von Miller, former defensive player of the year. So they don't need pass rush.
No.
They've got decent linebackers
They have
inside.
an amazing, not amazing anymore, but a really, really strong.
They have
defense.
just quietly the best safety in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Whose name's now slipping my mind after I just drop a bombshell like that. Who got tagged? Will, come on, help me out, DB boy.
Jackson.
No, not Jackson. Kareem Jackson's crap. I don't think he plays for him anymore. Who's there? Simmons. Justin Simmons.
Simmons.
Yeah. Justin Simmons is a superstar safety. They've got they
Tell me,
signed
Surtain
Kyle
doesn't look
Fuller.
happy.
No, this guy's not going to have to be the number one corner. Kyle Fuller will fill that role. It's a good.
He
it's
doesn't
a
look
good scheme
excited
fit.
to have just been drafted in the top 10 of the NFL.
Well,
He's
he
too
just-
cool for school, mate.
Yeah, actually,
I don't know how cool how that feels to be as cool as he.
Patrick
probably is.
Surtain's got the best drip of the day. And you know how I
Right.
rate drip?
Oh,
I
you
rate
have
by
rated.
Howard.
You wait, no.
That suit is awesome.
I rate drip on how it would look
Jamar
on me,
Chase
and
has
the
the best
worse it
drip
would
in the
look on
NFL.
me, the better the drip. Because I cannot put this sort of stuff off.
You
That's
can pull off baby pick.
I don't think I
Here
can
we
pull
go.
that.
You already are pulling a baby pick.
I'm not pulling
Guys,
it off.
what if according to the predictions on Twitter is that Denver will then trade Surtain to Green Bay post draft?
I don't know.
Green Bay-
I don't
know
like
about that. Seems like
I
speculation.
don't like my analysis.
That seems pretty made up.
Horrible
from
quarterback
Twitter.
in the
Like
first
Twitter's
round.
not hasn't really served me well in the past with with inside intel. Uh,
Yeah,
And then-
I really like this fit
I love
for
corners.
Surtain.
You don't like it?
In terms of where scheme and what. Oh no, I really do like it.
Yeah,
Big Vic Fangio guy. I think he's a
Did anybody-
fantastic defensive mind.
So there's something on on Twitter here. Did anybody notice when Jalen got picked, he just stood up and walked out of the room? He didn't hug a single family member. Have a look at it.
Good on him.
Just gets up and gets out.
Oh man, do you think
Finally, I'm out this shithole.
that looks like a dude that didn't want to get emotional. That was like, if I get
no.
emotional, then,
How many
then it
people
means
went
I'm
to his
not a
birthday
football
party?
guy.
How many
That's
people
so
went to his
good.
birthday party?
It's not draft day DJ, all right? But that was the problem with that guy. No one went to his birthday party.
is.
No, that's why you needed to take the guy who played Superman. Wade something.
Wade.
Man, that's a terrible. If you haven't seen Draft Day, don't.
I love
I don't
draft
know how
day.
It's so good because it's so bad.
Exactly.
They turned a first-round pick into 7 first-round picks in the space of 30 seconds because apparently a GM from the Jaguars didn't know what he was
A
doing.
new
Actually,
GM.
adds up.
A young new GM.
Hey, Jack, it's the most realistic movie of all time.
Yeah. I remember when we talked to Robert Mays on the podcast, name drop. The biggest laugh I had was when he was like, yeah, you have to understand, some GMs are just shit at their job. I was like, hearing that, he was like, I talk to some GMs and I walk away going, that guy's a moron. There's no way it's going
I
to work
imagine
out.
he's spoken to Gettleman a few times.
Yeah, I think that's who he was having a direct shot at. Or the Chicago Bears one. He didn't like Ryan Pace much.
Hey.
Guys, if anyone hasn't listened to, there's a annual podcast that comes out with Evan Silver.
Trade.
and Matt.
Trade.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, who's in?
what's
Who's
up,
in?
Trade?
With Philadelphia. Philadelphia.
Oh,
Nailed
I
it.
nailed it.
No.
Why am I not a
you,
GM?
Screw you.
Hell, Jerry, get me on the phone. I'm your new GM. All right, I could have
Eagles,
signed Zeke Elliott to a long-term.
so who's the pick? Devonta?
You're not a
Smith.
Yeah, it'll be
Smith.
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 You're not a family member, so you can't.
Imagine
go
if
and work with
they get
That's true.
Fields.
Marry his daughter.
I hate you, Philadelphia Eagles. Hate you.
How do we get one of these like fully vaccinated logos down the bottom of your studio there, boys? I want fully vaccinated studio.
Actually, I'll be vaccinated in about
It's
2
the
weeks.
most obnoxious shit ever. Fully vaccinated
good.
draft room.
Where is that?
Nobody cares.
Where is he fully vaccinated? Oh, yeah. Good work, Cowboys. You know what? That's the Cowboys are the pioneers of the industry.
And so when they kiss each other, no one's like, "Oh my god, COVID."
It was still better when they were last year. It was basically Joe going.
Have you seen the Rams?
This is like
With the
Yeah,
Rams
but they
are?
didn't pay for
Man.
They're
it.
in a house in Malibu.
This Eagles wide receivers drafted segment is brutal.
It's so good. It's so
It goes
good.
back a long way. I
this
still
one-
like Jalen Rieger. I think he just got hurt, and I think he will end up being a decent pick.
Well, either way,
But-
I'll
Hey,
want the
don't
defensive
backtrack
player
on-
for the
Obviously,
Giants.
Justin Jefferson will always be better. So
Don't
they
you dare
get the
backtrack
third
on.
overall pick.
Do you hear the backtracking on Jalen Rieger then
Good
from
round.
a year ago?
Could
It was like,
the
Jalen
Eagles
Rieger is
shit
the
the
best
bed
wide
here?
receiver in this class. Friend of the
But I
show.
still said he's going to be good.
Yeah, but you
Could
backtracked.
the
You were like,
Eagles
you were
shit the
all
bed
over
here
him.
and
He
go
was
for
your
someone
favorite
random?
guy. a
He was
year
my
ago.
wide receiver one. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Okay, so
This is Smith. So are we all thinking Smith?
hang on. So the first round picks, obviously Philly and Dallas swapped, and Dallas also get a third round pick this year.
Yeah, I'd
to
buy
trade
that
back
because
2 spots.
You know what they're thinking? One of the guys they want is going to be there at 13.
Yeah.
Or sorry,
Yeah.
at 12. Like there's no.
Well,
I
you wanted
think,
Surtain, he's gone, so that's why he's
So I think Cowboys. Honestly, I think Smith goes here. I think the Giants take Parsons. I think the Cowboys take the tackle out of Northwestern. Whose name is
Rashawn Slater.
Christian Darrisaw.
no Slater.
No, Slater.
Slater.
Yeah.
I think
Darrisaw is
they take
Virginia
tackle.
Tech.
They've had trouble with injuries with Tyron Smith. He can play
Yeah.
guard, so he slots in at left
And you know
guard,
that
and then he's
your
your
front office
replacement for
love
Smith in 2
linemen.
years' time when you don't want to pay him anymore.
God, I hate you.
'Cause you
I was
gotta pay
getting
Zeke Elliott.
excited for-
I think that's the move. That's the right move for the Cowboys.
Yeah, Jonathan Smith.
a nice
the Giants also signed
Yeah,
Golladay,
Golladay. Yeah, that's what we've got the tool.
who's going to be the biggest smokescreen in the history of
Easily,
the NFL. He's
yeah.
going to be crap.
Yeah, I know. But everyone the Giants signs crap. So
Actually, throwing it out there, right? Can the Giants take a quarterback here?
no.
No.
Because Gettleman loves holding on to things for too long unless it's a head coach.
We also have 3 more years. Like
Yeah.
literally,
It's
there's
too
no
early.
reason
It's too
pull
early
the
to
trigger.
jettison that pick.
Yeah.
He's going into his 4th year.
No, this is
No, he's
third
going into
year.
his third.
Third year?
He's got 2 more years to go.
Who did he get
I like
drafted with?
that the Eagles pick is not in. Like, let's train for it, and then fuck, what do we do? What do we do?
Gettleman's taking phone. No, who's there? Howie Roseman's taking phone calls to get out now. Like, what have we done? We've got to get out of this.
No, they can't work the laptop. How do you submit it?
Do we also actually? I know we're all saying Devonta Smith, and I think that's
Or could
right.
there be a Michael Parsons here? Because
Well,
Gettleman has spoken about 6 times in the past 4
Could it be a QB?
talking about
Could
taking
they go-
They
Parsons.
don't
QB?
have one.
Could they go Fields?
Could
They
they
could
not
go
back in
Fields.
Hurts and get? Didn't Fields
No,
and
they wouldn't
Hurts
have had
play
to, they
together
wouldn't
at
have
one
had to
point?
trade above the Giants to go.
I think they overlapped at Ohio State. Yeah.
Yeah, probably for 1
They
year.
wouldn't have
Yeah,
had to
I would
go
have
for
thought.
it. They wouldn't have had to
There's no
trade
need to
up.
move up
No.
for quarterback. You wouldn't have thought.
No.
This is going to be either Michael Parsons or Devonta Smith. because
Unless they
Giants
brought-
Exactly.
spoken highly
Pick is
about
in.
both of those 2 players.
I think it's
So
Devonta Smith. I
I
think so.
hope it's Michael Parsons.
Oh no, Jalen Hurts is Oklahoma. Ignore me.
Oklahoma. Sorry. I think. G'day, Tom. Tom said hello.
Hey Tom.
Good
Hi,
lad. I think it's.
It's
I
gonna
think
be,
it's Devonta Smith.
unfortunately, I would love for Devonta Smith to come to the
I
Giants just
forget
for another
that
bit of
they-
excitement factor for Daniel Jones to see whether he could, with another weapon, actually do something.
I forget
exciting.
their coach is Nick Sirianni.
Mm.
Who no one's ever heard of.
It's good reason to
Um,
forget.
I'm not going to say it, Lewis, but you know what Nick Sirianni isn't. You know. He's not a what, Lewis? What isn't he?
You're speaking to your microphone.
No, he can hear me. He can hear me.
Oh, I can hear you. I'm just ignoring you.
He's a smart guy, Lewis. He's an accountant.
He's definitely a football person.
I don't know if he is. He's a fantasy guy. Fantasy guys are never football guys. They're stats guys. That's why Corey's not here because he doesn't understand it. He thought it starts at 10 his time.
To be fair to Corey, he also predicted this trade beforehand.
Duty.
Nailed it in our.
Did he predict it on the show live after seeing the picks? No, he didn't. So I'm up. I'm one up on Corey. I'm going to live my
I'm
life.
thinking you read his
He's
chat.
really
And you've just used it. You've
Oh,
stolen
look, and
it.
I copied him. Yeah, I'm
That
very
out there.
copying Corey. I'm going to play at basketball too. I'm going to be elite. I think Corey played Division 1 college basketball.
Really?
Pretty impressive. And he's played like 300 games in the NBL reserves.
I played about 11 games for the Ringwood Hawks when I was 12.
Nice, man.
Lewis,
Eagles selection.
Let's go, Lewis. Get it loud.
With the 10th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith.
Wide receiver.
Which means Micah Parson goes at 11.
Between the
Look
Cowboys.
what the cat dragged in.
Hey, here he is.
What's up, guys?
Good morning.
Oh,
Big C money.
I was going to say, your
Hey,
ears must be burning, mate.
it's a suit and tie day, Corey. Actually, no, I thought Will was the last pick in the draft. Then Corey came in. He looks like the last pick in the draft.
You look like every other Australian.
Rich is just tall. They need a 6'9" tight end. Another one.
Actually, did you know that tight ends basketball players actually transition really well into tight ends? Antonio Gates was a tight end.
Just not 6'9" ones.
Yeah, he was a power forward. Antonio Gates. I'm not sure if you heard in.
Yeah, I think I knew that.
Yeah, there's a few.
Do you reckon that Devonta Smith would be upset with this pick?
Do you know Tony Romo's a pro golfer? You probably didn't know that.
No, it's not.
There he is.
No, it's not.
Devontae
Did Smith and Hurts overlap? Did they play together at Bama? They did.
Off
They
zero.
would have, yeah.
Doesn't make you a pro.
I would have in his junior year.
Comparison, Isaac Bruce. I actually hate that comparison. I think a good comparison for him is Tyreek Hill.
Or
What?
The
Devonta
Jalen
Smith.
Rager, Devonta Smith combo is
A good
an
comparison.
intriguing one.
A good comparison for him is the MVP of a Pop Warner league.
The real fast kid that no one
That's
can
how you
catch
really
in,
feel,
in,
mate.
in tag.
I reckon Deshaun
He's
Jackson.
I think he's going to be so good.
He's not that fast though.
I think he's going to be
I
awesome.
thought he was fast.
Yes, he is fast.
What's happening? Why is everyone comparing everyone to Tyreek Hill?
Why
not
don't you think he's fast for it?
Tyreek Hill.
Unless he has domestic violence charges, he's no comp to Tyreek Hill.
Well, he might. He's going to the
pretty
Eagles.
He's also very small. I'm not sure if you guys have heard.
Dude, Corey, are you getting excited, man? Like
Why did they throw the ball to the
Fields
child?
potentially sliding to the Patriots here?
That's like, yeah, it's a nice fall.
You guys will get
then-
Mac Jones.
And then the Patriots just don't have to do anything. Like they can just kind of play like, well, we didn't go out and get you. You fell to us kind of card.
So the
So if
Giants
the Cowboys
You
trade
gotta
back,
find it.
the Cowboys trade back again and let someone jump for a quarterback. Yeah.
Oh!
smart.
Hey, Chicago has traded up.
Yes,
The
here
Giants
we go.
good.
Here's
Oh, look
Justin
at
They're
Fields.
going for the quarterback.
They got
Justin
quarterback.
Fields with the Giants. Holy
Yes.
shit, Gettleman traded back.
Yeah.
Yes.
It happened. It finally happened.
We've done it. The Bears. So just update on the betting front, 0 from 2. But I did have the Bears to draft a quarterback with their first pick and 450.
Nice.
So
Who are they going?
Promising.
Or Fields?
it'd have to be Fields.
Fields.
I think they're going to go Fields.
Because Fields meets their actual system much better than Mac does, doesn't they? Don't.
Well, what system is that? The Nagy system?
Reece Simpson just had the comment of the day. What Gettleman skip taking Slater and take some random from Div 3 school from Latvia?
So
Just,
Reece
just while,
It's good league.
while
that
this is all breaking down, I think let's have a look at our draft board. Like, are we able to bring that up, JA, to see where we're going with that? Also, just to cover off on the top 10 and the conferences, I think it's interesting. We've had 6 from the SEC out of college, so very dominant. Then we've had 1 from the ACC, 1 independent, and 1 FCS. So no one from the Big 12 or the Big 10 through the top 10. So Big 12, not so surprising. They haven't produced as many first-round NFL players over the years, but the Big 10 would historically, normally Ohio State's churning dudes out, and we just haven't seen it this year.
So
Also, I think take it,
right? Because the Giants
the
were traded-
COVID season in the Big Ten was a little bit slow and starting and going and things like that. So
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
Goes our board.
definitely plays a part in it as well.
I must have stuffed up because I joined this 2 nights ago and I'm not in it.
I'm not in your league either, but I clicked on your link.
Like I can even see I have my entry, but I'm not in the
Yeah,
league.
look, the way that the NFL have done this whole predictor pick, I like the concept, but the execution of it was so difficult to enter and join and share a link for people to enter. It was just garbage. If they don't sort it out, how about we write our own website to sort this next year? Because this is trash.
I don't know how you roll, but right now FF Down Under is giving it. So I guess, Corey, you are going to get sent some beers if you win. I mean, not Corey, Lewis. You are going to be sent some
That means
beers.
I get double the beers.
No.
I think we get beers
By the way,
anyway.
guys,
What's
how-
happening here?
I
Why do we
love-
have
I love
to earn our
Chicago.
beers now?
I love that
Corey, you
Chicago
don't like-
spent the past few months.
First round pick. Holy shit!
I love
The
that Chicago
Bears
spent the last few
have
months
QB
gassing up Andy Dalton as
They
QB1.
have given away
Chicago gave up a number 1 pick for next year.
and the 20th
As a part of
Yeah,
division.
they have to.
They
They
have
moved up
to.
like 10 spots.
Yeah.
They're moving 10 spots.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh.
Well, either way,
That's a long
And
way.
Ryan Pace is out. If the Bears fuck out this year, Ryan Pace is
Yeah,
done.
Ryan
They don't
Pace
give a
has
shit
put the
about next year's
organization up to
picks.
save his job.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
out this year, so the next year we get.
Yeah, because
the
if
first round
Fields or Mac Jones is a superstar, that saves his job.
Oh,
so
excellent.
who cares about the first round? And then you won't. Who cares about the first round pick next year if you get your
Yeah, it
quarterback?
doesn't matter then.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work out, he's fired. So he doesn't give a shit what the next GM
Yeah,
does.
who cares? Someone else has to pick up the trash. Yeah.
pick. Now the Giants are off the clock for another 10 picks. I'm going to go wait.
Don't fall in.
Don't fall in.
No,
We're not off the side of the hill.
don't fall down the side of the hill. Definitely, you will die.
Well, it'll take me a while to get back on. That's for sure.
So are we thinking? Everyone predict Richie, Fields, or Mac Jones?
I'm going to be Fields.
Fields, Lewis.
Yeah, it's got to be Fields, surely.
I'm Fields, and as a Bears fan, like this is dream scenario for me. I wanted us to move up. I was willing to give up another first because that's kind of what you have to do from 20, and I wanted it to be Fields. So
You happy? Tears of
Yeah,
joy.
Imagine if
not-
he traded up for Tommy
hopefully.
Tremble.
And
well,
Mr. Irrelevant, Corey, what do you got?
Mr. Irrelevant.
Last pick in the draft.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Hey, Corey,
Ian
out of
Book.
curiosity, who are you a fan of?
don't.
Yeah, I love Corey's call. Lewis' call. This will be Tommy Tremble, the tight end.
I'm a Tennessee fan, which is hurtful enough.
Oh, they're still not ready. Lewis went
Oh, he's
early.
blabbing on about the draftathon. Oh yeah, you're real good charitable humans, Goodell. You're
Why are
real
you
helping
watching
helping people out.
Why
Are
do
you
you
guys
hate Rog
watching?
so much? Everyone hates Rog.
No, the 7, whatever it is, broadcast.
7, mate.
7, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on Game Pass.
Is Mac Jones and Justin Fields there?
Yeah. Fields is not. Mac Jones is.
Mac Jones is there. Oh,
Sorry,
come
he'll
on.
be a great Patriot. He looks very goofy.
I just heard safety come through on the.
No, they're talking
Jones
about like
Warwick,
actual like
that
COVID
he's announcing
safety.
that we,
It's
we
okay.
drafted a
Imagine
You
if
can-
they
you can
did
breathe.
take a quarterback here.
I do not need that.
Linebacker.
If they did,
They just say we really need to kick this out.
we lost Danny Trevathan, so let's bring in Micah Parsons. You know, we're gonna build that
Our
defense.
defense is trash and under.
How's Andy
Yeah,
Dalton
under
feel
G.
right now?
They're still traumatized from the double doink that he traded up for a kicker in the first round.
The Andy Dalton sitting around his home at the moment, it's just got to be like, you got to be fucking kidding me, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
He's gonna get $10
Hands
million
himself
a year.
down with $10 million. He good.
Yeah, I think his career is just about over anyway. He's happy with whatever payday he's
Justin
getting.
Fields to the Bears. There we go.
All right.
Bang, great pick
Oh.
there.
I'm gonna give credit to the Bears. That's
I
a
think that was a really good
massive
move. by the Bears.
move, massive fall. I don't know about the fit there, although
I think it's a pretty good
What do you
fit.
mean?
not terrible. They've got. I guess it probably
He's an
helps.
elite talent.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly
bro.
right.
Elite talent
It
fits
doesn't matter
anywhere.
the fit. You fit the talent.
It probably helps them keep the wide receiver around. What's his name again?
Robinson.
Robinson. Yeah, Robinson. Probably helps them keep him
Allen
around.
Robinson, yeah.
Montgomery showed he had a bit.
They've also got
Yeah.
Miller there too, don't they?
My guy
Miller's
Monty,
trash.
Wow,
Darnell Mooney is the guy.
guys. Do you want
Yeah.
a compensation update for the trade?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we got
Adam
it.
Schefter. The Giants get pick number 20, next year's 1, 5 this year, and 4 next year. That's a haul. That is a great trade by Gettleman.
Because you're a Patriot supporter, you missed that conversation 5 minutes ago.
We didn't do the whole
Wait.
thing.
Sorry,
You had the
sorry.
whole-
Luigi.
You had all of the compensation.
They
My
came
bad.
up- they came from the TV. But we're all too busy jumping and shouting about teasing the Chicago Bears at the time.
Well, I guess we know
for
one
me,
thing
like
is
I said, I'm so excited as a Giants supporter. I think that finally Gelderman got a deal that he's not going to be embarrassed by.
he's pretty
just looking to his computer people. So,
Excuse me, the correct term is computer folk.
sorry.
Just quickly, there is an official.
Please call us by our real names.
There's
Little
a
people
quote
running on the table. The computer folk.
from John Lynch.
yeah.
I
They did
think
talk
this is.
today about Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, we inquired. It was a quick end of the conversation. It wasn't happening.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to trade Rodgers. I think they will. I think they'll hold him ransom.
Is this good? So you
Just
reckon?
then, Patriots traded for Aaron Rodgers. Oh, weird. No, just kidding.
So you reckon Mac Jones are happy with that, Louis J?
Well, they could always trade lunch tray as part of that deal. I don't agree. They don't need they don't think they need another quarterback though, do they? They're going to.
No,
Later.
I've got that.
Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Drop him first.
Listen,
round.
man, if you get a quarterback at 15, you know the odds aren't necessarily going to be great, but I'll take that chance with Mac Jones. You know, everyone likes to say, "Oh, look at all the weapons he had as a knock on his game." No one had anything to say about Joe Burrow and all the weapons that he had when he won one overall. It's a bit of a similar situation. Both had record-breaking seasons. I'm not saying Mac Jones is as good as Joe Burrow, but at 15, it's a 15th overall. It's worth the shot.
What if the Vikings take Mac Jones?
They've got too much money invested in.
They got 2 years. They got like 60 million dead cap.
2 more years left, yeah.
The other thing you've got is there's 3 teams picking for the Patriots. Someone could try. Who else needs a quarterback? Do you think?
Washington can move up.
Washington, yeah. Washington at 19.
There's a chance these teams move up and get
Pittsburgh could sneak up.
Pittsburgh could, yeah.
Such
They
plan.
a bit of talk this morning about maybe getting Big Ben's replacement, wasn't there?
Is Justin Fields' comparison is Dak Prescott? I'm all about Justin Fields. I think he
Dak Prescott,
could be the best thing in the league.
look, I like Dak Prescott. He's my dynasty.
You don't like
quarterback.
Dak Prescott.
I do. He's my dynasty.
you hate
quarterback.
him.
He got injured last year. And
Just
I still came
dynasty,
second.
mate.
My dynasty, sorry. And
Wait,
I got,
did
Even
Dak
though
Prescott
he
get
was
injured last year?
he bloody tore his ankle and asking about.
He's fine. He's already throwing. And do you know what?
I think it was more his foot that was injured.
No,
than his arm.
he's a football player. He's going to be
So
fine.
if he was throwing with his foot,
I think he was throwing after his foot was backwards as well.
No, he lives and
The Dallas pick is in, JA.
Oh, all right. I think it's going to be Rayshon Slater.
Linebacker.
linebacker.
Slater,
Mac
I think they go.
Plus-
Yeah, Slater makes sense to me.
Please don't take Parsons. I hate it. I hate it.
Delicious.
I
can
hate
see
it.
Parsons going.
Art versus science versus.
I don't like Parsons. You know what? They'll take the linebacker out of Tulsa.
Jock?
Zalvin Collins.
Oh
Yeah.
I
David
think,
Collins.
I don't think I think they need to back Jalen Smith and LVE in Leighton Van Der Esch in. They got to back him in. Like I didn't buy a helmet and a Leighton Van Der Esch jersey for him to not play.
Yeah,
so,
he did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, but he's not. Him not playing that's a body thing. Like that ain't on anything else.
That's true.
I think they take Rayshon Slater here. That's my prediction. Load up that offensive
that would
line.
be
It's
a
where
very-
they've
I
had
think that would
success
be a
in the
very good
past.
pick.
That would be a savvy pick by the
Would be a second,
Yeah,
for sure.
tons of money invested in Elliott, tons of money invested in Prescott, tons of money invested in their receivers. Why not? I don't think
Who's
Mike
that USC? Who's
So
the
if you
USC
get
lineman?
4/5 years for your next fall.
the USC one.
Yeah, he
Oh,
played
Elijah
every
Vera-Tucker.
position. He
Yeah.
can play guard,
Elijah
play tackle.
Vera-Tucker.
They played every
Yeah.
position.
Elijah Vera-Tucker. Well, he looks awesome. I love my little Trojan. His humongous body.
Nah, I'm.
He wasn't
I'm-
in my top 4.
I think Slater's better. I'm backing in Slater.
I guess it depends on what you want.
Here we go.
For sure.
This old man is walking to the stage.
The other thing is, if the Cowboys,
That's a rich old man. Too.
if the Cowboys take Slater here, I can guarantee you the Chargers are taking an O lineman next.
Yeah.
I'd almost
Oh,
bet
100%.
Would Christian Darrishaw go here?
the D tackle.
Who's
Is that the
this guy?
pick? Is that the pick?
That would be a pretty bad pick, wouldn't it?
Well, they reckon there's not going to be an interior defensive lineman who'll go in the first round.
There's only one.
Here we go.
Damn, which I don't rate. Oh, here we go. Please don't be
Is that a guy or a girl?
Just give us the pick, Roger.
Please don't be Michael Parsons.
An Army veteran from
Get through the haiku. Come on.
Wow, that dude sitting up there's he's really into his
What
Cowboys.
is it with weirdos on the couch?
I don't know. I think it's just like they
Maybe
won a
it's like the
competition.
cheer squad leaders or something.
Imagine how awkward you feel just being sat on a high back chair on the stage in front of everyone, just looking at you down.
Weirdo walking
No,
up.
it's the chair.
is that
we
Larry
had
Allen?
last year.
Who?
Is that Larry Allen? Is his
What wouldn't it feel about Ray Allen?
is his life taking a turn? Just give us the. Oh, come on, Lewis. Give us the pick already. Hurry it up. I hate.
That would be JA. That would be JA.
Yeah, your mate's
That would be
I
JA.
hate being a Cowboys fan. I hate every part of it. You did that. Oh,
Micah Parsons.
Oh, that was worth it. I can go home now.
So worth it. Look, he's going to be a good player, Jay.
Fuck off, DJ. Fuck off.
I think he's a real football guy.
What a fucking waste of a
He's
pick.
a real football guy, Jay.
Let's pick a guy that can't play any position.
He knows all the routes,
I
though.
hate
He
it.
knows all the
I
routes.
fucking hate it. They need
He can play all the plays.
what you need, you know what you need? You
He
need
can go forward
three
and
linebackers
backwards
that
and
can't
left and
play.
right.
He's a real downhill kind of guy. Really likes to put his head in
Good
there.
sub rusher.
He's got a nose for the football.
11
20% of the snaps every game.
11-inch hands. Oh, that changes my
He has
mind.
11-inch hands.
So you're saying 11-inch hands. They
4,
can't
3,
cover.
6,
He
40.
can't cover.
What I like about him is he'll get so many picks when he can't cover anyone.
He can cover.
Oh, I don't know. I
He's
hate
an
this.
off-ball lineman.
Good thing is he's out of
Off-ball
Penn State,
linebacker.
which is linebacker U. That's one thing. It's also Kitty.
You're knocking Jay. You might not be happy, but he
a good
certainly
player.
has an
I
opportunity
hate
to be a
him. I hate
difference
this
maker.
Certainly.
Yeah, I just think they
And
should
also,
have.
they've got Leighton Vander Esch sitting there as the
This
main
guy, I
linebacker,
don't
so
think he's going to
he
improve
gets
your
to just-
defense that much. I don't think
Pick him
it's
up will
gonna
make
make it
JA feel better.
I just want to know
Like
I want
he-
always
he's the most athletically gifted defensive player, I think, in this draft.
So was Isaiah
And there have been question marks, I think, around some of his commitment, buying into teams and sort of stuff like that. I've read about that. But in terms of what you could potentially get out of him, like we talk about the ceiling for a lot of these offensive guys. Micah Parsons has that on the defensive side. He probably has a higher ceiling of anyone. So whilst it might not be what you're after, I think if I was a Cowboys fan, I'd be leaning into the optimistic side of it. He could be a superstar at this league.
Yeah, just reinforcing your 7. Like, that's a pretty big,
Shut up,
pretty
Will.
big call. I agree.
Come on, guys.
No
Sit with me
one
now
makes
because my
nothing.
I predict the pick as
I don't
Slater
know why.
to the Chargers. We need this.
Yeah, I
Slater-
also have Slater. In my predictor pick through the first 12, I've got 11 of the first 12 at least kind of like not in the right spots, but 11 of the
work?
first 12
I've got
I had in the top
orange
12, just in different
Yeah, I
orders.
have heaps of orange ticks as well.
What are the
So I think
green ticks? Obviously, you get 100 points if you get the pick right, the right guy, right team.
Oh, you get 10.
And then you
Penalty.
get 50 points if it's one pick away, and then 20 points within a few,
Yep.
and 10 points within 5, I think. And then
So Jamar.
so
Chase
it's not
was-
positional; it's what the range where they sit in the draft.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's
I'm just waiting for my guy to get drafted, Rashad Bateman, so I can go buy the jersey.
I had. You know what? I predicted the Cowboys taking Jalen Waddle. Why did I do that?
So,
Who knows?
I had
Only
to
the need more receivers.
rolling.
They traded around, mate. That's why that's happened on you, because they moved back.
No, why would have I predicted them to have Jalen Waddle?
Because you did it at the spot. You did it at the spot, yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
they
why
traded
I wouldn't have picked a wide receiver.
No, not for the Cowboys. That would have been for the maybe Eagles.
So the spot it doesn't move to the team.
No,
No.
correct.
It would have been the
Stupid. So
Eagles.
I had
That
the
makes
Eagles
sense. Well, but
picking
it's not going to move
Waddle.
to the team
Well,
because otherwise, like the Giants picks now at 20.
Yeah. So I had Jalen Waddle.
Yeah,
going
you're
to the
right.
Eagles
Okay,
at
so that's why.
12 as
So-
well.
Guys,
So
let's just.
I
Why
actually
did
had-
the Eagles trade up? They didn't need to.
Because the Giants are going to.
Other
the
people could have been
Giants would
calling.
have taken
The
Smith.
Giants were rumored to take receiver.
Yeah, the Giants would
No,
have
but
wanted.
the Giants would have
Hey, do you know who
traded back regardless for that.
NFL
Yeah, but
comparison?
they didn't know that. They
Jalen
didn't know
Smith.
that the Giants would.
Yay! I'm getting over it now.
The Giants have been very vocal the past week specifically about looking at a receiver or a linebacker. I don't know whether that was Gettleman's smokescreen to try to get a good trade.
I guess what Micah Parsons can allow the Cowboys to do is play in base with 3 linebackers because Parsons can cover
He can do both.
some slot receivers.
Yep,
and he can certainly in zone he can.
Like Louis said, he's a good downhill player.
Parsons
really
can
good
cover anyone. Parsons can run like a 4-4.
Yeah,
This dude is fucking
crazy athlete.
He was running with.
Will,
all the
would you say
receivers.
he's a football guy in your personal opinion?
What's what I said to you? Just
That he may not be a football guy. That might be.
Damn
an
it.
issue.
he doesn't know all
I
the routes.
like football
He
guys.
doesn't know all the routes.
He's an athletic freak, though.
Can he cover the routes? Because everyone,
doesn't know all
like in
What route?
rookies in the
Like hooks. He doesn't know
the receivers in this division, they can run all the routes. Golladay, Devonta
He
Smith,
is
they run all-
sideline to
No, you're not
sideline.
putting your
I'll give you
linebacker
that.
on Golladay. So if you
He
do
is
that,
sideline to
you're not
sideline.
I could go
Sideline to sideline. He's very Brian Urlacher alike. He can play sideline to sideline.
Fuck, if you could get Brian Urlacher, you'd be happy.
I'd be wrapped with Brian Urlacher. Hey, Will, have you seen my new jersey up on the wall? Lance Briggs.
Like I'd be happy
Yeah,
to
rate
do it.
that. That's good.
Love some Lance Briggs. People don't. Corey doesn't know who Lance Briggs is.
Yes, I do.
Corey, who do you barrack for? Out of curiosity, who's your team?
I'm not sure.
He likes the low offense for sure.
Let us know in 2 picks. All right, Chargers. Do we think Slater?
I
Yes.
think that
Yeah.
I think they would be silly if they didn't go O-line here. And Slater's an amazing pick to drop to this low at 13 too.
Yeah, it's very good value.
That's very good value for them. And they don't normally take horrible picks.
I guess it could be worse. The Cowboys
Oh,
could
Wait, what?
That's right. I just remembered I bet on the Bears to draft Fields. Nice.
Oh, good job.
What?
That's what-
What was that thing?
It was like $7 something.
Shit, that's all right.
Awesome.
Paid for the rest of your day.
That's pretty cool, though.
Unless you put a
Paid
dollar on.
for my day to sit at home and pretend to work.
You're a pretty cool guy, Lewis. I got a lot of time.
Thank you.
I got a lot of time for you.
We've got a lot of time for you.
I really
right?
hope the Vikings take Mac Jones and just ruin your day.
Well, now
Oh
there's
no,
a,
I got it. That's right. I got him at
there's a lot of
$13. Excuse me.
There's
Oh,
Owusu
Damn, it's been higher than 7.
Corolla here. The Chargers have a massive need at linebacker, and now Parsons is gone.
Jock.
Could they go?
Jock.
Why do you think? Who is Jock?
Jock is Jeremiah Ususwa-Kokoiwawa.
No, it's actually really easy to pronounce. I looked this up the other day.
Fuck off, Jay. I'm not here for pronunciation lessons. I'm calling him Jock.
It's pronounced Owusu Koromoa.
Yeah, I'm going to call him Jock.
Owusu Koromoa is his name.
Pick a team.
All right, but who are we all going Slater? Everyone Slater?
I think
Yeah, I
I'm
like Slater here.
Slater.
That's why I had initially slated in at this pick. Jay, a bit of homework for you then. Can you get us the Clemson starting quarterback? Bring that up, and I want your pronunciation of that too, please.
Okay.
Give me your best bet.
Do you want me to try and do it first, then read it? Because that's fun.
No. I just want you to have a crack for all of our listeners out there.
Okay.
I enjoy this. I enjoy this section.
This is the author that
How good's the name?
the English
Felipe
language with
Franks?
James Arthur.
I can't find him. Is he in the draft?
No,
No, so he's not being drafted. He's replacing Trevor Lawrence. He'll be the starter.
Okay.
he's what, 2 years away?
Chase Bryce. That's pretty easy, man.
Chase Bryce. I think he plays at North Carolina now.
Clemson. Ross.
No. Yeah, North Carolina. No. That's
You're the college guy, man. Don't look at me.
Missouri.
Who?
Missouri.
Chase Bryce. He threw a lot of picks, got sacked more than anyone else. He was at Clemson.
It's a great resume.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Why are those letters all together?
Yeah, good luck.
Ukulele.
It's ukulele.
That's what I go with.
No, ukulele. That's what I'm going with. Ukulele.
It's not right, and
Isn't it
I'm not going to give it to you.
Ungalele?
Pronounced a lot of letters.
That's a lot of vowels.
That's insane.
That's a lot of vowels.
He was on in QB1. If people remember that show about the high school prospects, he came in and replaced someone.
Ugi Angulule. Ugi Angulule is how it's pronounced.
It's definitely not that.
That's
It's not
I'm
that.
looking on Wikipedia. DJ Ugi Angulule. There's no N's in it. That can't be right.
He's got good initials.
I can't find
DJ Val.
Yeah.
Can I buy a vowel, DJ?
No, you need a consonant in there. It's all vowel.
Oh yeah.
We need remember the old videos of Ben Roethlisberger?
Yeah.
Jarvis Bayard.
Bayard. That was the best one.
Here we go. The pick is in.
I'm gonna play the thing. This should actually play through our StreamYard.
I'm impressed they found the one Chargers fan to bring up onto the stage.
Ooh. All right. Can we get audio of the pick?
Yeah.
All the way from San Diego.
Poor Chargers.
The Los Angeles Chargers select Rashawn Slater Jr.
Nice.
Northwestern.
Pick on the Chargers.
Great pick.
Northwestern.
Predictable.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know where the Vikings go. Do they
That's
take
it.
the first D lineman? That kid out of Miami? Russo, or whatever his name is?
Clemson
Darisaw.
Tigers. How do you go about pronouncing his name? It's not obvious when you just look at the spelling, right? But it's pretty straightforward once you know. DJ Uiagalelei.
I was right.
Uiagalelei.
Uiagalelei.
DJ
How do you get an N?
Uiagalelei. Here
There you
are
go.
more videos on how to pronounce football players' names.
Jay literally has a screen
What is
up.
this channel?
Really,
Has he got a whole channel dedicated to how
A whole
to say
channel of
names?
enunciation. I think I just found my favorite YouTuber.
The Miami Dolphins of the
Ready?
National
It's a
Football
full
League,
channel.
the NFL. From Hawaii, born in Hawaii. From
Why can't he say NFL properly?
Hawaii,
Whoa,
Hawaii.
why either?
Pronouncing his name, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua.
So I was right. It's Tuangulele. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely how it says.
There it is.
Yep. And I didn't read that from somewhere. I knew that because I'm a smart guy.
Feels like a good pick. Good pick for the Bolts, right?
Yeah.
They need the help.
He finally
Would you say it was a good
body
pick
of
for
an
football,
offensive
guys?
lineman. Like everyone,
I don't know if he's a football guy. He's big. He's got a terrible jacket on. What's with the white around the collar?
the
Just
jacket
be all
also
blue.
makes him look like really chubby as opposed to like.
Yeah, you got to go black if you're an O lineman.
Yeah.
Learn one.
He's real svelte, right? Yeah, he must be a real svelte human.
He's gone checkers, which is terrible for your
Yeah, it's
waistline
for fat
look,
guys,
and blue, light blue. It's a bad look all around. Sorry, no
Yeah,
drip.
it's for fat
Drip,
guys.
drip
He
rating.
does look chunky. He looks
I could-
chunky.
He does.
I
He
could
looks
pull
like
that
an
off.
hourglass, which look, as a left tackle, hourglasses are okay.
He's got to get under. He's got to get playing weight before training camp. That'll be a big storyline. But then the speculation
That's
is that he
different
can.
when that's different when chicken tastes so good.
No, but he can do all the pass protections. He can drop step. He can the other ones.
He's at Northwestern, so he's got to be cerebral, right?
Yeah,
Smart guy.
He's a smart guy. Yeah, he's not a football guy. He's a smart guy.
He's a stupid nerd.
He ran a 4.88 just quietly. That's
4.88.
fairly athletic
That's
for a guy that large.
4.88. That's a
Ridiculous.
lot quicker than I can run. Fuck.
His
Yeah.
body doesn't look like a 4.88 body, does it?
He's got
My
balance.
hamstrings
and-
explode if I try to
Oh,
sprint
yeah,
to
so
40.
his comparison, Zach Martin. So
Sprint
why
to
didn't the
40?
Cowboys take him?
I'd
It
be
didn't
happy to
work out
walk a
before,
40.
did it? He battled Chase Young in college, just letting you guys know. Don't know how it worked out, but that's his
Boom.
stat.
Kind of battle, like was it cards? Like was it cards?
Oh, he's in battling Chase Young. That's not a bad rep. No, I heard a podcast the other day with what's the guy's name? Does all the O-line stuff and D-line stuff? Brandon Thorne. That if you watch the tape against Chase Young, it's like the only guy that even slowed him down in that year. But that
That's
played,
pretty good.
He was the only guy that played well against him. So
Oh, great. He's got to do that every week now.
yeah, that's the thing. Well, I don't know. I think Chase Young's pretty special.
Well, he's definitely a football
Okay.
guy.
Yeah, Chase Young's a football guy. He loves winning. That's what the Washington football team.
Sorry,
loved about
Lloyd.
him.
You know what he really
Sorry,
hates is being on TV. Doesn't like to draw attention to himself at all.
No, he's a big fan of not being a big noter. He'll never tell you how good he is either. It's just not his thing.
Tell you what, Chase Young's a football player.
I think
He's pretty
seriously,
good.
this is a great pick for the
He's
Chargers.
pretty good.
And you know what, DJ? Now's
You
your
mate.
chance. Justin Herbert, who's a generational talent, as
Thank you,
proclaimed by
J.A.
you,
Thank you, J.A.
they've got him that
Your
guy.
mate Laurie Horich says that's the best non-quarterback pick so far this draft.
Yeah, Rashawn Slater's a freak. He's
Mark Bull comment, he's not a fashion guy. But you know what? I don't think I want my offensive line to be a fashion.
No, you want your offensive linemen to dress like they just do not care about anything
Trade.
other than
Get the trade. Jets are pick.
Who's trading?
what?
Minnesota traded. Jets are in.
The Jets have traded up.
Yeah. Traded back in.
What? You reckon the Jets are going to go for a second quarterback here?
And And they actually got the push by getting Darnold.
Are we
back.
going Mac Jones to the Patriots?
If they got 2 quarterbacks just to piss off the Patriots.
Why are they doing this?
Because they're just
You
dumb.
must know something of the Patriots must be.
Maybe the
I'm trying to
Vikings
find
will
out
take
who
someone.
what
Wide
the
receiver?
pick was.
So, well, I like Darasaur here. Christian Darasaur.
Darasaur's the only real player in his position at this point.
What if they go with the other linebacker?
Oh,
The one I can't say his name.
Evan Collins.
Jeremiah Owusu
or
Corolla.
Jeremiah or Jock.
Yeah.
Stop saying that, DJ.
It's got to catch on.
No,
It's
I
gotta
don't
catch
know
on.
what the fuck
Jock
you're
is
talking
terrible.
about.
Jock
Where'd they go with that whole lineman?
Yeah, I think Darasaur. They need some help up front. Protect your asset.
Vera Tucker.
I like Tucker. He played every position in college.
I like Tucker as well.
So did Zach Martin. Just heads up. Not sure if you guys know.
Yeah, so like Vera
I'm
Tucker
kind of a big fan of Zach Martin.
I would really like if they picked Darashaw here. That'd be nice.
I had
Najee Harris.
I had Quiddy Pay to them as well.
Dude, if they trade up for Najee Harris, they should take Joe Douglas out into the middle of MetLife and put a bullet in it.
Travis Etienne? Let's go.
So the difference being maybe the Patriots or the Cardinals
I had the
Raiders
Jets
didn't answer
taking
the
Eddie
phone.
in at 23, but not here.
All the talk is they'll draft Mac Jones to make sure the Pats can't get anyone.
Make sure they get
Or they're just playing their odds because first round quarterbacks only hit 50% of the time.
That's
So there you go,
that's
get two of
exactly
them.
right. Get 2 of them and then trade one of them.
Someone's
away.
got to do it eventually.
Genius.
Yeah.
Washington they took RG3. That wasn't in the first round.
Yeah,
but
Kirk Cousins, RG3.
draft, yeah.
That worked out all right.
Yeah, it worked out.
Sort of.
Yeah, think of all those playoff victories.
Well, think of all that money they paid.
They won the division last year with 8 wins.
Cousins.
So, 7 wins actually. You tell her what worked out, Rich. And they also drafted Dwayne Haskins. So.
Nearly beat
Okay.
us.
So, consensus around the room. Who do we like? Who are the Jets going after? Who are they grabbing?
Oh, I'm just thinking, what they need a receiver.
There's no one to trade up for, surely.
That's exactly. I think
But they
that's
also
exactly
need
right,
they need
Will.
running back, they need corner.
I think I think they're sensing a run on tackles and they're trying to jump the run.
I think
it's got to be Tucker because he's the next one on the list, and I don't think anyone else
Yeah.
answered. No, I think
Darasaur's got some raps on him. I think
Darasaur's
Tucker and
good.
Darasaur. I think they're both. They like
Any-
those. I think it might be Quiddy Pay,
No,
Michigan D lineman.
probably
I had him a little bit later, but I think he's an elite defensive line. Like,
once like your statement before, Will, why would he trade up? Why would they trade up?
Yeah.
The Pats aren't going to take him. Maybe the Cards might be thinking of that defensive front man.
but who knows who the Patriots will take? Because they'll probably grab someone from Rutgers who we've never fucking heard of.
After
some safety out of Rutgers. Yeah.
after
Why do you
training,
hate Devin McCourty? I don't understand.
he's older.
I think a quarterback in the 4th round, and he'll be a Hall of Famer.
Or could they go Owusu Corolla or Jock? There's some morons called.
Jock, there you go. See, look, it's catching on.
It's catchy.
I can't pronounce his fucking name, so Jock's probably less
I
offensive.
told you. Owusu.
On NFL.com, they're calling Zach.
So what have they given up? What's the package, Lewis?
I can't find it.
I don't know. It's not been released
I
yet.
think it's just up. It's up on the TV now. It was.
All right, we'll wait for you guys. Give us 30 seconds.
Let me check. Shefty will have it.
Yeah. Go to fake Shefty or Black Adam Schefter on Twitter.
I have quiz
They're the best follows on Twitter.
I'm
Like,
on
he
Chef,
got-
but he doesn't have it yet.
He got me a few times over the past year.
Mate, it's gold. There's
No,
also
Barry
one called
Barry
Fake
McCockiner gets everyone at all times.
Barry
So
McCockiner.
funny. Well, there we go.
Yeah, 14th overall pick. They get the 14th and a 4th round, and they give up 23 and a 3rd. So they're swapping 3rd round picks for a 4th round pick and the 2 first round picks. It's not much to give up.
Wow.
That's fuck all, right?
That's a horrible trade for the Vikings.
Yeah, the
I would have
Vikings
thought they've given up nothing and they're moving back 9 spots.
This is the problem, though. There's no one wants the quarterback.
They had no one.
The reason that they gave up so much was Justin Fields.
D line is not great in this class.
No, exactly right. There's only the one.
I think this is O line. Pair him with Mekhi Becton.
Yep.
It solidifies your
The
tackle.
Vikings could have used O line, to be honest.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Their O line's trash.
great for the Vikings. There's no value
Nothing
in
at
that.
all.
I don't know why the Vikings. I guess the Vikings want D linemen. That's what they're doing. They're moving back for
Also, it looks
defensive
like
No, they need O linemen, though.
someone to answer the phone, and the Vikings are willing to answer the
All
phone.
right. Volume,
It is-
Lewis.
It is a deep tackle class. It is a deep tackle class. Like they.
With the 15th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Elijah Vera Tucker.
Yep,
Guard,
Tucker.
There it is.
Trojans. Go Trojans.
That is outstanding.
Go Trojans.
Nice.
Good
Very
job.
versatile.
Yeah, that's a good job, Ed.
Yep, I think that's a very good pick. Let's shore up the place that matters.
Good value to get back in there and get him.
Oh, they gave nothing.
They swapped. They moved like 9 picks in the first round to swap a fourth for a third.
That's nothing.
It was 20 picks in the third and fourth. So they lost 20
Hey, let's
picks
be
from
fair,
their
the
third.
Can't be all. I
Chance
can't
of
be all. They give
throwing
them cash
all the
considerations or something.
I don't know. It's huge. That's huge.
Now, Mac
Mega
Jones
football.
has to be the pick here, right?
Well, you got to think when everyone zigs, the Patriots will zag. So they will take.
Will they trade with Washington? And
Is there a
Not
kicker?
Harris.
Is there a kicker in this draft?
It's 2 Aussie punters.
Yeah, hey, we're waiting.
Or
Yeah,
do they
Nick
go
Foles.
only
We don't
good
need a
sake
kicker.
for the board and they go with the
Nick Foles.
There's more than 2 Aussie punters. There's a handful of hopeful Aussie punters.
Yeah, but only 2
Um,
have got any chance of being drafted.
Well,
Patriots. Patriots.
They won't, but could they
I-
take
I'm
the
a fan of
last
the
one of the
Patriots.
receivers
Corey.
on board?
What?
I didn't know you were a fan of the
Please don't
Patriots.
draft Mac Jones though. I don't know if I like it.
I probably need to
give me
throw
Mac.
out a bit
Give me
of
Mac Jones here.
Mac Jones has to be the pick.
Give me
a
your
bit of an
shot,
apology
Bateman.
to the
Oh,
Big
man.
Ten. So after slamming the Big Ten for no picks in the top 10, they've then gone 11, 12, and 13. We're all the Big Ten. So it's just the Big 12 that's a disappointment.
As we are every year.
Every year. That's what you're
So the Big 12, I assume, is a conference that might have 12
Well,
teams that are big.
Rich in Will.
No.
Nick is in.
No, they
No,
don't actually don't have 12 teams.
Quite small. The smallest conference.
10 teams.
We kicked out Nebraska and Texas A&M.
Belichick's dog has made his pick.
Pick is in.
Good old doggo. It's Mac Jones. We're all thinking Mac Jones? Everyone think anything different?
Yes.
Is there
It
a
is the
borderline
Patriots, it should
first round
be.
wide receiver they could take here?
Yeah, Rashad
Bateman.
Bateman. I love Rashad Bateman. He looks great.
The other one, Owosu
Maloney.
Koromoa.
Yeah,
More-
that'd
more
be a nice fit for them.
Moore's fast.
He'd be perfect for the Patriots, Koromoa. I don't know.
Just a guy you can put everywhere.
Yeah. He's like the next Hightower, but an athlete.
Yeah, I don't think Hightower's gonna be playing very much longer anyway.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't mind that. I think they go. It depends what they think of Cam Newton, I guess.
I don't think they're taking it forward.
Is Ryan Mallett available? Can they bring him back? Big
Arkansas. Big 6'6".
Can't teach height. Oh wait, this is football.
You say
He can't teach height.
Listen to this. 53 players selected since 2015. 1 combined Pro Bowl appearance, which was the punter last year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's no
Yeah,
good.
he's good. He's so good. Jake Bailey.
With food
Oh,
They're missing a stat on there.
Here we
6
go.
Super Bowls.
insecurity,
yeah, that's true. That was all Brady.
It's another
This be
draftathon plug.
Oh yeah, they plug a lot of things in the NFL. I didn't think they were like that.
I'm kind of salty that Goodell didn't fly me out to make this pick.
You what?
I'll be going after this.
After this pick, Corey, I'm keen to hear your bets on the day.
Dead to me.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
going well.
Yeah, what bets are you?
No.
Why would you bet on a draft? All of you.
See, I'm
Because there's money to be made.
I'm running
Yeah,
a-
exactly right. And I need to be financially invested in something to have interest. It's just how I
Fair
operate.
enough. I didn't talk to you about the Vault, actually. We're taking on sponsors right now.
And that's a real gamble.
Yeah.
Everyone be quiet.
NFL Draft. The 6-time world champion New England Patriots
7 seconds.
Mac Jones.
select Mac Jones.
Yeah, it's such a Patriots pick.
Makes sense, though.
Beautiful.
You a bit excited there, Louis J?
Well, listen.
Speaking
when
of
the
dudes
whole
who
wo-
look chunky, what's going
when the
on?
whole man,
You look like a
like
Lego.
half the world thinks the Niners give up all of that to trade up to 3 to get Mac Jones, and then he falls to the Patriots at 15. I'm happy. I'm going to take that.
Because they sat there and took
He's
it.
cerebral. He's smart. He's accurate.
Massage parlor.
Well,
How do
he
you
put
know
up Joe
you know-
Burrow numbers.
Yeah,
How do
he's
we know
gonna.
he's smart?
He's going to go well with Josh
Better
McCown.
numbers
I'm
than
very
Tua.
pleased about this.
How did that guy say you pronounce it? Tua Tagovailoa.
And Saban and Belichick are like this, so
Yeah,
Saban's not going to BS him. He's going to tell him exactly what he needs to work on. He needs to improve
terrible
on.
drip. Terrible drip
Does not
for
walk like a Patriot.
for
Doesn't
McCorkle.
walk like an athlete.
No, he's a
Did Tom Brady walk like an athlete?
I love Tom Brady's draft photos with his shirt off. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
because it's pretty much Mac Jones.
Did you see his tweet? Tom Brady's tweet. It's annual. The photo of my draft day. Post the photo of my draft day out there. Poor bastard.
Awesome. That's good.
Enjoy the rest of the draft, boys. I'm gonna fly.
See you, Rickard.
See you later, Richie.
See ya.
Enjoy the random 32 pick.
Thanks, mate.
Have a good holiday.
Mathematics, we recycled 22 of them.
I reckon you'll take Quiddy Pay
Can you draft backups in the first round?
if you want to.
Trade down.
Patriots have been doing it for years, clearly.
See you, mate. Up to free agent.
See you, mate.
Did you just walk it off the set?
He's walking off.
Yeah, he's going away. Richie's going away, everyone. It's okay. Don't panic.
He's so excited about the 32nd pick of the draft that he had to leave.
Yeah, you're going to watch it on the road.
I'm really excited. Like for the rest of the draft, like I'm really excited to see what the Ravens do. It's like one of my. I think it's like my adopted like I'm obviously a Patriot fan, but everything about the Ravens.
Wait, slow down.
It's unbelievable. Siding with the franchise that turned us over.
It's my stepson. It's my stepson.
Yeah, your stepson's a rat, a filthy rat.
Lamar Jackson, baby. Get him some help.
Hey, Corey, is everything okay at home, man? Do you want to talk about it, dude? Just come on. I'm looking at your eyes on the computer.
Cards pick is in. Who we like?
All
my picks are all stuffed.
Corey and Manusu were Lalusu.
No, they can't have him and Simmons.
They
No, you
can.
can't.
They can have what they don't have positions, Corey. You don't know anything. I don't know. Offensive line.
Maybe a wide receiver to throw in as like a trainee now that Fitzgerald might be. That's a trainee.
Is there a wide receiver that can go here though?
I'd go Elijah Moore, one of the guys who can take the top off some of these.
Who'd you say, running back?
I like a short Bateman.
Well, they signed James Conner.
Yep.
So they won't go running back.
Yay.
No, they're not going to.
It's better than overpaying Kenyon Drake they have for the last 9 years.
True.
9 years.
Is this a spot perhaps Darasaur could go? I mean, there's a bit of a need for O-line. I think that might have been why the Jets traded up to get ahead of these guys here, knowing that the Patriots were probably pretty locked into Mac Jones.
Well, who's the next lineman on the board?
How many games does Cam Newton play this year?
4.
Depends if they win or not.
That's what I'm asking, Corey.
Because
How many do you think he's going to
have
play?
a faked somewhat injury, and then Mac Jones will take over from him and play forevermore.
Old McCorkle.
Yep. I tell you, he's a highly
He plays at least 8 games.
I think Darrashaw's the pick here. Could they go D line? Could they go Quiddy Pay? Could they start the run or Owa from Penn State?
Because they just lost Peterson.
Is in.
They just lost Peterson. So would they go an actual tertiary? Would they go someone? Will they go a safety? Would they go someone like Trevon Mayrig or someone like that?
I'd be surprised at safety at this point. There's still a couple of corners on the board. Caleb Farley is kind of all over the shop.
Isn't he hurt?
Well,
that's the knock on him. He was
Safety
injured.
Or a sure bet, and they can shift them between positions. Whereas a corner tends to be a corner.
Yeah, I wonder if they double down on linebacker. I'm trying to think of value, because they don't really. They've got a few. They don't have any desperate needs.
Value. We've still got Zayvon Collins on the board, and he was a pretty highly flouted pick. Here we go. Zayvon Collins.
There it is.
Yep. They go linebacker and try to.
He's on our Tulsa, yeah?
Yeah,
He was, yes. So he won the all of the defensive awards at the college level this year as best defensive player, best linebacker.
Pick of draft. This is the next pick is literally what JA has been here for the whole day.
The Raiders.
What will the Raiders
up?
do? And what poor person is going to ruin their career after today?
Yeah, career. No, that was the Lions. The Lions. Nice Sill's career's over. I guess I like their defense was pretty bad last year.
The Panthers exercised fifth year.
He is kind of similar though to Isaiah Simmons. He's kind of, I guess that's just what off-ball linebackers are now. They're just
that's the new body type that people are looking for.
Yeah, I don't know
because we've been arguing.
I don't know much about him. I know he's had a great college career. He's a big dude, can move.
It looks pretty good. He needs to put on a few kilos, but he looks pretty good.
His comparison's Anthony Barr. Anthony Barr's had a pretty good career and very versatile.
I think I'll be wrong. He's 260 pounds. That's a big boy.
He's huge. Will, what's your take him from college?
Look, playing out at Tulsa, he's at that group of 5 level. So he dominated in the games that he was playing. And Tulsa had a really good team this last year. And he was incredibly active all the time. He really pops out on the film. Like at that level, he was a guy that's like, man, this guy is kind of better than everyone here. And it's quite clear. So that obviously translated into a lot of awards and recognition towards the back end of the year. They say he's ultra athletic. I still think there's probably concerns at the transition to the NFL level. Like he's kind of used to being a step ahead of everyone with where he's playing, and now he's going to be like mid-range, run-of-the-mill sort of player. So it's going to be an adjustment for him, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I always kind of worry about guys at the linebacker position who have that. I have a bit more faith in the Power 5 guys at that spot, but we'll see. He was productive.
He was very productive. And like I said, he's got quite an amazing athletic picture as well. So I think he's got.
Was Andy Katzenmoyer productive? Because he wasn't very good.
What name did you just say?
Andy Katzenmoyer. He played for Ohio State. Was like Patriots first round draft pick. And he was just terrible.
What about what's your take on Chase Winovich?
What do you mean? Apparently he's a dick.
For real?
Oh. I just bought his signed jersey. Fucking damn it, Corey! You should have told me before.
It was a bad investment.
Look.
He does have the signed jersey.
Those are the rankings that we want, right? Like, there's got to be an NFL insider who can build us a ranking of the biggest dicks in the league. And just really give us a top 12, who's just an awful human being.
You have to be very careful when you go onto Fiverr or Airtasker and ask for that list.
No, all you got to do is
be very, very careful.
You would just have to get access to all the NFL players' Instagrams and then just see their DMs. But they'd be sending them to every chick in Melbourne.
Oh, hey. Yeah. No Texans players would ever do anything untoward.
Hey, he didn't fucking do it. All right.
Only 32 people disagree.
We've lost the camera.
What happened to your camera, fellas?
I don't know.
We're missing you.
Sorry.
What happened to your camera, Lewis?
I barely feel like wearing pants today.
I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be back.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm actually just really impressed still that Will was wearing the draft.
He's a beautiful man.
I want to wear a suit next week.
Yeah, we should make a rule. I can't hear people talking to you, but you can hear me because I've got a wireless mic. Just letting you know. We should make a rule next year that we have to wear.
I've muted him.
We all have to wear suits.
I reckon we wear suits.
Except for Corey.
He has to wear New York Giants.
Hello.
All right, now we're unmuted.
Where'd you go? Figure it out, Jay.
Can Corey hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
On the stream. Is the stream still going?
Yeah.
Pick is in.
pick is in for the Raiders.
The Raiders are going to draft
team.
Terrence Marshall, receiver.
What do you mean? He's a small white slot guy?
Right out of
He's
it.
definitely not.
Man,
The draft.
look at that list of first round draft picks. That is an absolute abomination.
It's horrible, isn't it? Absolutely shocking.
Gruden, just dreadful.
There we go.
Right, we're back on.
Who's the fastest player left in the draft now that I can hear you guys? He's going to get picked.
Easy.
Elijah Moore.
Terrace Marshall wouldn't be a bad pick here. The kid's a stud.
Look at their first round picks the last 2 years.
Look, Abram, I think he's a really good player. And he does
I don't think he is.
Difficulty is he leads with his
Abram's
head.
not good.
He wants to blow people.
He can't cover anyone.
No,
He's like he needs to play like in 2001. Like
Abrams was a good pick 20 years ago when Rodney Harrison was the best safety in the NFL.
Gruden has upgraded his scouting.
Guy. He knows all the plays. He knows all the routes. He comes downhill.
Oh, I didn't know he was a football guy. Guys, he's a football guy. I am back in on
the man says Salmon. Like
Salmon, yeah, but do you know everyone gives Jared Goff for not knowing where the sun rises and falls?
That's true.
I get that wrong all the time too.
You see on
I know it's east and west, but I don't know which. I don't know where it comes up and goes down. I couldn't tell.
Alex Leatherwood.
In the east.
There we go. Building the line. The line that they just tore down.
Yeah, true.
Alex Leatherwood. No, they traded Trent Williams away. They traded Rodney Hudson away. Yeah.
So give us. We'll stop back yet. So Louis, give us a rundown on Alex Leatherwood. It's a cool name.
I just didn't think he would be
high
based on everything I've read. It's not like I sat and watched all the bits of tape on Leatherwood, but it's an absolute team need. So in terms of that, it's because I traded all absolutely a team need. I don't know why they would dismantle their line to then go and spend a first round pick on it. It seems like they had a good line when it was healthy in 2019.
Do they have cap issues?
Yes.
So do they? Looking at another tackle, which might be able to be paid pittance for the next 5 years, might actually be a longitudinal.
Right. So maybe that's it. Maybe they made that decision and they were happy with a few of the different tackles that could fall to them. So, I mean,
for me that makes sense because they're looking at their running game as one of their major players for the next 5 years, and if they build up their O line with cheap, good O linemen over the next couple of years, it's not a bad organizational decision.
Yeah, I mean, they massively overpaid Trent Williams, so they had to get him off the books. I understand that. But
so Alex Leatherwood name loosely translates to penis of cowskin.
That can't be true.
It is. I can't believe Corey actually in some way believes it. He's like, it might be true. Jay might have some inside intel here. It's 100% not true, Corey.
Cannot be true.
You good? What are you adding? Oh, you got to pick fries. You want potato gems, onion rings, or sweet potato chips?
Sure.
Why are you yelling?
Not that guy. Okay. Do whatever you want.
Guys, it's like 6 in the morning over here. Chill out.
And you want a drink? Coke.
We don't need too many drinks, Jay. We've got a whole bottle of port there.
I am not drinking any.
We have a whole bottle of port there. So you guys like port, don't you? Louis G, you like port.
Oh, I love port.
See?
You would love.
We've got a lovely bottle here of very fine aged port, Louis G. We have a glass on draft day.
Crack it open, get into it.
The tradition that I insisted and
enforced. Fine.
Jay, I hate it.
It's the fucking worst. It tastes like cat piss.
Oh, I love cat piss.
What are we going to drink out of?
I got a mug there. We're still going to say mug.
This mug's been sitting there. It's still got the port in it from last year's draft. Oh.
Tasty.
I've got some fresh glasses somewhere.
Yeah, well, I just poured my Burnley Brewing beer into an old dirty glass. So
beautiful.
I've left for 2 minutes. I come back and you guys are just pouring drinks, silence on air. What's going on here? Right?
I've got a wireless mic. Did I tell you?
All right, Dolphins. Who do we like? What do they need?
Who Dolphins second pick?
I said I reckon they go defensive end. They try to get a pass rusher here.
Yes.
This is my boy Travis Etienne. They need a running back.
Dude,
take a first
no,
round.
don't do it.
Is 18 a little bit early to go?
Dude, I thought Myles Gaskin looked really good in the spots he had last year. I'm not saying he's like a bell cow, but
I like running back here.
You like a running back?
I like running back here.
Not early for
You
running.
know what the stats say about running backs, right? You take a
Everything's
first round running
early.
back. Everyone else on the
Take
team
it as early as
is good.
possible, and then
Caleb Phillips, edge. There we go.
Oh, the first D end. The first D end off the board. Actually, I really like Jalen Phillips. I think he's gonna. And you know what? Kempy didn't like Aaron Phillips. Kempy didn't like Phillips, but he plays for Miami, and he's apparently a fan of Miami. Why did you give me so much of that?
That's one little glass.
Fuck my life. I hate you, DJ.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
You
Yeah.
sip on it. You don't
Cheers,
smell
fellas.
it. Cheers, guys. It's everyone watching.
It's horrible.
It's so delicious. Well, then it's so smooth. It can basically
Wasted on that peasant JA.
Oh,
It
Louis, when you
has-
come down, there's a quarter bottle left.
Yeah, when are you coming down again, Lewis? You never
I
you
don't
came
know,
here
I'll have to
once
work that
and
out.
never came back.
We did have a few
Yeah.
beers that day, though.
Take the hint. I'm still scarred from losing my trip to
Oh, yes.
Foxborough.
So anyone who's watching, Lewis came down for was it like the first game of the season or something?
Yeah, it was the first weekend of the
week of the
2018 season.
And Corey was in this this competition for draft. Was it DraftKings?
Who's Corey? Lewis.
Why do I get you two confused?
Port really hits JA hard, by the way.
It actually is vile. Yeah, he was in this competition and he lost by 0.2 of a point to win
A
a
full, like, what,
full paid trip
$7,000 trip
to
Boston
America to
go
watch
and watch the
Cowboys Patriots. I've never seen him. Like, we were sitting there pretty much celebrating, being like, it's home, and he lost it because Jimmy Garoppolo ran backwards and took yards away from him, and that's what you lost, wasn't it? Or something like that.
No, I close, but I lost because the Niners scored a garbage time touchdown against Tampa Bay off a Jameis turnover, and they went for two.
Right.
And Jimmy
That's
Garoppolo
right.
threw
What
the
I
3-point
hear that was the
conversion.
most
Yeah,
entertaining
that's
part
what it was.
the drinking of your own bar porter for the hour before that, thinking
It
you
was-
were home.
I'm not going to lie, Lewis. I know I give you a lot of shit about it, but that day was fucking
Pretty
horrifying.
rough, though.
I was so upset for you. I've never
Bad
been more.
time.
I was like, this is. And then we got really, really drunk.
Yes.
Very drunk.
And Lewis wasn't a fun drunk that day. He was a real aggressive and angry drunk, and just
That's just not true.
just treated everyone like garbage. Good day though. Good
There were a
fun.
lot of what ifs.
Good to come back. And then Corey can travel in time and come as well.
All right, so 6 minutes for the Washington pick, number 19 overall. There's
My bets have not done well.
No, you're
there are
not doing
so
well.
many needs for the Washington football team. Where do they even start?
No, I have Najee Harris under 27.5 still. I had New York Giants take a cornerback 6-1. That doesn't looking less likely now. And I have Caleb Farley to go over 27.5 because of the whole no feeling in his foot thing.
Over is in prior to 27.5 or above it?
Above 27.
Above 27. Well, that's probably still in play, obviously.
Yeah, and Najee Harris as well.
Yeah, I think Najee Harris won't get past the Bills if the Steelers don't go there.
I do think if the Giants take Caleb Farley, though, I lose one and I win one, and I get better odds on
That's true.
cornerback being drafted by the Giants.
If the Giants take a cornerback again, I think that they're more dumb than I already know they are.
They're definitely dumb.
We will take a top-tier wide receiver that's left on the board, I think, at 20.
There's none left. There aren't any top tier wide receivers.
What do you mean? There's Bateman.
Bateman?
Why do you hate Bateman so much?
Everyone knows the three guys that have gone were the three Premier guys, and everything else is a drop.
He's pretty close.
No.
Elijah
Bateman
Moore?
just-
Come on
in
now.
my opinion.
Elijah
Moore's.
You heard it here first.
Yeah,
Elijah Moore is the truth.
That Jalen Reagor is going to be the best receiver of the draft. That was a good one.
And gets hurt. He's going to have an absolute popping year, mate.
Hey, you can't blame the quarterback. Justin Jefferson broke the record with
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, and Kirk Cousins is a really good quarterback.
Wait.
Incorrect.
This is the test of whether someone knows what is a good quarterback is what they think of Kirk Cousins.
I want to throw something over to the
middle of the pack
fantasy boys here.
Yeah,
looking at what we've had so far. So
yeah,
18 picks in. We've had 13 on offense, 5 on defense. We kind of expected that. Of the 13 offensive players, 9 skill position players. Are you able to maybe give us a bit of a breakdown of, from a fantasy perspective, of the 9 skill position players, what you like, what you don't like?
Questions, Will. You should be on a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, so Corey, do you want to go or you want to start, or what do you want?
You start, I'll fill in.
All right, sounds good. So Kyle Pitts to the Falcons is great. He's just going to get absolutely fed. Think of what Austin Hooper did with all of those targets a couple of years ago. Imagine giving that sort of volume to Kyle Pitts over the next few years. I mean, he's going to challenge for top 2, top 3 tight end status sooner rather than later, I would suggest. For the receivers, Jamar Chase he's going to a crowded place, but he's obviously the most talented. He's going to earn targets, and the defense isn't much shape, so I think that's going to be good for him. It dings T. Higgins, which I'm disappointed about. Jalen Waddle, I think Tua's going to have to show a lot more than for me to get too excited about it.
We got the Skins pick here, so maybe we'll double back to it.
Yeah.
Are they going to go the offensive side of the ball?
No.
Jamin Davis, Kentucky. Interesting.
Did they take?
Davis.
The linebacker. Where's it? Washington. They took the linebacker.
Yeah, I thought they were going to go maybe offensive line or.
I thought not that.
Well, there's not many offensive linemen left now. That's a problem they've got.
There's still probably a couple that are actually reasonable, but I still wouldn't take them in the first round.
Well, Penis of Cowskin, he was probably the guy they wanted. All right, Will, Jamin Davis, Kentucky, give us your take.
Sorry, I've got a bit of work happening here now around me, so I'll try and keep quiet and only talk when called upon. Davis is an interesting one for me. I did have him going to the Ravens later in the first, so I still thought he was first-round talent out of Kentucky. Quite productive there. I probably thought Owosu Kamara, who we've mentioned a number of times, is probably a guy that you would land before him here. Kentucky's defense has been really good the last couple of years, and he's a big reason. Like, they have had some freaky athletes there, so it's certainly going to be interesting to see how he develops at that next level. That they've been a really, really good team in the toughest conference. So, yeah, not the pick for me, but certainly not outrageous or out there.
Did you
Skins have done worse.
Was a need at the moment for Washington Redskins or Washington football team?
I thought they would have gone offensive.
Do you reckon that was actually a need position? They thought that he was the best defensive player on the board left?
Well, NFL Network has Jamin Davis at 99 athleticism and 65 production.
Wow, that's a lot.
So basically, if
it's Madden ratings, then he'll still.
He's a freak. Yeah.
So
Adams
his athleticism doesn't.
Well, it just depends on how you use them as well. It's like with a lot of these guys, it just depends on the scheme and where you put them, and making it successful for them.
They won't have great off-ball linebackers. Like Reuben Foster's still on their roster, and who knows what he's going to do?
Yeah, it's definitely a need for them.
Benjamin Albright had him going to the Washington football team at this pick.
Oh, there you go. And they've got the fake Leighton Vander Esch on their team, Washington.
He ran a 4.3.
Yeah, he's a good athlete. Remember, they have a very, very good front. So he should be able to not be blocked a lot if he plays as an off-ball linebacker and an athletic guy behind a very strong front.
Reece Simpson's commented on our Facebook stream, and I agree. Look, we're both stupidly Giants fans. Pick 20. Hirogan Asuwa Koromala, or Jock, as I like to call him, is going to be a giant in about 4 minutes' time.
I think so too.
Yeah, that or a Rashad Bateman. I'd be happy with either at the moment. I think that Jock though is the pick of the draft. I think he's so underrated.
Do you guys need a wide receiver? Is that the biggest need?
We don't have the top plus. Golladay just got signed.
And then
Golladay just got a monster deal. Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram. You got the what's his name? The Darius Slayton. Like, it's not a need.
I don't think it's a need. I think they go. Yeah,
the hard thing is that Gettleman needs Daniel Jones to succeed to keep his job over the next couple of years. So I think that he's going to.
If Gettleman hasn't lost his job yet, he's fucking never losing his job.
I hate my fucking organisation.
He's a loser. He reached for Daniel Jones like a moron.
He reached for Andrew Thomas last year. Oh
yeah, because you could have had. You could have had
more port. Just relax.
You could have had Mackay Becton.
Fuck off. I don't want to talk about it.
Jedrick Wills.
I'm done. No,
Tristan Wirfs.
Tristan Wirfs, who didn't give up a sack.
Our 4th round pick is actually better than our 1st round pick.
I know. I'm well aware. I'm well aware of the Giants' flaws.
That's what I'm going
and they'll still sweep the Cowboys next year. Oh, Leonard Williams.
Just real quick as fantasy type looks at these guys. I love Kyle Pitts more than anyone else that's been drafted so far. Obviously, the quarterbacks, Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson, I think will be productive fantasy assets. Jalen Waddle, I don't really love the spot. I don't know what Tua is right now. I don't know if he's
Can I ask a direct fantasy question then? I have Superflex League number 2 pick. Right, I've got a need at quarterback. I'm assuming Lawrence goes off number 1. Who, based off of landing spots, what you like here? Who do you think the 2 is?
I think it's Wilson, just because he's going to play right away day one. I could hear the argument for Fields though.
Honestly, I would take Trey Lance. This organization is so committed to him. He gets great coaching. He's got plenty of weapons around him, offensive line. He's in a position to return and increase his value immediately. He's got rushing upside and can be used at the goal line and carries as well. I think Trey Lance is the 102 in Superflex leagues.
I think the 49ers are going to run the ball as much as anyone next year. So that's why I like Zach Wilson better. And Zach Wilson can run as well.
What about Lawrence?
Lawrence is 1. Well, Lawrence is easily 1.
We're presuming he's 1.
Yeah.
Unless I'm wrong there.
I would slide Fields. I would slide Fields into 3 ahead of Wilson for me.
Yeah, so the situation, although in saying that, right, the Jet they took the other guard. They've got Beckham. They don't have terrible receivers. Like there's no like superstar. I agree to that, but the group
the Bears have got Allen Robinson and Darnell Mooney, who I like, and also, as bad as an NFL quarterback Trubisky was, he was able to score points pretty regularly when he was under center with running Matt Nagy's offense. Fields is just better. He's more athletic. He's a better thrower of the ball. And I think
he can see players further than 5 yards in front of him, and doesn't.
That's also true. Yeah, and
we're not sure if Tua can do that though.
Maybe that's the plan. They're just 5 yards full slant to Jalen Waddle. See if he can house it
7 times. I'm out on Tua. I'm not. I would have traded him.
That. I'll get benched with Fitzmagic. Look at his beard.
I'm giving him 1 more year because of the injury.
All right, Giants pick.
The Giants selection is in.
Who's everyone betting? I'm going with Kurumoa. I'm going with him.
As am I.
Oh, no, I didn't hear it. Oh no!
I can only hear giggling. I can't hear.
Who is it?
It's Kadarius Toney.
That is so trash.
For fuck's sake, this is just silly. Hey, buddy.
You got a great slot receiver now, though.
This is so sad.
He can share not getting catches with Evan Ingram now. Him and Evan Engram can share being unproductive together.
Inconsistent hands. That's what you need. That's what it says in NFL Network right now.
Isn't this guy a real dickhead as well? Is that what I'm?
Look at his top skills. How is inconsistent hands a top skill?
No, they're not. They
Like
just keep
dynamic
about
running back skills, inconsistent hands. Everyone else in that last dot point had a NFL comparison. There isn't one.
That's him beating JC Horn just quietly.
Ridiculous.
Good tackling there by South Carolina, though.
I'm so excited that we're going to have
Nearly all of his production was manufactured at or behind the line of scrimmage. The dude,
they might want that.
He's old for a receiver coming out, and look at that. That's over half his production is yards after catch because it came right at the line of scrimmage.
This seems like a pick to me that I would love in the second round of the 49ers.
or the fourth round by the Giants.
That's the first one that I've had outside of the first round. So I didn't have him anywhere in the first round.
I know a lot of people did, but I don't know why.
I had him. Does he have off field issues too? Is that what?
No, I put him at 31 to the Ravens because there was a lot of buzz around him going in the first round. So I just wanted him in my mock, and I thought he seemed like a player the Ravens might go for. I certainly didn't expect him to go that high. This is good shit.
Yeah, as I said before, if Gettleman hasn't got fired already, he's never going to get fired.
This is bullshit. How well did this bloke play in the Senior Bowl? It's the only fucking game that stupid asshole watches.
Hey guys, just want to give you a heads up. DJ's a bit upset. Not sure if you've read that.
Have another glass of port, mate. It'll calm you down.
This is good. Raw and
have a glass
uncut.
of port and smoke some cigarettes. You'll really calm down.
I'm going to start up smoking cigarettes.
So just quietly, the Colts, they could get
anyone that's decent.
They could get Kusu or Amoa here to pair up with Leonard.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Or they could. They got the center a couple of years ago.
I don't like Jock anymore.
They need to get Carson Wentz a damn receiver.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
that would be really helpful.
But the best one in the draft just went. I don't know what they're going to do.
Oh my God, they get Bateman over.
Yeah, they get Bateman.
Bateman, Pittman.
Why do you like
Hilton?
Bateman?
Oh, dreams.
What's his name?
Wentz to the moon.
I'm really.
I'm not much of a tape grinder. I don't grind the tape. I'm a football guy.
You're a football guy. At least you know all the routes.
Yeah,
At least you know all the routes.
I know every route.
Even know how to do a hook. Like shit.
Yeah, I can curl, hook.
Curl, hook.
The There's the one where they go to the corner. I think it's called a corner.
Nice.
There's the one where they run.
The stop and goes do confuse you a bit.
Stop and goes get me every time.
Apart from that, you're right. Yeah.
There's the one where they do the in. I think it's an in. That's called an in. There's one where they run and they go to the sideline, like out to the sideline. That's an out. What I like about football when you're explaining to new people, like the way what they call things just makes sense all the time. It's like, I want you to run to the post.
The guy who runs to that,
called?
The guy who runs to that backfield.
Where am I running? No, to the post.
I want you to run to the corner of the end zone. Okay, what do we call this route? We call it a corner. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is making sense.
What about if you want me to curl up?
That's I don't know what you mean.
It's better than curl out.
That's really it's a curl route.
There we go.
See how quickly I didn't get it, and then you could explain it to me so easily. It was great.
Don't put your port away.
I don't want this. It is fucking disgusting.
Delicious. It really calms you down.
It doesn't calm
It calms
down.
you down when your team make a really bad pick.
Well, you can have it then. There you go. Do it for the Giants. Finish it for the Giants.
So no, you sip on it. You don't be silly.
Don't get.
I am not silly.
Don't be silly. You're not Gettleman.
I'm not shoey on the podcast. What she say?
Where are those computer folk now?
Yeah, what a
not happy.
At least he traded back and got a first round pick for next year.
We have 2 chances to completely ruin my life another year from now. So
yes, beautiful. He has 2 more opportunities to draft donkeys.
Well, that's exactly right. Look, I reckon it's a 50-50 because
maybe they fire him and then they've got a new GM for next year.
Imagine the new GM coming in with 2 first-round picks,
and the Bears could suck.
Shit.
The Bears could
end up with a top 5 pick and then a top 5 pick. Because
could be a top 5 pick from the Bears.
Imagine
could be a top 5 pick
from the.
You could then
picks.
You could replace Jones, which you blew that pick in the top 10. Get a new left tackle because Andrew Thomas will be playing with Eric Flowers by then.
Sorry.
You're right. You could definitely make up for all the mistakes.
Whilst we're obviously filling time for my depression to hit 100%, Eric Flowers just signed a contract for someone.
He
and
signed
it wasn't
a
Washington football team.
Yeah, he played for them last year, I'm fairly sure.
No, he played for Miami last year.
Miami.
That's
Eric Flowers was the most depressing first-round pick that I've actually watched football for. And he's starting as a lineman somewhere. Like,
hey, Corey, do you want to buy
now
Jalen
actually
Rager
serviceable?
Eclipse rep?
Len Collins doesn't play for us.
No.
Odell Beckham doesn't play for us.
You do?
You selling it, JA?
Nah, it's on one of these $400, I reckon. Jalen Rager full-size rep. It's got his number. It's got his number.
Speakers in.
You pay $400 for a rep.
Yeah, come on, bro. Unless it's like Tom Brady.
Well, it's a Philadelphia Eagles helmet, so how much would you pay?
It's an Eclipse.
I don't care if it's Sunrise.
Right, Colts, where are we at? Sorry,
the Colts need?
I'm over my depression. We'll move on.
Colts they don't have any needs.
No, they can just literally pick the best player on the board. Which right now, I reckon, would they go that defensive line?
No, because they've got good defensive. They could go edge. They could go an edge defender here.
Do they actually, like you said, do they give a wide receiver talent here? Do they go Rashad Bateman? Do they go Elijah Woods?
I have them taking a lot more.
DJ.
Yep.
Just if in case you were interested, over his first 3 years in college, Kadarius Toney, he managed about 600 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns in his first 3 years. It took him turning 22 years old to get his 900, and he had a good senior year, but
that's the only thing that everyone watches.
He was 22 years old. Like, he's supposed to come in and dominate.
Is he at least a gadget guy?
I mean, that's the thing. He'll contribute on special teams, right? And
there you go. We need special teams is a very big part. It's a third.
It's a third of the game.
Your coach is the special teams coach.
Yeah,
he is. Maybe that's what he saw. He watched film on him dominating on kickoff and kick return.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's gone, you know what? Where we need to spend our first round pick? Special teams.
He just came back from making get up and run laps.
You got to win those.
Hey, to be fair, I would take a kicker that kicks a 99%.
What do we got here?
I reckon Elijah Moore.
Elijah Moore or Rashad Bateman. I reckon the wide receivers would be an amazing entry.
Quiddy Pay.
I don't mind that. Yeah. I don't mind that.
Good defense.
That's good. Breaking up that D line.
Yeah,
that's good value.
Good D linemen on the board.
Yeah, that's really good value, I think.
What if the Vikings take Bateman?
Yes.
He's kid from Minnesota.
Yeah. Hometown kid.
I mean, then they won't have to play Chad Beebe anymore.
And that's good for everyone. I just don't think they're going to draft a receiver that early, with given the success of Jefferson and Thielen still got plenty. I would be surprised. Yeah, but he's what, like 31, 32, but he's young. Like he didn't play a lot before he turned so. Yeah, I don't know. You tell me. You're old and banged up, Mr. Compression Gear.
Well, wait, who are you talking to? Because there's a few people in the room that could go.
Are you picking on me?
Well, old and banged up.
I'm not old and banged up. I'm old and fit as a fiddle.
I'm pretty sure I saw an X-ray of my chest once, and it had about 8 or 9 white lines down my ribs.
I just had a season off. I'm ready to go.
Guys, have you been in a car accident before?
I think you should have a couple more glasses of port, and then
football's good for you.
Which I just did.
What did I do?
No,
liquid courage.
Quiddy Pay. All right, Will, give us your college breakdown of this bloke.
Quiddy Pay, I'm really excited about him. I think he's going to be extremely electric. And in that defense, hell, he's not going to be the number one target for offenses. So I think he's going to just be unleashed.
Yeah, look, he's a guy that I'm a lot cooler on. Not a huge fan. I think there's still some refinement to his game. Like, athletically, he's a big dude and he's done a lot, but he doesn't come in as a really rounded prospect with a whole heap of dominant film in my mind. So I'm a lot cooler on him. I think it is a bit of a luxury pick for them, so I think this is not a bad spot to land, and it certainly will help him adjust to things. But I think it's similar. Who was the one that Green Bay took a couple of years ago in the first round? D lineman. No, anyone?
It's sad that I can't remember.
Rashawn Gary.
Yes, yeah. Probably not the same athletic profile, but similar sort of, not uber productive, and potential's there, but far from a lot.
If you look at the Colts front seven, though, they've got quite a lot of weapons already, and they're quite a solid unit. If you add someone like this that you can develop, that doesn't have to take that double team, it doesn't have to take that focus, his production is probably going to increase significantly. He's got a really, I'm going to use the stupid term that JA uses that I hate. He's got a really good football mind. Have a look at the way he plays in his tape.
Football player.
I hate that fucking term.
Do you think he's a football guy?
Is
he a football guy?
That term. But yeah, look at him though.
I think he's a football guy.
I think he's a football guy.
I fucking like him. I like him.
As one of the very few defensive linemen in the draft, it's worth a top first round pick. He's a very. You're right. Actually, he might not be that productive in his first couple of years, but I reckon he's got a huge upside.
This is the problem though with the defensive linemen in this draft is all of them have question marks. There's no defensive lineman. They're just like, like a Joey Bosa or a Nick Bosa. It's like this guy's just got everything.
Well, there wasn't one. Like you said, there wasn't one this draft. There's a whole bunch of guys who might develop into a good player.
I feel like I forgot how you say his name, Rizzo or whatever. Rossio from Michigan. Russo. I feel like he's going to be really good for some reason, and someone's going to get a bargain with him.
No, he's going to be your typical edge rusher that is like, oh, this guy's going to be really good, and he just doesn't.
Actually, here's the big one. Is he going to be more productive than Cleveland Farrell?
Wouldn't be hard. He's going to have better draft value.
I hope so. Not that hard.
He's a lower pick. He's a bit more athletic.
If Cleveland Farrell was taken 20 like everyone thought he should have been.
Or 25.
Yeah, they were like the Raiders. If they'd taken him where they would have been better off taking Josh Jacobs at 3 and taking Cleveland Farrell at 25. That would have been better value for the draft.
That's true.
Like you would walk away going, well, at least they got Josh Jacobs, and you know what? Cleveland Farrell was better value. He's terrible.
That makes me chuckle.
Titans are up.
Who's better, Uche or Kwity Paye?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Good question.
They both played at Michigan.
That's true. Tennessee. I reckon this is a little bit of a
milking this clock
as well.
I just saw someone on Twitter, right? I'll give you terms that you'll understand from the Giants. I'll put this in terms you'll understand. Imagine going to BWS with money to buy a slab of Captain Morgan's, but instead you come home with a home brand bottle of rum and a bag of Skittles. Sure, it's okay, but it's not what we want or need.
Who was that? Because that's
Reese.
Was that Reese? Well done, Reese. Well done.
That was very funny, Reese. You said that in our
like I said, he's also a very long-standing, upset Giants fan.
With a home brand rum and a bag of Skittles.
Hey. Look, I'm not going to discount the fact that home brand rum and a bag of Skittles has got you over the line.
Reese, explain it to me like I'm a 4-year-old.
Still, you'd think in the first round at 20, you could do better.
Do they know wide
I'll
receivers?
say this. I've said this sometimes, and people have done really well. So look, maybe I can't even remember his name. What was his name again?
Who?
I don't know.
The Giants.
I've got no idea.
None of them.
No.
You're trying to think of a good draft pick.
No,
Daniel Jones. Remember when he's really fast, but he falls over when he gets an open field for no reason. He just stumbles.
His legs hurt.
How much more port do we have?
This whole bottle, which I'd happily let you drink all of, so it's never in my room again.
No, that's for next year.
I'm going to save it for next year. Can we save the same cup?
Though, isn't it?
I haven't had a sip yet. He told me to put some
Titans?
Glenn.
Where are we at?
I reckon I might go wide receiver here.
I once again think
Corey Davis.
I think a replacement for Corey Davis. I think that wide receiver, although AJ Brown has done amazing things at the Tennessee Titans, imagine giving another person who could actually offside that. I think that.
Or they go Najee Harris for when Derrick
Henry
Henry collapses this year.
They drafted Darren Evans last year. They're not drafting.
That's not happening. No, they're not. They're not.
They go
Would they go a Tevin Jenkins?
I love Darren Evans.
I know.
I do like an
That's baby.
offensive lineman.
Yep.
Here.
Tevin Jenkins.
Tevin Jenkins could slot in at right
That makes
tackle.
sense.
Instantly
Jenkins, I think, who was the other one? Darisaur's still available. Maybe even Landon Dickerson.
I'm surprised Darisaur's still available. Actually, center's a good spot, and Dickerson's
Who's
the best.
current centre?
Don't know. Couldn't even tell
I
you.
don't think
I
centre
can look
was
it up.
their express need. I thought they needed a tackle/guard. Emery.
Who retired?
Was it Costanza that
Yeah, they lost someone.
I can never remember. I really like the Titans. I think they've done pretty good moves. However, I know. Look, a lot of people don't like them.
You only hate them because they're New England too.
No, there's lots of New England twos around.
I do
Have you seen Detroit or Houston?
This is Derrick Henry probably
It's like they're like the Antichrist to New England.
in production. And for that to continue, they're going to need to up the O line.
Caleb Farley, defensive back, the cornerback from Virginia Tech. Wow, they must be confident in his medicals. Here's the guy's banged up, right?
Yeah.
He has significant mental.
I don't mind that though. That's definitely a position of need.
Yeah, they need it, but they always take the worst corners. Like, how
Always.
many times are they going to miss on corners?
Adoree Jackson wasn't bad. He just was.
Adoree Jackson's fine, but freaking Patriot guy. Super Bowl
Ryan?
hero, I forgot his name.
Oh, Malcolm Butler. Which we have both of them.
Malcolm Butler. They had Logan Ryan. Ryan was all right with him, though.
Yeah.
Logan Ryan
Malcolm Butler was
ended Tom Brady's career for New England. Remember that?
throwing money down the drain.
Yeah, I don't know. Like he's highly rated, but he's got injury problems.
Yeah, he's got 2 back surgeries and an ACL.
Chris McAllister, man, how good was Chris McAllister?
He was good. Good question.
Do you know what I just realized as well? I saw it earlier, but I forgot to bring it up. That J.C. Horn is Joe Horn's son.
That's why he's a G.
Me,
Yeah.
Richie, and was it you, Will, or was it you, Louis G? We actually literally had like a 35-second
Must have been
conversation about
distracted.
it earlier in the
He also said he's going to do the phone celebration if he ever scores.
Yeah, we did. I'm sure we did.
That's so cool. Joe Horn was a beast.
I've picked him up on nearly all the Maddens that I've played.
Ah.
I play Ultimate Team in Madden. I don't play seasons. And
You play loser, Madden, because you
I
can't.
can't win, so I guess you're right. Because I don't pay money to buy packs, so I can't win. But
I can win any team.
Well, enjoy playing Ultimate Team, you little loser.
Ultimate Team's the worst. You just
Exactly,
spend
because
more
you can't
time in
win.
a
You
spend more
can't
time
win.
in a loading screen than
No,
you
it's
do
much
playing.
better.
Oh, is it? I'll
Yeah,
try
much
it.
better. You should
I won't
try
try it.
You're shit, so don't
I'm
worry.
not going to try it.
I like
Mexican
the Farley pick here.
What's that, Will?
I like the Farley pick here. I think that there certainly is risk with the injury profile there, but what we saw in 2019 when he put together a full season at the cornerback was outstanding. Like, it really was phenomenal. He's 6'2". He's a true number 1 corner. Like, he's a guy that you're going to be able to match up on alpha dogs. If he can keep his body right, like, he is someone, played quarterback position all throughout his high school career, was recruited as a receiver and converted out. Like, he's an athlete. He learnt the game. He was dominant at that corner position. There's a lot to really like about him. It's just that injury cloud.
Defense are actually better.
Yeah, if the injury cloud wasn't there, he would not be on the board at this point, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
he would have been the first corner selection.
First cornerback taken.
Yeah.
So at this point, at 23, that's
You
worth
take a risk.
taking a
You
shot.
flip
You
it.
take a risk here.
Yeah, you're flipping the coin to see that whether or not that injury cloud is actually legitimate or not.
And obviously, their medical staff will have done all of their due diligence as well.
You would hope so. Yeah.
It's worth the risk at this spot,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, and that's it. Like,
upside
from
there.
right now, like, so from pick 22 onwards, nearly any of your picks can be justified as worth the risk. Like, this is the late third of the first round where a lot of people take risks and not many people get as scrutinized. This is where wide receivers, like, most of them are gone. running backs start becoming one of the things we'll start talking about now over the next few picks. So why not take someone?
I just need Najee Harris to go after pick 28.
I just need him to go before pick 28.
And I just need him
By the
after
meal
Travis
is going to be
Etienne.
happy.
One of you will win.
I sprinkled some money on ETN to be the first running back taken as well. So
Yes.
I have the Ravens taking him at pick 31. I don't know why.
Well, the Steelers and the Bills are my two big question marks of running backs, but Steelers also have that minor question mark about QB, but there's none to pick. So
And linemen, they have no O-line, so it doesn't really matter who they take as running back.
They
They
need
have
anyone that has the ability to put
nothing.
helmets on their heads, because it feels like their last backup QB needed to teach people how to put helmets back on your head. So,
guys, how many corners have been taken?
Mason
now?
Rudolph
Is that
is trying to teach
team
me.
four?
It's 3, I think.
Was Farley the third corner off the board?
Four?
No, three.
Third? Or was he third?
3.
Yeah.
All right. I need one more. I need someone to come back up into the back of the first
who
round
would
as well to get a quarterback.
Browns
I went over.
safety.
Who would be the next
Newsom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had Newsom going here actually
Yeah.
to the Titans, and
We could have him going to Minnesota because Minnesota loves drafting corners.
They
I think they
do.
got 2 last year. They got Gladney and
Yeah, I put Asante Samuel to the junior from FSU to the Bills to go over next to Trey White.
ooh, that would be nasty.
Vikings corners, Steelers could go corner, Jaguars could go corner, Browns could go corner, Ravens won't, Saints could go corner,
There
Packers
was
won't.
talk the
Patriots
Saints were
trading
trying to
back
trade
up
up.
to get Asante Samuel Jr. so that he can undo the just that his dad dropped the interception in the Super Bowl.
What a storyline. Oh man, that was terrible.
Look,
that
you're not
pick.
just a Patriot supporter. Good job.
You remember when the Cowboys took Micah Parsons?
Can
you not throw any more just terrible interceptions?
I would take Micah Parsons every day of the week over. I don't even know the name of the person we took.
Tony.
Kadarius Toney.
Toby.
Hey,
Toby.
Tony. Toby.
Toby.
No, it's Tony. Kadarius Tony. Toney.
Fedarius Toby.
Kadarius T. Tony. Oh, there's a picture of Tom Brady and Mac Jones. There we go.
That is awesome. If anyone's seen the TV from maybe a minute
Yeah.
ago, the Mac Jones
is a
Tom Brady
terrible rig.
photo comparison is just rap.
I don't know how your rig can be that bad when you're exercising every single day. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't matter. He's a football guy. He's going to be fine.
a tennis guy.
Darasaur. There we go.
Darasaur.
For the Vikes.
Finally.
Yeah, it's a good pick. They definitely need
good value.
offensive linemen.
Okay, better.
Yeah. It's better. Yeah, it was better.
He's good.
When's that?
You gotta protect Kirk Cousins, one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
So where were they originally picking the Vikings? Because
The Vikings were at 14.
Yeah. So I had them grabbing Darasaur at 14 in mind.
So did I.
It made sense. So
Dude,
the fact
so
that
did
they've
I.
moved back,
It's
that's a
Darasaur.
great. I mean, we kind of slammed them a bit for not getting much in return.
yeah.
Like when they picked up a third, but at the end of the day, they've landed a need here. They're probably happy.
Yeah.
So
Save some money
cushions
against
the
the
blow a
cap.
little bit.
Save some money on that rookie contract. But
And give Buddy Cousins another protective factor on the line. You can every opportunity to succeed.
I should get 100 points for that. That's some horse shit. Instead, I get 10 points.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. Also,
If you absolutely nail the player in the team.
Yeah, true. That's true. If the team pick the player in the first round, you should get the 100 points.
What'd you get? What was that, Will?
If the player
we'll keep that
picks that player in the first round, whatever pick it is, you should get the point.
Our coding for this website that we're going to make next year is becoming increasingly more difficult. I like the ideas.
Any of you guys
it's getting
IT
really
people?
fucking complex.
Any of you guys IT people?
I'm not.
I know Jay is not because he builds
I I try not to claim. Like I work in a lot of IT, but I try to distance myself. Certainly don't.
I'm going to die laughing if the Steelers pick Najee Harris.
I think they will. I actually think
they're dying.
How can you fix a shitty quarterback who refuses to do anything but play shotgun and a garbage deteriorating offensive line? Get him a running back.
Yes, that's
an elite one.
Ridiculous, but yeah, because you know what? He's not going to be the quarterback in the next 3 years. But you know who will be the running back? Najee Harris.
He might.
I reckon he will be. So they'll pick Najee Harris, I think, but more so than Etienne right here. And then next year they'll pick a quarterback. Like,
why would you draft? I
gone.
know running backs do get drafted in the first round, but it still blows my mind of why they do it. It just doesn't make any sense to me ever.
No, it doesn't. And
not when you can go through and look at the running backs who are got in the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, wherever. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I look in today's game. The absolute outstanding. Was it Alvin Kamara? Was it second or third round? Like you look at a few guys and you go, "Oh my god!" Like that.
So
why would you stand number 3 overall for your man over at Cowboys and my man at Saquon Barkley, and then he's there one injury away from ruining your entire fucking season?
Aaron Smith commented on our feed here that it's going to be O-line or running back. I think he's spot on. Shocking if not.
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh Steelers select Najee.
Okay, I got one of my picks late on their draft pick 'em.
Hey, screw you, Corey.
Why do you take running back?
They needed a running back. They wanted a running back. Their next pick wasn't until late in the
second. Go and
second.
sign Mike Davis, and he will be productive.
He's already fucking signed.
That's what I mean. There's plenty of them. There's guys you can go off the street that can be productive.
Go and get Le'Veon Bell back for fucking $600,000 a year.
Yeah.
The organization themselves wouldn't backtrack like
unless
that,
guys are like generational running backs, which Najee Harris isn't.
I don't think he.
Why would you bother? And he's just another Alabama guy, like every year.
Alabama comes out with some pretty good running backs.
Derrick Henry.
Bang!
Who else?
Mark Ingram.
Yeah.
Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram.
Let's ignore Richardson.
What do you mean, dog shit?
Josh Jacobs
had one fucking good year. Josh Jacobs 3.8 yards a carry.
But he ran them often, so
you're just thinking Trent Richardson. You're just like Trent Richardson was trash, so they all are.
Kenyon Drake.
Kenyon Drake, no good.
Drake's good. Kenyon
Drake's been on 3 teams in 3 years.
Drake's serviceable.
That's just talked about what the running back position is. That's not his fault.
Exactly. So why draft it?
Who else will they pick?
Well, I said they shouldn't draft it.
That's a nice
Who
play.
would be the next lineman that's not going to be there in the second round?
Is Darashaw still there?
No.
When Darashaw hasn't gone. Who took Darashaw?
Darashaw just got picked.
Yeah, he went.
Vikings.
He went to the Vikings. Pick before. Tevin Jenkins.
Jenkins for me is the next only draft like O lineman that could go in the first round.
All I know is if there's an offensive lineman you can take or a running back you can take, you take the O lineman because the running backs are a dime a dozen.
A shit running back or a lower ranked running back who can do the same thing, whereas you can't do the same with O line. I guess that's the biggest
I agree with you. The position value is not there.
Yeah.
But in terms of where Najee kind of positions himself as like an outstanding athlete above the rest of his class, like he deserves to be right up the top. You want to have your first crack at a guy who can do everything that he can do.
Yeah, for sure.
A guy his size that can jump. Like it becomes down to a positional thing, and it's tough to argue. Like, why go after a running back? You're only going to get 4 years. And
look at what Le'Veon Bell did in Pittsburgh. Right, he was absolutely electric. That offensive line was monstrous that Bell ran behind in his pomp. It was absolutely brilliant. Not to mention they had Antonio Brown. He never faced loaded boxes.
Well, the same with Zeke, right?
Yeah, the Steelers. In fairness to Zeke faced a lot of loaded boxes as a rookie, and then they quickly realized that Dak was a legit threat. But Dallas has had excellent O-line play. But what's going to happen is everyone knows Ben is absolutely washed.
Mhm.
And
Is this their point of like maybe this is Ben's last year, and we need to give him the utmost weapons that we have at our.
I think so. And Najee Harris is going to get work.
Yeah.
Like from fantasy, it's
Exactly.
fine. Like
Throw
from
the
an
best
NFL
running back
perspective,
on the board to say, look, Ben, Big Ben, this is your last year. Look, we're giving you the absolute utmost weapons we've got. Go and get us a championship.
yeah. I mean, maybe that's why Juju
like it.
came back for less money, right?
Yeah,
He's like, we're going to really give it one last go.
The anti-Packers approach, right? Like the Packers are just kind of like, fuck you, Rodgers, we're going to draft your replacement.
Yeah.
Rather than getting you someone to help you, where with Big Ben, they're really holding on.
Yeah,
we can make this work.
They tried that last year with Mason Rudolph, and Ben went, well, I'm not going to teach him anything. Fuck that.
But then the Packers took AJ Dillon in the second round, which they said was going to be the future, but then paid big money for Aaron Jones.
Paid him like $9 million a year. Didn't use AJ Dillon.
Make your fucking mind up,
Dylan was
Packers.
too busy in the weights room doing squats. That's basically
He's a
what he
big
is.
unit,
He
AJ
missed the warm ups 3 games out of 4. Too busy doing squats in the weight rooms. He's a big boy.
That's it. I don't get. I guess I just keep going back to Robert May's comments that sometimes GMs are just fucking shit at their job. They just don't. Gettleman. There's the.
I don't think that Najee Harris is a bad.
No, I don't think it's a bad. I just don't
all.
like the value. I'm just so jaded by running backs in the first round and paying running backs. It's just not.
Paying running backs and taking them in the first round.
But
separate issues.
Big fantasy implications, right? Najee there. That's a great spot.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to get mad volume, right?
There's
He'll be
historically
first off the board for dynasty leagues.
Probably yes, unless you know ETN or Javonte goes to like a really great landing spot with a potentially better offense. But
I think Etienne of the Ravens would be good.
Goes to the Ravens and maybe
the Ravens. No, God no.
They were.
Why?
The Ravens. They have Dobbins. They have Gus Edwards. There's no way Etienne's.
I forgot they had Dobbins.
And we still have Justice Hill, just chilling.
Yeah, I forgot they had Dobbins actually.
Speaking.
Right now, where would
Justice
be
Hill.
the next landing spot for a number 1 running back for dynasty purposes?
Buccaneers, pick 32, take
If the Bucs
champ.
take
Fuck
Etienne,
Fournette.
They just brought. It's an absolute disgusting committee. They brought back Fournette. They have Ronald Jones. They signed Giovanni Bernard. They have their 3rd round pick from last year. Nightmare. The only one you could see the Jaguars potential. You could see the Jaguars going now. Hey, Trevor, let's get your
running back
ETN potentially.
I think Jaguars go Tevin Jenkins here.
You reckon they?
Jags have other needs.
Trevor Lawrence, another electric.
Agreed. I agree. They have way other needs. It's sort of I could potentially see it happening. The Bills could be in for a home run hitting running back because Zach Moss didn't look.
But
they got Moss and Singletary. They're okay. What about the Cardinals? Cardinals are one.
Cardinals in the second potentially.
Bye, Singletary.
But as of right now, Najee Harris for dynasty rankings.
Well, the Bills don't need to take a running back in the first.
Dolphins. ATNs are the Dolphins in the second.
I would be taking both Pitts and Chase over Najee Harris, but then I'd probably put Harris at 3 in one quarterback league.
In any redraft,
who've Atlanta gone?
Would take Pitts in number 1.
Mike Williams. Did they bring back Gurley?
Pitts won't get.
Gurley's gone. They've got Mike Davis. They signed Mike Davis in the offseason.
Where's Gurley?
They could go
Gurley's
running back.
free agent.
That's a potentially attractive spot, Atlanta.
But they really need defense. Like they have no one over there.
True.
Their offense is stacked, but
he took his headphones off. I was gonna depress DJ real quick.
Yeah, say it. I was going to tell him as he leaves.
So, Matt Harmon, who's a wide receiver guy, he charts all of the receivers' success and quantifies it on routes. Kadarius Toney was 13th percentile in success rate against man coverage and 1st percentile against press coverage.
Yeah, right.
And I'm assuming low percentile is not good. It's like
that's
being
like
rare at it is not good.
Right, exactly. Like he's in the lowest percentile. Like it is not good.
How do you fuck that up so hard? This is what they do for a living. Well, actually, I work in a workforce. I see what people do for a living. I can see how that
The Jag selection is in.
Who do we like here? Defense?
I like Kevin
Oh,
James.
Roger's trying to be funny. He's announcing the pick from his chair.
I hate Roger.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select Travis Etienne.
Travis Etienne.
Oh, the,
Told ya.
the Clemson boy.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God, they're comping him to Jamal Charles. Shut up.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Etienne, 101, baby. Draft him.
That's big.
I
How's the Jags going all in on the Clemson Tigers?
James Robinson. How do they see James Robinson do that and then spend a first-round pick at the most replaceable position in football? Fuck Jacksonville. I hope they get relocated.
I like it, Urban. Flying into it.
Absolute garbage.
So you've got a few shares in James Robinson in some dynasty leagues there.
A couple. I just don't know how you can be like, hey, this is the best season by an undrafted free agent ever. Absolutely elite. And then be like, you know what we need to do? We need to spend a first-round pick.
They took the running back, the Jags. They took Etienne. Yeah.
He's just a guy. I already said it from day one. Just a guy.
Yes,
Etienne.
running backs can be guys because they're replaceable and entirely they're a product of play calling, offensive line, and defenders in the box. That's all that matters.
I'm buying an ETN jersey. I'm wearing it
You
every
could put
single time we have a
JA. You could put
podcast.
JA
Every
behind
time
some
we have a
offensive lines,
podcast,
and
I'm
you get
wearing an
first
ETN
downs.
jersey.
Don't bring me into this. Don't bring me into your crap, all right? You naughty boy.
I didn't even say anything.
No,
to you.
not you, Corey. Lewis.
Oh,
Lewis is bringing me. I could run for 4.4 yards of carries. Trent Richardson did one year.
Jags were already going to be one of the must-watch teams this year, and they're just
realised I lost
piling it
one.
on. This is going to be good.
yeah, they got a quite interesting offense now.
Interesting is a nice way of saying shit, Corey.
I don't think it'll be shit. I like it. I think there's pieces there. DJ Chark, Marvin
Stark
Jones,
Robinson, LaVisca.
LaVisca. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Laviska Shenault.
That's him.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't like LaVisca either? Oh, so
No, I like Laviska. He's good. He's big and he runs fast. Like, what more do you want in a wide receiver? What more do you want in a wide receiver that can take jet sweeps? It's just big thing, Corey, I like in receivers. It's the ability to get open. And, having a guy that you can run a jet sweep with is all well and good, but, you probably want to hunt the guys that get open all the time so you can throw it to them. I don't know. There's too many guys like that are just college dudes that just run really well. None as good as Tony for the Giants, but, there's some. I don't know. I hate running backs in the first round. It shits me. It's just such a waste of a pick every time.
Especially when you've got a guy who just did that.
And don't they have who's their running back?
James Robinson.
James Robinson, yeah. It's
They're paying him $600,000 a year, or whatever it is. Now they're going to trade pay Travis Etienne.
for the rest of his career.
Who the Browns going here?
Oh,
They need O-line. They don't need edge defense. Maybe who's the D tackle? They can go Barmore, the D tackle from Alabama.
Yeah, Barmore. They like a big name. The Browns like to go
they go
like
receiver?
someone productive
they could
from the college level.
I don't reckon receiver. They've got OBJ and Landry. They've got two. They could definitely. They were definitely going to go running back before this because they wanted three guys. I don't know. I think D tackle or corner or safety. I had him taking Morig from TCU safety. But I don't know if that's value or not. That's what I had him taking because they probably need D back. It's something they need.
I've got to bet no safety in the first round.
From last year.
Do ya? That's actually looking pretty good at the moment.
Safeties are such a dead position now, aren't they? You just don't get many anymore.
Only one safety was projected. Projected to go in the first round. So
Is that
over
Murray?
under 1.5.
Yeah.
Murray.
I don't know.
Look at someone send a mental health record to Lewis, please.
Sorry?
Corey?
I said someone send a mental health worker to Lewis's house, please.
Are you losing all your bets, Lewis?
Well, that's
No, I'm just so
He's
like
not gonna
pissed
pay
off
that.
about James Robinson.
Have you got him on your team somewhere?
I was ready
on one or two dynasty rosters.
Louis
If
if Mac Jones wasn't taken, so
man,
I'm in the wings ready to go. So Greg Newsom here.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look, my mate Jock hasn't even gone yet.
Oh, yeah. Owusu Koromoa.
Jeremiah,
That'd be nice, actually.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, definitely like him.
That
Yeah.
would be really good for Cleveland. Like they don't need as many in there in that front.
No, actually, I really like that.
To bridge the divide.
Is he doing another plug for something?
yeah.
Tomoto.
That's unlike him. That's what I like about Cadell. He mixes it up. You never know what he's going to do.
During remote learning.
Is Bateman going to end up in Green Bay and then just leave?
Guarantee you they either draft O-line or receiver. There's no other thing they'll draft. The Packers.
Maya to make the Cleveland Browns pick.
Put it in. I prefer Cleveland. Sucked. I like Cleveland better when they were crap.
Are you guys ready?
Guys, I want an NBA multi too.
26th pick
Nice.
2021 NFL Draft for the Cleveland Browns. We have Gregory Newsome II.
Yeah.
Cornerback.
There you go, corner over.
Like that. That defense is going to be nasty.
So you got your bet there, Corey? That was your bet?
They didn't have.
No, that was Lewis's.
on offense.
No, you need one more cornerback to go. They get 5.
It's not going to happen.
Few needs on defense to start with. So if they went corner or linebacker,
What other corners are there?
Asante Samuel, Tyson Campbell.
Oh, yeah, I like Asante Samuel, actually. I think I only like him, though, because
This is his son, not Asante Samuel.
Yeah. Yeah,
he's already been
Asante
drafted.
Jr.
I know they're not drafting the Asante Samuel. Thanks, Corey. Corey's full of lip today. It's been real
How
mouthy.
about them Northwestern
You started
Tigers
it.
getting a couple of first round picks?
He's actually a bit more rested than me.
It's not my fault you came in wearing your full Patriots get up. What am I supposed to do? Not say anything about it? Come on. You know me better than that. If I let that slide, like, people will be ashamed of me. We'll flack for wearing
Lewis is trying to trade J-Rob right now. He's getting nowhere.
As if. No. The only way to do it is like once someone gets ETN, just trade him as a handcuff or wait for ETN to get injured.
Oh, shots fired. Come on.
Hey, you are Spooky Majuki over there. You okay? Do
This,
you want to talk about it? Hey, what's the matter? Lewis, talk to us. Come on, buddy. Tell me what's going on at home. Things not good? Has work got you down?
So, interesting update from a college standpoint. 26 picks. Still no one from the Big 12 selected. So we've got 11 from the SEC, 6 from the ACC, and 6 from the Big 10, and no one from the Big 12. We've had all the other food groups hit.
What are the teams in the
Independence,
Big 12?
FCS, the Group of 5, Pac-12, all of them, but not the Big 12.
Is
Who's the next highest ranked in the Big 12?
yeah, who's good in what teams are in the Big 12?
Oklahoma, Texas. Texas got kids. They haven't been performing very well, but they got players. Like Tevin Jenkins is probably someone. The TCU safety.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, Morig is what I thought was going to be the in the top.
You'd be feeling a little silly if you'd bet on over 2.5 Big 12 players drafted in the first, though.
Did you do that?
I did.
There you go. Here's your pick,
Well,
though. Is it the Ravens?
there's 4 picks left, so they
Corey,
could.
your pick is right here. The Ravens. What are they going to do, mate?
Come on, Corey. Spit it out. What are they going to do?
What is your Ravens going to do? Your abuse step.
Come on, Ravens. Get a receiver. Please.
Terrence Marshall.
Please, Bateman.
Terrence Marshall. What's going to pair well with Hollywood Brown, who can't get open?
Bateman.
What do you think?
They need a possession receiver that can do other stuff as well.
Well, I don't know. I guess they're probably just shell shocked with Tony being off the board. I don't know what to
That's just a low blow.
They're trying to work out, like, what do the Giants know that we don't? Don't draft
Like,
any receivers.
Gettleman's just taking that as a real low blow.
Gettleman's worked it out. Don't draft another one. Oh, gentlemen.
Why do we watch football? Fuck this sport. Let's go watch Lawn Moles or something.
Yeah, I was feeling terrible at Micah Parsons, but then the Giants got involved. Now I feel great.
There you go. Micah Parsons is pretty good.
Yeah, I feel terrific about it.
There
you
were
go.
sitting in the opposite spot, and we picked Micah Parsons, and you guys picked Tony.
Yeah.
This would be one of the best days of my life.
No, because Tony in our offense might actually be super productive because he won't get any coverage.
There's no tape in this bloke because he's shit.
Yeah.
We'll just let him do it every once.
Who did the Ravens take just before? Was it a D lineman?
Last year.
No.
Linebacker.
The Ravens haven't drafted yet.
Their first pick. Sorry, I thought it was their second.
So
I like edge defender. I like edge defender here.
Yeah.
Brett McMurphy on Twitter is saying that at this rate, Urban Meyer's going to have the Jags in contention for the ACC Atlantic this year.
I wish Richie was here so I could make a joke about not understanding what you said and wind him up, even though it's just no fun without him. You're getting really riled up by it.
He does get so rolled up. It's so funny.
You got to get him on the college football show with you, Will.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Do it when TCU have a really bad game.
Well, make sure I'm producing it so I can just jump in every now and again with really dumb questions so he gets agitated.
Certainly.
I'll ask like stuff like how many teams are in the Big 12 and make him answer. What's an independent? Why are Notre Dame the best college team in the history of the college football? Like that sort of stuff. It really rolls him up.
And they have a scholarship-based system, right?
I believe they're allowed to give players free rides. I believe. But the players
not cars.
They don't like it. No. They don't like it because they want the money. Free education isn't enough for them. Yeah.
So funny.
Corey, you're an ex-college athlete. Would you like to get paid to play college?
Sure.
He's like, no comment. Do not look at the car on my driveway.
Yeah.
Why would you say no? Like, I don't understand.
Who did you play for, Corey?
University of Montana.
So, like, when they recruited you, how many cars did they give you when they recruited you?
I don't know. He started working for a car
well,
shop.
mid-majors don't really get cars.
You can get a car.
A work car.
Yeah.
Want to know? Funny story. I took they set up like your room, like you go in, it's like all like gear, like shoes, your number, jersey, and I put it all in the bag and I took it home with me. And they called me like, "Hey, you got that stuff that was in your room? We kind of need that."
Damn.
Why couldn't you take it?
Because it's a gift. You can't take gifts.
It's illegal against
Baltimore Ravens select Rashad Bateman.
Yes!
Right.
Yes! Let's go, Ravens! Let's go!
I love it.
I wish that was our pick.
It could have
I
been.
do like it. Could
have been. Like by 7 picks. We're going to trade it down 4 picks and still got it.
Wow. All right, someone give us a rundown. Oh, you like him because he's from Minnesota, Corey. Now it's all making sense.
Yeah.
He's also a freak. His advanced metrics are off the charts. He's a monster.
Player profile comp, Stephon Diggs.
So who was the Minnesota wide receiver who came out last year?
Tyler Johnson.
Tyler Johnson, right? And he went to the Bucs, and there was a bit of hype about him, but it was always Rashad Bateman was the man there. He was the guy. He opted out most of the year. I think he kind of.
He's a bit small, though, wasn't it? It was his thing. He's a bit short. Not as short as our man Smith, but
no. Are you thinking of Rondell Moore?
I think you're thinking Rondell Moore.
He's like 5'7".
I think Bateman has the attributes to be a wide receiver 1.
Yeah, he's going to be a wide receiver 1 on this team.
Oh,
he's a big guy.
Get Sammy Watkins on that graphic immediately.
How much does he help Hollywood Brown, do you think?
Fuck Hollywood
I
Brown.
think he helps
It's all
that
about
entire
Bateman.
offense.
Brown can keep taking the top off the defense while Bateman gets all the catches.
That's what I mean. That's what, like, is it going to help his production? Because he's struggled when he gets number one coverage.
Well, he won't.
I think they run a unique offense, though, right? With Lamar Jackson and the reliance on the run there, it's a tricky one that they're going to have to work out to get a guy like him in this system. It's not a prototypical, so looking at that sort of stuff's difficult to project. It's a good spot. He fits. They need a number one, but they are kind of making things up a little bit outside of the norm there in Baltimore.
I just think that they know it's a very smart organization. They know what they need to do to get better, and they know that passing game has to get better. And this is a
now just taking a wide receiver. What do they take 4 picks later? Like, they go and just try to.
I could see them trading out. To be honest.
Or do they just double it up?
Is anyone else? Is no one shocked that Owusu's not drafted yet?
Oh, I'm really shocked. Hopefully he falls to whatever the pick Giants have in the second round. And then we actually make a good pick for freaking Mike.
Like, it's surprising me. Like, the Jaguars might get him with the first pick of the second round and pair him with Miles Jack. No, the Saints could. No, I think this. Hey, Asante Samuel Jr. is in play here, Corey. I mean, Lewis.
The Saints
you need him.
just about.
Yeah, they need a corner.
They need corner.
That would be cornerback number 5.
Yeah, is that what you need? 5, or you need over 5?
I do. Yeah, I need 5. I need six quarterbacks as well.
I can see them taking a receiver, to be honest, as well.
6 quarterbacks.
Who's going to be the quarterback?
They got Callaway.
I'm just someone trading in on a guy that they like to get that 5th-year option.
Who would be that?
Who is the guy?
Like
David Mills, Kellen Mond.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I'm sure you wouldn't trade for the first round.
Mills or
no,
Jack.
Trask got a little bit of love.
Jack beat out Justin Fields at college, so hence he's better. I'll be back.
Hey, I won another bet. What happened to you? Oh yeah, that was annoying.
Gotta love those ones.
Yeah,
your account's got more money in it. What's happened here?
What stuff?
Yeah, so I just need the cornerbacks and quarterbacks to come in. It's been a real good. Well, it's been a good day anyway, but.
So
when JA is back, we'll need to get a look at
the draft takes.
Sorry,
Corey, are you aware of how long the draft takes?
Yeah.
What is it? It'll probably be just over 4 hours, right?
Yeah, just over 4.
I want to go play NCAA football right now, really bad. So,
I have that urge a lot.
The kids are at school. My wife's out of the house, so it's just me. So
yeah,
you should definitely go and do that.
We're still tied at the top of the leaderboard in the pick'em competition.
No, give us a rundown, Will.
So our boy Lewis here has been knocked off his perch, but he's 10 points back.
Good. About fucking time. Good.
So N Burn is in at first at 1060, and then Lewis at 1050. Then we've got Maverick Fantasy Football, 1030, rounding out the top 3. Maybe JA can share the leaderboard with us when he settles back in.
That's close.
She's tight. The Fantasy Football Doormat has done a good job to only score 100 points. I don't know how you do that.
He probably didn't finish his. He probably
I would hope
didn't
not.
save his lineup. Yeah.
Number 1.
He put Lawrence in and then said, done. Nailed it.
That's all it needs.
JA's is in right now in the public league. There's one person winning and everyone else is shit. I know.
I'm inside the top 10,000. Go me.
Well, that's pretty
Go
good.
me.
I am not.
That'll get you a GM job, surely.
5. I've basically got only yellow ticks, and that's it.
All right, who we going here? I need one more like accurate pick to hit, like bob on, and I would feel good about winning.
Next pick.
The New Orleans Saints select Peyton Turner, defensive end, Houston.
Peyton Turner.
Yeah, you're right. They went man.
He shot up. Yeah, they were talking about him. There you go, Peyton Turner. They compare him with Marcus Davenport. What a raging success he was.
Worthwhile trading all the things that they traded to get him.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Mad Patties. Gonna love drinking and eating horribly.
So what defensive front do the Saints run? There's one for our NFL guys.
They run a 4-3.
Okay, so they were getting him in as an end there, I'd say.
Yep.
Cameron Jordan on the other side.
Davenport actually wasn't that bad last year.
Yeah, he was productive. He wasn't worth the capital they gave up.
Who's the guy that went to Miami? Oh, no. Who did you go to? The Dan.
Yeah, that's a raw prospect. The Packers don't seem to be messing around. The pick is in, ready to go.
How are they going to save
If they
save Aaron Rodgers?
a
That's what
wide
they're gonna do.
receiver right now, would that save Aaron Rodgers and make him stay?
Oh, I think he's done. I think he wants anything. I don't think it's got anything to do with the talent.
But if they do, if they grab a wide receiver or an O-lineman here, would Aaron Rodgers go, about time they get someone on the offensive side of the ball?
Well, technically, they drafted their first 3 picks on the offensive side of the ball last year. Just there were 3 positions
not
they
wide
didn't
receiver.
need.
No one that Aaron Rodgers could use.
Anyone retired on the back of an MVP season? Just Jeopardy.
They've had retirements, but never traded.
That'd be the type of shit he'd do, though. He'd just be like, "All right, fuck you, I'm out."
Yeah,
Have fun.
I'm a Jeopardy
I will
guy.
die.
Yeah.
Imagine
Jeopardy guy,
the meltdown though if they drafted a quarterback.
Oh, I'd love that.
Once again,
I know I'm saying it almost every pick now, but Tevin Jenkins here would work well. He could play right
I
tackle.
actually reckon Tevin Jenkins would be someone that Aaron Rodgers would go,
Instant need at right tackle.
instant need. Look, I don't have to run as far.
Yeah, because like there's one. They don't need a left tackle. Brian
Elijah Moore.
Haradi's one of the
That would
best
be
in the
amazing
league.
as well. Imagine now that they're trying to giving fucking talent to their offensive side of the ball.
It's easy for us to say, but I'll give it to you, Coach Shaw, on the subject. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to us sitting here on the desk. We don't know all the things that question over the last 12 months. But as I said before, you've got a top 3
Prediction. Will, who you got?
Look at the stress. Imagine the stress in that room. They're just shit. We chased
It'd
away.
have to be relief, though, right? Like you've been locked away for the last better part of a month, just going through tape and shit and refining and all of that.
Yeah,
And then it
I
all
guess.
comes to-
I just meant more that like Rodgers has just told them he's out. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's that. Yeah. Terrence Marshall for me. I think they still need a fucking receiver there.
Yeah, Terrence Marshall or
Elijah Moore.
Elijah Moore. I mean, I definitely want Elijah Moore. That'd be great.
You can just see that room is reeling because of the loss of Tony. Like you can just tell.
Fuck you.
They were really hoping to draft someone who had who was in the bottom 1% of success rate against man coverage. They were just desperate for that.
There's also a chance they draft a corner here because they love corners or safeties in the first round. Love it.
They do.
And they've had good success.
They don't need offensive help. You look at them offensively, they're one of the best offenses in the entire National Football League. Where they're lacking.
Well, did I just hear they don't need offensive talent?
Well,
he just said they don't need any offensive help.
It's a fair point. They were one of the best offenses in the league last year.
They were, but Aaron Rodgers played absolutely out of his mind.
What is Jordan Love? Are they still one of the best offenses in the league, talent-wise?
No, they're not. They're terrible.
Yeah, Jordan Love makes.
I think Tevin Jenkins here makes so much sense. It locks up
Pat
the key.
Fryermuth. Makes a lot of sense here.
Pat Fryman.
Stop it. Who's the tight end?
Tight end.
With the 29th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Eric Stokes, defensive back, Georgia.
Robbie just traded. He's got to be
Cash my ticket.
Gone.
He's gone. The Broncos are going to have to trade for him now.
Oh, that's really funny. I feel better as a Giants supporter right now.
You got your bet though, TB.
You
There
did.
you
Well
go.
done.
He already
Well
had
done,
it.
Louis.
He already had it.
No, I didn't.
you
I got the
didn't.
bet, but I need the points. I want the.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're going to win that box of
He
beer.
needs a box of beer.
You're going to get anyway.
Yeah, I know.
I have to send you 2 now.
Yep.
I mean, you said you were going to send it like every month, so I think you owe us like 6 or so.
Every month you guys do a podcast. It's been like 3 months.
Actually, we did one last month.
No, you've won. You got to do 4 a month.
Oh, where's that? Say that in my contract. I didn't see
This
that.
contract. This
Where's it say? Where's it say in the
negotiation
contract? I got to give you
is
beer.
thorough.
You
Then you
said
go-
it. It was a verbal contract. My lawyer is looking over the video now.
All right. If you can find video footage of me saying it, I'll honor it.
Sure. My lawyer has it. He's gonna send you. He's gonna send you a request for interview.
Is it the same
Okay.
lawyer as the Steve Watson? Because
Oh,
You could get better.
dude.
just honestly, right, how bad? This is one of
Wow.
this is a terrible
Urban
thing.
Meyer said we'll use ETN as a third down back. That makes it even worse. They drafted him in the first round.
Wow.
Yeah, it's shocking. You know what the bad thing is? Like they took Trevor Lawrence, and they're going to get credit for that when anyone was going to do that. So
Yeah.
the one pick that they didn't, they
They went full draft day.
Yeah. Full draft day. Yeah, they were the Jaguars of the draft day. I absolutely hate this pick. This is it's as if like they're going to Aaron Rodgers. All right, mate. Fuck you then. You tell us on draft day, we're going to really tell you.
Yeah.
just
Jordan Love will be happy to play for us no matter what we give him. Go fuck
He
yourself.
has to. He's contracted. Do you reckon Rodgers gets traded? I don't think there's value. I don't think they'll offer them enough value.
I think he'll force their hand by the sounds of things. He seems like the sort of dude.
This is a great tweet. Pete Overset. With pick 29, the Packers take Aaron Rodgers as the new host of Jeopardy.
Yeah. All right, out.
That's funny.
What the hell are the Bills gonna do here?
They could go Owusu, Koromoa,
Well,
for sure. Or they could go Tevin Jenkins. They could go. Will they go another receiver?
Gregory Rousseau.
I doubt they would go another receiver because they have Diggs, they have Beasley, they brought in Emmanuel Sanders, they have Gabriel Davis.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they would go receiver.
would they go O-line?
Oh,
They got a lot of investment in the offensive line. I thought, yeah,
go deep.
cornerback or they're okay at safety as well. They got good.
they got great safeties. Hoyer
Yeah.
and
Did
who's
they
the
draft
other guy?
the Iowa guy last year?
who, mate? Would you say,
The
Corey?
Iowa D lineman last year?
Yeah, he's no good. What's his last name?
Yeah, he was.
It's like Mexican, Spanish. Oh, what's that?
Epinesa.
Yeah, but he wasn't
Yeah.
very good. They also went.
He's not a pass rusher. He's like more of like your run.
Yeah, but
style.
they took that defensive end, the defensive line the year before as well. The big dude that plays inside.
Ed Oliver.
Ed Oliver.
Yeah,
He's
they
good.
took him the year before, and he's good, but he's an inside guy. They do need an edge rusher. I reckon.
They could do with Tremaine Edmonds. They could do with.
Oh, that's right. The Bills added Matt Breida.
Oh, yeah.
I actually.
Another linebacker.
I really like Caruso Aramoa here. Pair him with White, not White, Edmonds and the other guy. What's his name? They re-signed big money to build. Matt Milano, and then he becomes he's a bit of a nickel guy too.
To be fair, though, the Bills could do really anything
They do
here
that
and
one.
be justified. They could go wide receiver and add to that call. They could go lineman and add to
I
that
know
lineman
that-
call. They could go defense, and no one would say they're stupid.
Their left
Yeah.
tackle
Position they're in.
is
They're in a good spot, absolutely.
They're very
Kevin
good
Jenkins here. Keep
Yeah,
my
Jenkins.
Big 12 dream alive if he can go here.
Yeah.
Jenkins would be
I
outstanding.
think Jenkins would be a really
Oh, they've also got
good
Mitchell Trubisky, just so you guys know.
Wait, who? Is he a lineman or is he?
No, he's a Josh Allen's career is in jeopardy right now. Trying to say that right.
The Bears did put on.
Fucking, that's in the rearview mirror. We're all Justin Fields now, baby.
No, they re-signed Darrell Williams at right tackle.
Oh, did they?
The Bills. I don't think they go Coleman unless they think Coleman could slide into guard, and he might.
That's a lot of effort, though.
Tight end. I think edge defender.
There's still wide receivers. There's a couple of edge defenders in the set that you would think is second round talent.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking edge defender.
Could they go the second tight end on the list?
Nah. Tommy Trimble.
Tommy Trimble. Could they look at a Tommy Trimble? Who's their tight
Rear
end?
boost has got to be.
They've got
the
Dawson
second
Knox and they
tight
brought
end.
in Jacob Hollister. I mean, they're serviceable. Knox is okay.
Yep. Knox is okay.
And they've got that. They wouldn't want to take reps away from the other guys anyway. The receivers. Their strength is their receiving.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't help them now. Like a tight end picks for your future.
True.
And this is a team that's
Well,
trying
that's
to
the
win.
question though. What help do they need
There we
right
go.
now? Maybe do they go safety?
The Buffalo Bills select Gregory Rousseau.
Russo, edge.
Defensive end.
Nice.
Called up.
It's a good like position need. But I don't know.
It's a shot. It's a shot. Like he's
shot on offside,
super
right?
productive. Yeah, exactly right. Like he's just an edge guy. He had like 15 sacks or something that year at Miami. Super productive, but that's all we've seen. That 1 year where he was
He didn't play. He opted out last year, didn't he? Yeah.
He did. So I don't hate this. Like he was kind of coming into this year, he was talked about as a top 10 pick. He's then done nothing at all, and they're getting him at the end of the first. So
Yeah.
I don't hate this.
Oh, listen, with the way we talked about Farley. So I'm getting a phone call. Hold on.
How dare you?
Look at you working.
Someone's
through
on the
rough-
clock. Someone's actually getting paid to work today.
No, I'm getting paid to not work.
This is my day in lieu of Easter Saturday.
What do you reckon Kempy's doing right now? Just sitting in class, just like with his phone in front of him, trying to hide it from the kids.
I assume he's put on
doing a
some
full-
movie.
I assume he's a terrible
Movie.
teacher. I assume so. I'm under the impression he wouldn't really be giving a shit about the
No,
kids' education.
He's put on Draft Day as the movie.
Yes.
And he's
And
getting the draft going.
Yeah, that's a
For
good one.
sure, trying to explain maths and
So,
contract.
No, I think he does a good job promoting our show to his kids, though. I think half of our numbers of downloads on the show are probably students of his, so they all give him shit about what stuff he says on the show. It's good for us, good for them.
That's what you need.
It'll work.
As I said, I'm a real believer of clicks, and I don't care how I fucking get them. I'm all about. If getting my ass out on screen was going to get more clicks, sign me up. I'll be doing it.
I think it will.
No, I don't think so.
No, go
I
on.
think we got a separate website we can set up for that on OnlyFans.
We have an OnlyFans.
Only
yeah.
JAs. That's what we call it. Call
Only
it JA's feet. I'll have to do the no face stuff though, because
We'll lube up our toes.
I'd hate for it to get out.
and go with it.
The fan base would go wild.
Just run with that looped toe thing.
He's a big dude. This guy, it's huge.
6'6".
Yeah, he's massive. He's prototypical edge guy. Like he's big, he's rangy, he can bend.
Is rated as 69. Dinner for two. It's not a very high athleticism margin.
Yeah, but
really,
let's
is
be
it?
honest. Like they rated Najee Harris as a 99 overall with athleticism.
And he might be.
He might be, but I don't know. We don't know anything.
Saquon Barkley was rated 99 and he looks.
Oh,
pretty
he's
athletic.
got tape at 3 technique. Oh man, defensive coordinators be frothing
Isn't
over
that
this
nice?
bloke.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he can play. He doesn't have to just play in. We can line him up anywhere. I love that his tape's all against the same team. He's just beating up on Duke.
Yeah, he had a really good game.
He had 15 and a half sacks, 19 of them against Duke.
Poor dude.
That's where Chase Bryce went too.
That game,
The
Duke
most
had
stacked
8
quarterback.
of their starters opting out
Oh.
because of COVID.
Poor Chase Bryce. I'm all about the new Clemson quarterback, Angun Monkalanto Lala. I'm all about him. DJ.
You are, yeah, and you just learned how to say his name.
He got an interception. Man, this tape lines up. I'm
Yeah.
all in.
He doesn't
Now,
look
after-
very good as a receiver. I'm not gonna lie. He looks a little bit stiff.
After nailing that pick in the pick'em, I've joined Lewis equal second now, 20 points back. But unfortunately, both of my 31st and 32nd picks have already been drafted, so I'm not going to be able to make any
who
jumps here.
All right, let's get it up on screen.
It's getting tight up the top.
It is tight. Where's this? Share screen. Share screen. Share. All right. So we've got N Burn. I want to know who that is. Good on you. He's up by 10 points over FF Down Under. Maverick Fantasy Football could, if he somehow nails a pick.
Has that been refreshed, or what am I looking at? Or have I just lost my mind?
I'm refreshing now. I may be wrong. I thought it automatically refreshed, but it might not.
I heard some other
There we
people
go.
are like,
Yeah.
Rousseau is
Oh!
a terrible receiver based on his film.
Will, so your guys have already. You can't get any more points, Will. Is what you're saying?
Well, I can get 2 10s if guys who I've already picked get drafted, but that's not gonna get it done.
Yeah. And I reckon it might be unless Maverick Fantasy Football nails a pick,
Yep.
which may or may not happen.
Does that include the people who couldn't get into the group?
No.
Which is
I
most
I
people.
have like 1,500 points. right now.
Everyone.
I only scored 790 points, so right now I'd be third last.
Pulling up
Someone
my-
only scored 100. Who the FF Doormat only scored
Yeah,
100.
100% pick rate. They got Lawrence, and then they didn't select anything else. I think there's a 6-pack that goes to percentage.
I want 930 points. So
Burnley
not
Bruin don't
going
do
very
6-packs, they do 4-packs. So we
Ooh, there we go.
It seemed to be
Well, as
twice
soon as you send some across, I'll be able to
look.
comment on
Yeah.
that.
You've got more of a chance of getting it before Corey. I'll leave it at that.
Well, he's still waiting on the change of daylight savings and WA time, isn't he?
It's pretty early here. I think
It's 5 a.m.
It's like Oz doesn't know what to do.
Are you working today, Corey, or are you off completely?
no, I'm off.
Nice.
Smart move, because the draft will be over by 5 a.m. You got the whole day to yourself then.
Yeah, I wish that was true.
You can play kindness to yourself, mate. It's fine.
Hey, we can play some.
Patriots
When
just
we
picked
play
up.
card,
I don't think you're at my level, man.
Actually, I can't play COD because it doesn't download on PS5. It's
Have you got Warzone?
yeah, it doesn't update properly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, PS5's horrible. Yeah, I just
How do
wasn't
I get my
able to-
hands on one?
able to get one. I couldn't get one.
I've had
When it came out, I got
I
one when it
played
came out.
Ultimate Team on PlayStation 4, and that's about my bad.
I have PS4 I haven't turned on for about 5 months.
Is that because of Tarkov?
I just play everything on PC now.
Like
Way better.
Tarkov?
I'm part of the master race now. PC master race. It's way better.
Do your farts taste good too?
Depends on who smells them. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, Daryl. You should know that after seeing your wife. That's a jab at you, not her.
So
Well, I guess it's a jab at her for picking
Sounded
you.
like a jab at her.
It really sounded like I was saying that it's
That's
unattractive.
watching. She's going to come and stab you.
Look, I'm going to
Everyone knows my wife's a bit
just give me a
stabby.
minute here. What I meant was,
That
loves a
port
good
is
crack.
doing plenty over there.
I think you should stop.
And Glenfiddich mixed.
horrible, fucking horrible. No, it's
Delicious.
definitely what I meant was that DJ is really unattractive, and obviously beauty's in the eye of the beholder
Oh,
for his
easily.
wife.
Oh, easily.
That's what I meant.
I've been pounding drugs for this the whole time.
Net is
Tricks her.
watching. She just came in live. Oh no.
Like I said, she's watching. She loves a good shanking.
Yeah, but she loves
Like shaving toothbrushes into stabbing materials.
she loves me a lot.
I don't know why.
I don't know either.
It's your beard. I think it's your
Everyone else's wives love me.
I think it's your beard.
Mine doesn't. It's a weird thing.
It's like your beard has a bit of grey in it, so she's like, "Oh, you must be wise."
I'm not wise. I just drunk that.
All right, guys, catch me up. What did I miss?
Packers took not an offensive player. That's it.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, I said. So nothing. Rousseau, and then there's been no more picks. Okay,
Yeah,
JA is directly attacking people's
yeah.
partners.
JA is directly attacking that nut.
May or may not have accidentally called DJ's wife ugly.
They showed his high school film of Rousseau playing receiver.
That's fine though, because she's going to be here in the next hour, so she will stab you in the heart.
Just
Great.
a fun plug. But fun plug, if you do want to be a Patreon supporter, you've got
How
today
long?
to sign up. $10 a
He's
month.
awesome.
This is the giveaway that'll be going tomorrow. Signed Howie Long, Chrome Raiders mini helmet, Hall of Fame player. Both his sons played in the NFL. Pretty good.
What is Mac Jones doing in the top left of the screen?
Brett Gentles. What is Matt Jones doing in the top left of this stream?
We had to call him in.
Take that, Louis.
yeah.
That's nice, Gentles.
Look at that, Mr. Lego man.
I think Corey's Corey.
so
I think
funny.
Lewis is a very attractive man. Like, have I seen
Thanks,
better?
JA.
Yes, I have.
As it's Matt Jones watching walking
Yeah.
street on.
If I judged everyone off what I'd seen better of, then it'd be a pretty shitty life. I think
We wouldn't be
perspective-wise, Lewis is all
But
right.
touche, Brett. That's very funny call.
I'm not a fan of Louis G. To be honest, I don't
Not
look
a
at him.
fan. What a resounding endorsement.
I love the amount of times Louis J can come second.
Jay just throwing out just terrible compliments.
After all his work, he can
I've got a
by a whole
newfound
bunch of-
respect for the draft analysts who do this as a job, because they're on the same time as us. We're getting up around 3.5 hours, nearly 4 hours, and the wheels are very much coming off here. Like, we're abusing each other's partners, we're commenting on the attractiveness of each other. Like, it's falling to shit where I feel like they definitely keep it dialed in.
They're locked in. To be fair, though, they are paid handsomely to do it.
That's
You're
true.
not getting paid for this, gig?
I'm getting
Yeah.
paid 3 beers from Burnley Brewing.
Jason Owe, who went to the Ravens. How does that affect the pick'em? Let's have a look.
I love that nearly every single pick in this entire draft has had an NFL comparison, except for the Giants' number 20 overall pick.
Yeah, they compared him to a
No, they didn't. They literally had no comparison. The dot point instead of a comparison was inconsistent hands.
That landed me 20 points.
It is now tied. CFB down under Will, N Burn, FF down under is one behind. Maverick Fantasy Football didn't get a
so
point there.
close. That is so
I reckon
close.
he might be out, old Maverick. Can I
We have
check
1 point
what
to
they
go. The
picked?
Bucks.
Oh, so he's done. Maverick cannot make any more points. He had Najee Harris.
But he could. It could,
All
because
right.
you could. If someone gets drafted who you had earlier, you get 10 points still.
Landon Dickinson gets
Pick is in. Who's your pick here?
Gets points. He gets points.
So I was Leatherwood, who's already been drafted. But if I could still get 10, if it's Barrymore or Dickerson or
Terrence
Tevin
Marshall.
Jenkins,
Terrence Marshall. What do the Bucks do here? Oh, so did everyone see the Bucks re-signed, what's his name? Rapey McRapo?
Did they get Sunday Samuel?
Hey,
Did they corner?
Here we go.
The Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Joe Tryon, linebacker, Washington.
Wow.
oh, not me.
Not me.
So it's tie. It's going to tie.
Brings us to the conclusion.
Sounds like 2 boxes of beer.
So Will just got his no safeties picked in the first round.
Yeah, you know safeties, well.
That's a pretty good pick, mate. Well done.
You're rich. With that money, you can buy yourself a box of beer. No, I guess I'll have to send one to each of them for a tie. Oh, no, Will won by 10.
10 points. Will won. Will took it out.
How did that happen?
Who was drafted last there?
We'll try on.
Joe Tryon.
No, you just got a tick for Alex Leatherwood.
Oh, sorry, Joe
I know,
Tryon.
but I already had that. Look, let's not question it.
Yeah, Will's. Oh, Will, he snuck
I
in
will
by
take the
10 points.
come home hot. I will accept the job of general manager of the New York Giants.
I'll do it.
Willing to put that on.
You immediately
Might
trade.
be one of your computer faults.
Wow. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how you got your point. Was it like a certain amount right or something like that?
Maybe.
They throw you a tenner?
Look, let's not question it. Let's not dig into it too much and undo me here.
I agree.
Weird.
So are we doing second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh round?
Obviously. No, I'm big on seventh round picks. So I'll definitely do a live stream.
That's where JA's intimate knowledge of college football really comes into his own.
Yeah. I told you saying before when we were saying it's gone off the rails. It's because, to be honest, I only really knew who like the top 20 guys were in this draft, and then there was the rest of them may as well have been a name written in crayon. So I have no idea who they are.
That's why you love playing franchise on Madden. You're like, oh yeah, that's a real guy. It's like that's a creative class.
What I've got to do is they've got to bring out the NCAA podcast game, and I've got to start playing that, so then I know who the players are.
That's true. That is helpful.
Next year, possibly.
Yeah, apparently next year.
If we're lucky, it's probably more likely 23.
Yeah, because that's what the actual issue was, that they have the license to make the only football game. So it's not actually about an NFL game. It's a simulation football game. They have the exclusive.
It's a bit of a
I think
dicey
the
one.
schools and the people will have to buy into it somehow.
Correct, exactly right.
Yeah, it'll be like the old school, like when you first got like Nintendo games when they had like eight real teams.
Yeah.
Well, it'll probably come at a conference by conference level. I assume the image rights will roll up into the conference, so the SEC will buy in, and you'll get every.
Hopefully. But you saw it with Madden, right? You saw like the schools in Madden. There was a select few schools, so they would have had to sign off on that to allow that to happen. And there's already a bunch of schools that have come out and said, no, we're not willing to kind of join in on anything until it's formalized a little bit more. So I don't know. I just hope we can get something.
Yeah, and then you've got in Madden, you've got the New England Patriots head coach Ryan Griffin every season, because obviously Bill Belichick is such a douche and won't let him have his rights. Which I don't know how he's the only one in the game that gets away with not giving his rights. Like, why doesn't everyone do that?
Because he can't be bothered with the hassle of having to go and get his CGI done, I guess, or he just doesn't care, and he doesn't need the money either. He's probably the highest paid coach GM, right?
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, well, he's going to go downhill from here because he's lost his meal ticket.
Although he started to do a few more, like he did a Subway series. So I don't know.
I just always wondered why he's the only one. Like, wouldn't the NFL own the rights to his name anyway to use?
It would all be about their contract they signed at the start.
Yeah.
In fact, he's been there for so long, maybe that wasn't a clause in his contract.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, you could be right.
And they'll go, oh, mate, look, he just signed this thing because it'll be fine. It'll be great for football. He goes, no, I'm going to rip off the sleeves of my jumper and tell you to fuck off.
I'm going to draft Tom Brady and he's going to make my career.
I'm sure that's exactly how he says, by the way.
Yeah, I reckon Bill Belichick is going to retire because
looks like a burger. No,
without Brady,
I'm gonna rip off my sleeves and tell you to fuck off.
All right, before we finish up, boys. Pick of the draft. Go with you first, Lewis. What's your favorite pick?
I mean, part of me wants to say, obviously, Mac Jones.
Of course, you bloody homer.
Shut up, Lewis.
But no, I'm not. I said part of.
Only part of
you. Sorry. I thought it was all of you wanted to say that.
No. Part of me would like to say that, but sorry, it's been a minute. I just closed my tab, but I'm pulling it back up here, and I think.
It's got to be Bears.
Do you need to pass to someone else?
It's got to be the Bears.
No, I mean the Bears have been excellent, but for overall the player I like, it's gonna be good for fantasy. It's gonna be good for their offense. It's hard to look past Rashad Bateman down there at the end of the first.
Oh, you took mine.
Okay, because I took Corey's, I will go.
Well, I'll go then.
Go on then.
Number 13 to the Bolts for Sean Slater, I think is.
Yeah, it's a great pick.
I think for me, that's the pick of the draft. I think that they have actually stolen talent at 13.
I think all of them got. I think the Detroit getting Sewell at 7 was pretty huge.
That for mine's really big. He's an elite talent. He's a top 5 guy that they've got at 7. If he plays to where he's projected, he's going to be a long time bookend for that. And it's a start of something. Like we rag on Detroit for what they're doing. I think that's a fantastic.
And they've got a lot of picks down the line to add to it as well.
And Taylor Decker's a good tackle as well. He's a solid tackle. And then they've got Ragnar as one of the best centers in football. So if anything, they're going to have
DeAndre Swift.
He can move.
I like DeAndre Swift.
He did drop a game.
I like what the Jets did. I like what the Jets did with getting QB and then obviously coming back up. And then
back up.
Yeah.
And they gave nothing. They literally swapped 20 picks.
I think the best move in the draft was the Jets by trading nothing to get up 9 spots.
Yeah.
And also, like you said, for them to go at quarterback and then a tackle, like that's pretty.
The other thing is, if they wanted to, they could play him at left guard next to Becton. That's a real strong side.
That's probably what they're going to do.
Just run inside every time.
So
the Giants moving back.
That was a good move.
The Giants moving back was a really good selection
until
they made their selection.
Gatwin did really well, and then he pissed all over his shoes.
We may as well have traded back an entire round.
Yeah,
a whole round. If we were taking pick 20 in round 2, I would not have been upset with the Kadarius Toney pick.
I hate Gettleman. How much do you hate him if I hate him?
I hate Gettleman so much.
He's so bad. I got to get James Dorno on again to talk about this.
Well, I think that he's going to. You need to give him a call to see if he's okay.
He'll be very upset.
I reckon he needs to put all of his toasters in the cupboards at his house and not take it back.
No shoelaces for a week.
Nothing at all.
Interestingly enough, zero players from the Big 12 drafted.
That's interesting, isn't
it? I think my biggest surprise was Tevin Jenkins not going in the first round and Cora Orusamoa.
I'm really shocked about
that. Blows my mind. Someone's going to get a bargain with him early tomorrow. Both those guys.
Has to be.
Yeah. I just.
My shock was JC Horn going before Kurt Certain.
I wasn't shocked by that. A lot of people were high on JC Horn.
Yeah, I think JC Horn has a higher ceiling. I think Saban does a really good job of coaching D-backs. Surtain could be maxed out at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, just said JC Horn's got a higher ceiling, Corey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he has a higher ceiling, yeah.
At a much lower floor than Certain. I think Certain's floor is to be just a good starting corner in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's going to be
my
solid.
favorite pick of the draft, though, really was when the Cowboys they traded back and took Parsons.
Oh, you know what? I'm coming around to it now. After seeing what other teams did,
because of the reaction from JA.
I just didn't. I really wanted them to take Slater
or anyone else.
I wanted Slater. I wanted them to load up on their strength. I wanted Rayshon Slater so bad because I want them to actually. So when Tyron Smith gets hurt, they have an option next year.
That would be helpful.
Anyway, Micah Parsons.
I would have been more excited if Daniel Jones was still on the board and we took him at 20.
Well, does this put Jalen Smith in a lot of trouble to be cut because he's overpaid? He's got no guaranteed money.
I think
it's
going to make him actually have to perform this year.
At least restructure. Bring that pit down.
That's what they all do now. They just restructure their deal to help, don't they?
Yeah.
Definitely. Cool. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Will, Lewis, Corey, Richie, DJ, thanks for being on, guys. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Hope we gave you some valuable insight on DJ's wife and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, it's stunning. Absolutely stunning.
And we'll thanks, boys, for being here. And I'm sure we'll talk to everyone later. Corey, thanks for coming up halfway through, mate. Appreciate it. You were the Richie replacement.
It was way before halfway. But that's
he was having his nap mid-morning in WA, so don't tease Corey.
You were valuable.
He was eyeing his Patriots hat.
Actually had to drive my kids to school first. So
yeah, so did we, but our timeline's normal, unlike WA. You know what I mean? All right, guys, have a good one. See everybody.
Awesome. Had a blast, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Will. See you, mate.